help of Liu Ruyan, he was even more powerful. In less than an hour, Liu Ruyan helped Lu Xinghe successfully register the company. Galaxy Group came into being. This made Lu Xing immersed in excitement, and he was almost so happy that he couldn't sleep at night. Wait for the sun to shine in the next day. When Lu Xing woke up, he found a pretty little face leaning against his, and her arms were wrapped around his arms in a very intimate way. Lu Xinghe's pupils dilated. When did he get together? Chapter 36, I am his white moonlight. He just treats you as a substitute. Oh my God. If Liu Ruyan found out, she would go crazy. The scene of Liu Ruyan having difficulty breathing yesterday is still vivid in my mind. Lu Xing was very panicked. He wanted to move away before Liu Ruyan noticed him. Otherwise, when Liu Ruyan wakes up, he really won't be able to explain it clearly. Don't think that it's bad enough that he took advantage of her sleep with bad intentions. When Lu Xing was about to move his hands away from her slender waist, the girl in front of him suddenly opened her eyes. Finished. She woke up with a start. She must be scared to death. Could she have fainted from the stress? Lu Xing was worried, but found that Liu Ruyan was not afraid at all. Instead, she pouted slightly. Hubby, you woke up so early. She rubbed her fair little face against Lu Xinghe's chest and hung on Lu Xinghe's body affectionately like a koala. This scene shocked Lu Xinghe. Looking at the girl acting coquettishly in front of him, he was in a trance. Switching back to the secondary personality. What's going on? She didn't seem to have any symptoms at all, but now she's back. Lu Xinghe was puzzled. What exactly is this toggle switch? Even Cardcaptor Sakura can't change like this. When Lu Xing was confused, Liu Ruyan held Lu Xinghe's waist tightly and said coquettishly, I'll stay awake for a while, I'm going to sleep, I'm sleepy Tilda. The aggrieved little voice was full of coquettishness. Only then did Lu Xinghe put his worries behind him. This is also good, I can get a gentle and soft wife. The system also reminds, ding, reward the host with a super reliable construction team, and you can get the decoration effect you want for free. Lu Xing felt reassured when he heard what the system said. He was originally worried about which reliable construction team to find. He could also get it for free, saving a lot of renovation costs, and he didn't have to worry about encountering a black-hearted renovation team and a lot of hassles. After all, there are too many unreliable decoration teams now. With a systematic solution, Lu Xinghe has nothing to worry about. Lu Xing immediately activated the skills provided by the system and asked the decoration team to go to the site to design the plan, which would then be submitted to him for review and decision. Lu Xing rubbed his wife and went back to sleep. I have to say that the decoration team is really efficient. Lu Xing had just woken up when the designer reported downstairs. So fast, Lu Xing was a little surprised. He didn't sleep for long, but he finished the design. The designer smiled flatteringly and showed the design draft to Lu Xing. You are our SVIP customer, so you must be efficient. When Lu Xing looked at the design draft, he found that there were 7 or 8 design plans, all of which were designed strictly in accordance with his own requirements. The effect was particularly beautiful, and Lu Xing was very satisfied. But he was also conflicted. They're all pretty, which one should I choose? Just when Lu Xing was struggling, Liu Ruyan lay on his lap like a kitten. She lazily glanced over the designs and quickly made a decision. I think the third one is good. It has a unique style and seems more suitable for your company design. Lu Xinghe's eyes lit up and he immediately adopted it. It's really good, this is it. The appearance of his wife was a timely relief and solved a big problem for him. So Lu Xing asked the designer to take charge of the construction and then took Liu Ruyan to class. In the classroom, Lu Xing began to study the diary recording Liu Ruyan's medical condition that was taken from the mental hospital. Maybe there will be a major discovery. There was a thick stack of documents. If it were in the past, Lu Xing would definitely have a headache reading them. Now that he has the skills of a top student, Lu Xing can more or less digest some of it. Finally, Lu Xing looked at the back of the document and found a clue. Yan, I understand. Lu Xing became excited and wanted to share with the girl next to him, but he found that the seat next to him was empty. Where are the people? Lu Xing was confused. When did the person disappear? Was he absent while I was looking at the documents? If it were in the past, Lu Xing would definitely be anxious. But he has the system reward for finding people, so he has nothing to fear at all. Lu Xing immediately used his skills to lock onto Liu Ruyan's specific location. What was she doing there? However, Lu Xing did not expect that the most terrifying scenes would follow. The sky was overcast, and the air was so stuffy that it was hard to breathe. The gloomy environment made it clear that a heavy rain was about to come. The piano room on the third floor of the school reflects a beautiful figure. The girl with long, flowing hair sat down in front of the white piano and placed a music sheet in front of the piano. Her eyelashes drooped as she opened the piano lid and prepared to play when the door was suddenly pushed open. A loud roar filled the air. "Liu Ruyan, don't go too far." Hearing the noisy roar, the girl frowned. In less than a moment, a fierce figure rushed in from outside. It was Jiang Mengmeng. She came here to demand an explanation. "It was you who complained about our modeling agency and secretly had the school cancel our club. How could you be so vicious? It wasn't enough to trick Lu Xinghe away. Are you going to harm me too?" As the president of the club, Jiang Mengmeng was not only scolded by the dean of studies, but the other members who were implicated also blamed her. After finding out that Liu Ruyan was the mastermind behind the scenes, she instantly exploded and immediately came to settle the score with Liu Ruyan. However, Liu Ruyan's eyes were filled with a sickly bloodlust. "I can make something disappear that shouldn't exist. What's wrong with that?" This made Jiang Mengmeng even angrier. "Don't be so complacent. Your retribution will come soon. Do you think Lu Xinghe really likes you? I am his white moonlight. He just treats you as a substitute. Who would truly love a psychopath? He'll abandon you sooner or later. When he gets tired of you, he'll come back to me, and you can expect to be in tears every day." Liu Ruyan's pupils shrank, and when Jiang Mengmeng kept scolding her, she decisively threw the cup on the table at Jiang Mengmeng. Jiang Mengmeng was frightened. She almost couldn't dodge it. She had almost dodged the cup, and it would have hit her face. Banged! The cup was thrown hard to the ground and shattered into pieces. Jiang Mengmeng was frightened, and her shoulders tightened. She was stunned when she saw the next scene. "Without you, he won't leave me." Liu Ruyan raised her head proudly, as if possessed by a ghost. She picked up a long piece of glass and held it in her palm. "You, what are you talking about?" Jiang Mengmeng was frightened. Liu Ruyan is not in the right state of mind. Before Jiang Mengmeng could step back, Liu Ruyan grabbed her wrist. Before she could react, Liu Ruyan had already pushed her hard onto the piano table. When she stood up, her snow-white neck was already pressed against the sharp fragments. If the other party exerted a little force, he could cut her throat. Jiang Mengmeng opened her eyes wide in horror. "What? What are you going to do?" Chapter 37. People in Shura Field discovered a shocking secret. Liu Ruyan showed a strange smile and said gloomily, "I warned you to stay away from him. Why are you so disobedient? I hate it most when someone touches something I like. Is it because you're dead that you won't spy anymore?" As Liu Ruyan spoke, she searched for the blood vessels in Jiang Mengmeng's neck. This made Jiang Mengmeng tremble and feel numb all over. "This is a Yandere. He's a psychopath, don't mess with him." Jiang Mengmeng was scared and begged for mercy. "I was wrong, don't joke with me. I will definitely stay away from him, and I will never bother you again. If a mentally ill person kills someone, he or she won't go to jail." Jiang Mengmeng didn't expect that Liu Ruyan would go crazy after leaving the mental hospital. "It's too late, my patience is limited. Especially someone as annoying as you. I don't want to leave him alive." Liu Ruyan curled her lips and smiled meaningfully. She licked her red lips and looked at Jiang Mengmeng trembling, and she actually began to get excited. The little white rabbit is so white. Its two ears are lifted up. After cutting its arteries and veins, it remains motionless. It's so cute. Jiang Mengmeng was almost frightened to death. She now feels like meat on the chopping board, at the mercy of others. No, she hasn't lived enough, she can't die young. Jiang Mengmeng took advantage of Liu Ruyan's unpreparedness and subconsciously wanted to run, but she didn't expect that Liu Ruyan was one step faster than her. She directly restrained her body and pushed Jiang Mengmeng to the ground quickly, accurately, and ruthlessly. "Help, Jiang Mengmeng desperately called for help, but it was too late. Liu Ruyan had already lifted up the fragments. She was madly and excited. "Just poke it down hard." Jiang Mengmeng felt her mind go blank. At this moment, she heard the roar of raging winds and heavy rain. Jiang Mengmeng was completely enveloped in fear and trembling. "Stop!" An angry roar rang out. Jiang Mengmeng was astonished to see the young man rushing into the piano room. His handsome face was filled with anxiety and surprise. The girl who was suppressing Jiang Mengmeng seemed to be bewitched by something. Her eyelids were twitching, her eyelashes were trembling, and she fell straight to the ground like a piece of wood and fainted. Liu Ruyan, Lu Xinghe was very frightened. He immediately ran over and hugged Liu Ruyan in his arms. However, she was unconscious and unresponsive. "Ah, you lunatic!" Jiang Mengmeng was frightened. She rolled on the ground and crawled, not daring to stay here any longer, and ran out immediately. Lu Xing has no time to care about Jiang Mengmeng. The most important thing now is his wife. Liu Ruyan leaned sickly in his arms, looking extremely weak. There was a bloody scratch on the palm of her hand caused by a fragment, and blood was flowing out of it. Lu Xing's heart ached. Of course I feel sad. His gaze was directed out the window. It was raining heavily outside, pouring down. Looking at Liu Ruyan in his arms again, he seemed to be thinking about something. I saw her faint with my own eyes, and it was at the moment when it suddenly rained heavily. Does this indirectly prove that his inference is correct? Switch, it's raining, but we have to wait until Liu Ruyan wakes up first. When Lu Xing was about to carry Liu Ruyan to the infirmary, the system began to issue rewards. Drip interaction value plus 37, reward. A bottle of awakening fluid which can revive the patient. The reward came at the right time, exactly what Lu Xing needed. Lu Xing immediately asked Liu Ruyan to drink the sobering liquid given by the system. It was really useful. In less than a few seconds, he found that Liu Ruyan opened her eyes. He was also very nervous. Is it the main personality or the secondary personality that wakes up now? Lu Xing is very nervous now. When his eyes met hers, Lu Xing's Adam's apple rolled up and down. Lu Xing, hey. Liu Ruyan's lips moved, and after feeling Lu Xing's touch, her delicate body curled up, but she did not rush to keep a distance from Lu Xing. She was more patient, and sweat was already on her beautiful forehead. She felt like she was being roasted on a stove, and she was in great pain, so she stepped back a little. She was somewhat disappointed with her own reaction. I can clearly endure it, so why can't I control my physiological reactions? While Liu Ruyan was depressed, Lu Xing was very excited. That's great. Liu Ruyan was very surprised by the completely different reaction from hers. She didn't understand why Lu Xing was so happy. What's wrong? She asked. Lu Xing raised the corner of his mouth and said confidently, I think I know the premise of your personality switch. What is it? Liu Ruyan also became excited. Lu Xing had pointed out the window and said, rain. Every time Liu Ruyan switched her personality, it was usually raining outside. Originally, the secondary personality was planning to kill Jiang Mengmeng, but since it rained, she fainted and became the main personality. Liu Ruyan suddenly looked out the window as if she understood something. I see, that's how it is. The reason I have been searching for many years is so simple. Is it just rain? She still didn't quite believe it and felt like something was wrong. When she was in a trance, she heard Lu Xing's worried voice. You are bleeding a lot, you must go get some medicine and bandage. Liu Ruyan was startled and found that Lu Xing's burning gaze was fixed on the palm of her hand. Only then did she realize that blood was flowing from the palm of her hand. She was startled. What happened? Lu Xing had told Liu Ruyan everything that happened. Liu Ruyan was very surprised. She didn't expect the secondary personality to be so crazy. Lu Xing took Liu Ruyan to the infirmary. The doctor wanted to bandage Liu Ruyan, and she stepped back reluctantly. He was obviously as cautious as a deer, not daring to let the doctor get even a little closer. She is very afraid of being touched by others, and she will easily feel physical rejection if touched. In mild cases, there will be nausea and vomiting, and in severe cases, there will be shock. Suddenly, when Liu Ruyan was in trouble, a tall and strong figure appeared in front of her. Teacher, let's bandage it ourselves. She's a little shy. After Lu Xing explained, he took the medical kit from the doctor. Liu Ruyan, who was rescued, breathed a long sigh of relief. She and Lu Xing sat at the table. Do you need my help? Lu Xing asked. No, I'm used to it. I can do it myself. Lu Xing saw Liu Ruyan lowering her pretty little face and bandaging the wound with ease. It seems to be a common occurrence. That one sentence also made him feel a little distressed. For some unknown reason, she not only developed a split personality, but also a fear of physical contact. She couldn't get a cure for it for so many years and couldn't live a normal life at all. Her forbearing appearance is particularly pitiful. Lu Xing's heart softened a bit and he said, I've checked the weather forecast and it won't rain until next Monday. Before that, we can get some precautions and be prepared. A soft touch flashed across Liu Ruyan's eyes. Looking at Lu Xing's upright appearance, she said gratefully, Thank you. Also, I've asked for leave for you. You should have a good rest at home tomorrow. Lu Xing knew that too many things had happened today and did not give Liu Ruyan any room to breathe. She definitely won't be able to digest it all at once, so it's better for her to rest at home. Liu Ruyan nodded, then thought of something and said, Actually, I have a doubt. What? Lu Xing asked curiously. Chapter 38 Hunters always appear as prey. Why did Yanyan suddenly want to go to the piano room? Liu Ruyan frowned, very confused, and told Lu Xinghe a piece of news that surprised him. She doesn't know how to play the piano, and she's not going to meet anyone. If she wanted to learn piano, shouldn't she have signed up for lessons before? Liu Ruyan's words also caused Lu Xing to be confused. Yes, why did the secondary personality suddenly appear in the piano room? If you were meeting someone, why didn't that person show up? No one is around. What is she doing in the piano room? I will try my best to investigate this matter thoroughly, Lu Xing promised, and tell you when the time comes. Good. After Liu Ruyan was bandaged, Lu Xing sent her home. He first went to the bathroom, filled the bathtub with water, and then tested the temperature with his hand. Not too hot, not too cold, just right. After preparing everything, Lu Xing went out and said to Liu Ruyan, "Take a bath and then go to sleep." Liu Ruyan's eyes were gentle. When she saw Lu Xing about to go out, she was surprised. "Where are you going?" "To solve a more important matter." Lu Xing stopped at the door and turned back. "What? What? You can't sleep without me to put you to sleep." He looked at Liu Ruyan's anxious look, with an evil and somewhat cynical smile on his handsome face. Liu Ruyan's face instantly turned red, and she immediately shook her head. "Of course not. Then you just stay at home and sleep well. I'll be back soon." The curve of Lu Xing's lips deepened, and then he walked out. Two blushes suddenly appeared on Liu Ruyan's cheeks. Lu Xing's evil look echoed in her mind, and his frivolous words made her heart restless for a long time. The deer jumped around. Thinking back, she couldn't help but smile sweetly. Then she was stunned again. She seemed like she hadn't been this happy for a long time. The roar of the Lotus sports car echoed downstairs in the girls' dormitory. Don't be too conspicuous. After all, most students drive Wuling Hongguang. Occasionally a BMW or Mercedes-Benz would appear, but top-of-the-line sports cars like these are rare. Her best friend pulled Jiang Mengmeng aside and started talking excitedly. "This car looks great. I heard it costs tens of millions." "It's not that great. My boyfriend has a lot of cars like this in his garage." Jiang Mengmeng snorted coldly, pretending to be indifferent. However, she was very envious. Jiang Mengmeng's dream is to be able to drive a sports car like this and parade around town every day. She now has Lu Yunting as her boyfriend, but the problem is that Lu Yunting is not a good driver and is always taken here by the driver. "I haven't ridden in a luxury car many times, let alone been taken for a ride by my boyfriend. I don't know which girl is so lucky to meet a rich second-generation man who can come to pick her up downstairs of the girls' dormitory." When Jiang Mengmeng passed by, the car horn honked at her. She was startled, but my best friend around me started to get excited. "Wow, you're just as charming as ever. It seems like the rich second generation fell in love with you at first sight." After hearing her bestie's flattery, Jiang Mengmeng raised her head proudly. "Actually, being too charming isn't good either. It's too tiring attracting bees and butterflies every day. She is so beautiful and has such a good figure. Isn't it normal for men to fall in love with her? Unless he is blind." "Get in the car." A familiar voice suddenly fell. Jiang Mengmeng was still bragging when she was immediately startled. She found that the tent was lowered, revealing a familiar, handsome face. "Oh my God, is Lu Xing driving the sports car? I guess he is driving Liu Ruyan's car." When Jiang Mengmeng was guessing, she found that his eyes were quick and he was not someone to be trifled with. The horrific scene from that morning lingered in Jiang Mengmeng's mind, and she was still frightened. She was almost killed by that madman. Fortunately, she ran fast. Now Lu Xing came to find her, probably to apologize. Then she can easily control Lu Xing and Liu Ruyan. With a bad hand of cards, she can directly play a royal flush. Thinking of this, Jiang Mengmeng's red lips curved into an arc. She happily opened the car door and got in right in front of everyone's astonished gaze. I have to say that sports cars are really comfortable to sit in. It would be great if this car was hers. Lu Xing took her to a quiet and secluded corner. Jiang Mengmeng kicked off her burgundy high heels, lifted her feet, and placed them on the dashboard in one smooth motion. She deliberately showed off her beautiful legs in front of Lu Xing. With a haughty attitude, he teased her big, slutty waves and said, "Now you know you're scared, but you were scared a long time ago. If you had taken care of her earlier, you wouldn't have to beg me now." Lu Xing's eyes were cold, and he smiled sarcastically when he heard Jiang Mengmeng's words. Jiang Mengmeng unbuttoned her shirt and pulled down her collar, revealing the red marks on her neck from where the knife had stabbed her. She said, "Look, those are the marks left by that crazy woman. If she's sick, lock her up at home and don't let her out. Liu Ruyan bullied me and left me with a serious psychological trauma. She must pay me compensation for mental damages." I don't ask for much, just $500 million. That's not much for the Liu family, right? And you have to buy me a sports car with my name on it. And you have to withdraw your lawyer's letter against me and not recover the money you gave me. Otherwise, I will call the police immediately. You don't want to see Liu Ruyan locked up in a mental hospital, do you? As long as Lu Xing can meet her needs, she will become a rich and beautiful woman and reach the peak of her life. It wouldn't mean that Lu Xinghe would sue her, and she would be heavily in debt because of returning the money. Jiang Mengmeng's words made Lu Xing want to laugh. Isn't $500 million enough? This is obviously an exorbitant demand. Yeah, I have to withdraw the lawyer's letter. After hearing Lu Xinghe's words, Jiang Mengmeng was secretly happy. All the suffering she endured was not in vain, and she finally got what she had dreamed of. Lu Xing was indeed a gigolo, so cowardly that he surrendered after she threatened him with just a few words. I have to ask the lawyer to add one more charge, fraud and extortion. Lu Xing's black hair was stern, his eyes were narrow and raised, and he exuded a cold look. Jiang Mengmeng, who was originally very proud, restrained her smile. What did you say? Chapter 39, Belated affection is cheaper than grass. If you didn't cherish it at the beginning, why are you crying now? Lu Xinghe said lazily. My wife has a mental illness. You provoked her. Is it wrong for her to defend herself? No, I didn't do anything. She was the one who tried to kill me, Jiang Mengmeng yelled. There's surveillance footage to prove it. Surveillance? Sorry, it's not on, Lu Xing raised an eyebrow. My wife was verbally insulted by you and she was defending herself. What's wrong with that? You're using this to threaten me, which is a crime. He glanced at Jiang Mengmeng, whose face had turned pale. The punishment isn't severe, probably more than 3 years but less than 10 years. Lu Xing had long anticipated that Jiang Mengmeng would use the video to make trouble, so he had destroyed it long ago. Jiang Mengmeng was dumbfounded. She had never expected the situation to turn around. Jiang Mengmeng immediately argued, I didn't say anything. How could I blackmail you? Don't accuse me. My car has an automatic video recording function. What you said is enough to be presented as evidence in court, Lu Xing added calmly. Jiang Mengmeng's mind went blank. Lu Xinghe now has the support of Liu Ruyan. The Liu family is so powerful that they can cover the sky with one hand. If this case really goes to court, she will definitely lose. By then, she will really have to spend the rest of her life in jail, and the rest of her life will be ruined. Jiang Mengmeng no longer dared to be arrogant, and her tone became much gentler when talking to Lu Xinghe. She stood right in front of Lu Xinghe, pretending to be pitiful, squeezing out tears from her eyes, looking tearful. I'm sorry, I was just joking just now, don't take it seriously. You will definitely not bother with a weak woman like me. Jiang Mengmeng whimpered. It was my fault at the beginning. I ignored your feelings and hurt you, but you have to believe that my feelings for you are true. It's just that I am thin-skinned and I am a girl. We've been so close for so many years. You won't kill me, will you? It's really not easy for me. I finally got into college. If I get expelled, I'll be left with nothing. As she spoke, Jiang Mengmeng was about to grab Lu Xing's hands and begged, Please, let me go. I promise I won't tell anyone a word of what happened today. Lu Xinghe shook her hand away and looked at the crying woman in front of him with disgust. Don't touch me. I think it's dirty. Look how cheap tears are. For the sake of profit, she put aside her pride and cried her heart out in front of him. What a hypocritical woman the original owner loved. All these years of feelings were ultimately wasted. Is it worth it for the original owner to jump into the river in despair, just to escape the marriage for such a woman? When the original owner found out, she felt so heartbroken that her feelings were toyed with by such a woman. Lu Xinghe's indifferent look made Jiang Mengmeng stunned, heartbroken and her eyes red. Where did that big boy who only had eyes for her go? Why is the man who would laugh for a long time, when she secretly held his hand, so cold now? Go away. Jiang Mengmeng was kicked out of the car by Lu Xinghe. Jiang Mengmeng's face turned pale when she felt the cold wind outside. He wasn't like this before. I will definitely take good care of her, and show her concern for her in every possible way. When did it all change? He was left on a strange street unattended. He even threatened her for that woman. Is there really no love for her in his heart? Has he fallen in love with Liu Ruyan? Realizing this, Jiang Mengmeng seemed to have lost all her strength and became anxious. She cried and banged on the car window, feeling very regretful. Lu Xinghe, you don't like her, right? I was really wrong. I liked you, but I was deceived by Yun Ting. Now I know who treats me the best. Let's go back to the way we were before, okay? Jiang Mengmeng begged so humbly. Lu Xinghe in the car, however, did not hesitate to glance at him. He drove away without hesitation, causing Jiang Mengmeng to stumble and lose her balance. Lu Xinghe, come back, Jiang Mengmeng screamed in pain, covering her chest and unable to breathe. However, the person she was looking forward to left without looking back. At this moment, she became the most regretful person in the world. When Lu Xing returned to the villa, he found the room brightly lit. No lights on. It's already 12 o'clock, and she hasn't gone to bed yet. Lu Xing returned to his room, but found that things were completely different from what he thought. She bent over and fell asleep on the desk, with an open English textbook resting under her pretty, smooth little face. Her pink and tender little hand was still tightly holding the black pen, not letting go. What an eyelash expert! Lu Xinghe felt it was very long and curly. She is like a Barbie doll, with a very delicate face. However, she worked so hard today. Was she still staying up late to study even though she was injured? The temperature inside the house is a bit low, especially since it's windy outside and the air conditioner isn't on yet. Lu Xing was afraid that she would catch a cold, so he wanted to carry her to bed. But he retracted his hand halfway. No, he can't touch Liu Ruyan. After all, Liu Ruyan has a fear of physical touching. What if I feel his touch and have a physical reaction? Lu Xing hesitated for a long time, but finally took out a thin, furry blanket and was about to cover Liu Ruyan's shoulders. I had just covered her with the blanket when I discovered that Liu Ruyan had slowly regained consciousness. She moaned, her eyes still a little dazed. Lu Xing could even see the red bloodshot in her eyes, and she was obviously very tired. When she saw herself, her eyes lit up and a slight ripple appeared at the corners of her lips. When did you come back? Unlike her cold little face, her voice was softer. Lu Xing felt like his whole body was numb. His eyes were filled with a faint smile, and he said to her, "You just came back not long ago? Don't study so late, go to bed quickly. The top student is really hardworking. He stays up late to study." He finally understood why he had been a poor student all these years. "Here you go." Liu Ruyan placed a notebook in front of him and grabbed a few textbooks. She said, "I've highlighted some of the key points for you. There are also notes for the CET4. If you read all of them, you can easily pass the exam." Lu Xing was stunned. "Did you write this for me?" "Mainly because I'm bored." Liu Ruyan replied lightly, but her face was a little hot. She didn't dare to meet Lu Xing's burning gaze, for fear that her heart would slow down. Lu Xing thought she was too arrogant. She clearly cared about him, but pretended not to. Take a look at the notes. The handwriting is neat and beautiful, not sloppy at all. Many knowledge points are listed, which are clear at a glance. You can see that a lot of effort has been put into it. She prepared so much because she was afraid that she would fail the exam. Lu Xing was a little moved and couldn't help but curl up the corners of his lips. "Thank you. I will watch it carefully." Liu Ruyan appeared calm, but in reality she was overjoyed. "Okay, then good luck on the level 4 exam next week." Lu Xing nodded slowly. "Sure." After all, next week is exam week, so everyone worked very hard, for fear that they would fail the CET4, which would affect their graduation. Lu Xing installed the Zuba system, but his brothers all had to go to the library to study. Lu Xing also joined in the fun, and if they encountered something they didn't know how to do, he could teach them. I arrived at the library very early, but it was still crowded with a lot of people. There were no seats to be seen for a moment. Jia Hui was very depressed. "Don't you all sleep in? Why are you here so early?" Huo shrugged. "We can only wait. There is no other way. If it doesn't work, we can go back to the dormitory." "Xinghe, please sit here with me." A familiar voice sounded. Chapter 40 hesitation will lead to failure. Sincerity will be in vain. Lu Xing saw a young girl standing up from a seat not far away. She waved at herself with a smile. This scene surprised the people around, because the girl who gave up her seat was actually Jiang Mengmeng. I've never seen this before. Lu Xing has always been Jiang Mengmeng's bootlicker. Lu Xing always rushes to the front row to save a seat for Jiang Mengmeng, and then waits for Jiang Mengmeng to arrive late. Now it's changed. Jiang Mengmeng actually saved a seat for Lu Xing. Even Jia Hui looked at Lu Xing in disbelief. "Am I still asleep today, or am I seeing things?" Huo asked Lu Xing in astonishment. "Is this really Jiang Mengmeng?" Even Lu Xing was surprised. He didn't expect Jiang Mengmeng to give up her seat on her own initiative. Seeing that Lu Xing didn't come over, Jiang Mengmeng became anxious. "Hurry up and sit down, otherwise you'll have to wait for a long time. It's peak time now, and it's hard to wait for a seat." Seeing the Coke in Lu Xing's arms, Jiang Mengmeng said to him, "Drink less carbonated drinks, they're not good for your health. How about some juice? I'll buy you some freshly squeezed juice." I remember you like orange juice, 30% sugar. Everyone was dumbfounded again. Jiang Mengmeng is the school belle after all. In the past, Lu Xing always gave Jiang Mengmeng meticulous care. Now the situation has changed, and Jiang Mengmeng is now passionate about Lu Xing. No, I'd rather wait. Lu Xing did not accept Jiang Mengmeng's flattery. It must be that yesterday's warning was effective. Otherwise, why would Jiang Mengmeng's attitude towards him change? Everyone was shocked again. Brother, the campus beauty gave you her seat, but you refused to sit down. We've been waiting for this kind of benefit for a long time, but we haven't had any yet. You have it, and you don't even want it. Many people wanted to sit down in Lu Xing's place, but they were afraid that Jiang Mengmeng would get angry, so they could only look at Lu Xing with envy. Jiang Mengmeng didn't expect that Lu Xing would reject her in public. In the past, he always kept his word. If she had given him her seat before, he would probably be overjoyed. But now he would rather stand than care about her position, as if she had germs on her body. This made Jiang Mengmeng feel extremely disappointed. Her eyes turned bloodshot, and she felt very aggrieved. Just because Lu Xing got married, did he become Liu Ruyan's love-brained person and turn a blind eye to her advances? Jiang Mengmeng couldn't believe that there was really not a trace of herself in his heart. Her competitive spirit was aroused, and instead of getting angry at Lu Xing, she forced a smile and said, "Okay, I'll listen to you. I've passed the level 4 exam before, so if you have any questions, you can ask me." She even took out a translation pen from her bag and handed it to Lu Xing. "I bought this before. It's very useful. It has a translation function. I'm giving it to you." Zha Hui was stunned and said to Lu Xing in astonishment, "This costs more than 4,000 yuan apiece, and they just gave it to you." In the past, it was always Jiang Mengmeng who asked Lu Xing for money to buy things, but Jiang Mengmeng always thought it was not enough. There was no reason for Jiang Mengmeng to give Lu Xing a gift. Jiang Mengmeng is such a stingy person, but how could she be so generous to Lu Xing? What a miracle! Lu Xing looked at Jiang Mengmeng's overtures and said with disdain, "You should leave it to Lu Yunting. He needs it more than I do now. After all, passing level 4 is still a big deal." As soon as these words were spoken, the people around him laughed out loud. You should know that Lu Xing had given Lu Yunting a warning in the classroom before. Lu Yunting's English level was immediately exposed. Now he has made a fool of himself, hiding at home for several days. It is difficult for him to take the CAT4 exam. It is indeed more suitable for Lu Yunting. Jiang Mengmeng's face looked like a color palette, very ugly. She has lost contact with Lu Yunting recently. If she wants to give it to him, she must at least meet him in person. Lu Xing was obviously embarrassing her in front of everyone by doing this. She had never had such a hard time getting off the stage. Lu Xing said to his brothers, "The library is too crowded. You should go to my house to review. I have a private tutor who can give you one-on-one lessons. There is also a book corner where you can read books." As soon as these words were spoken, Zha Hui and others were very happy. "That's great. Brother Xing's house is a big villa. It's the boss. There are servants waiting on us, and there's afternoon tea. It's much better than being bored in the library. I was worried about having no one to teach me. Hearing about private tutoring solved my big problem." Everyone around was envious. Is it too late for them to be friends with Lu Xing now? The library isn't actually that quiet, and you have to share a space with strangers, and the air isn't fresh. On top of that, if you make any noise, you're likely to get looked down upon. Who doesn't want to study quietly in a big villa surrounded by maids? If you don't understand, there are private lessons. This is so happy. Jiang Mengmeng's face became even uglier. Her flattery just now was obviously self-defeating. A translation pen. Haha, can it compare to someone else's personal trainer? Lu Xing took his brothers away and ignored Jiang Mengmeng. When the brothers saw Lu Xing's sports car, they were all extremely surprised. "How much is it, Brother Xing? It looks so cool, and it's a convertible. It should be worth several million. When will I have my own sports car? I envy you so much." Lu Xing felt very proud when he heard everyone's exclamations of surprise. "Like sports cars? Okay, go to my garage and pick out a few to lend you." These words shocked everyone. "Besides, is this just one of them? You're just letting us drive it. Aren't you afraid we'll wreck it? I heard a single car part would cost tens of thousands." Lu Xing didn't care. "It's okay, it's broken, just buy another one. The old one must go, the new one must come." It's not that he can't afford it now. Buying a car is just like buying vegetables. He can just buy it casually. He won't feel bad about it. Even if he doesn't want to buy it, there will be people who will rush to give it to him. After all, he is now in a high position and has founded a company, so there are many people who want to curry favor with him. The brothers are so envious. They probably spent their entire lives screwing screws, but still couldn't afford to buy a wheel. Lu Xing married the eldest daughter of the Liu family, and he never had to worry about food and clothing for the rest of his life. When I was young, I didn't know the benefits of rich women, and I mistakenly treated lowly as a treasure. Not to mention Lu Xing, his wife. She is not only a lowly, but also a rich woman. Everyone sighed. Hey, I used to advise you not to go on blind dates, but I ended up being the clown. Now I really feel that the rich and poor classes are too obvious. I feel like you and I are not from the same world. I already feel like I'm not worthy of you, brother Xing, and yet you're still willing to be my friend. Seeing someone feeling inferior, Lu Xing immediately encouraged them. Don't look down on yourselves. You are not bad either. You all have your own strengths. I am just lucky and have a good life. He said, don't worry, I'm here and I won't let you get hurt. I'll introduce you to some pretty girls with good conditions and try to get you out of singlehood soon. After hearing Lu Xing his words, their eyes suddenly lit up. Brother Xing, I'm so lucky to have you. I will work like a slave for you all my life, washing your feet and rubbing your back. When my sister-in-law gives birth, I'll change diapers and take care of the baby for free, and you two can go enjoy your own world. Lu Xing looked at their jokes and couldn't help laughing. Fuck you, I have a confinement nanny, do I need you to do it? Learn it well later, don't waste my efforts, find a private trainer to help you. Watching Lu Xing ascend to heaven, he did not look down on them, act like a rich man, or boss them around. Instead, he was so nice to them. Jia Hui and others were very moved. He secretly swore in his heart that he would never let Lu Xing down and would never betray Lu Xing. If he needed their help in the future, he would go through fire and water without hesitation. But I didn't expect that his words would come true, but that's a story for later. P.S. I'm so sleepy from writing till now. I'll go to bed after updating. Good night. Chapter 41. I married a fairy wife, and all the boys in the school called me the god of pure love. When Lu Xinghe took them to the villa, the brothers couldn't stop exclaiming. They knew the villa where Lu Xinghe lived, but they didn't expect it to be so luxurious. Not only does it have an outdoor swimming pool, it also has a large e-sports room, a luxurious gym, a dance studio, a starry sky cinema, and an arcade. The servants stood in a row, and when they saw them, they shouted respectfully, "Welcome home, sir, welcome your friends. You can give us whatever you want." This arrangement is so grand. They usually have to do their own housework, and even wash their own pants. It turns out that Lu Xinghe actually has a housekeeper, an assistant, a driver, a gardener, and a maid. Comparing yourself to others is really frustrating. Everyone was very excited and said excitedly, "Brother Xing, you are living a wonderful life. Your house is so big. Don't tell me there's an elevator at home. It saves effort. I don't have to walk up the stairs. The swimming pool outside the villa must be comfortable to swim in during the summer. There's no need to go to the swimming pool. You even have an e-sports room. I'm so envious. The equipment should be the best, right? Can we play in it?" Seeing everyone as excited as if they had been injected with chicken blood, Lu Xing smiled helplessly. "Okay, after we finish studying, you can play as much as you want." Perhaps because he was used to this kind of life as a young master, Lu Xinghe didn't find it that novel. There is a large study room at home. The desks and chairs are office chairs air-shipped from France. They are made of soft leather and are very comfortable. They also have massage functions, so you won't get back pain after sitting for a while. When Jia Hui and others were leaning comfortably, a graceful figure walked in. "I'm afraid you're thirsty, so I made some drinks for you to drink." When Lu Xing heard the melodious voice, he knew who appeared. When I looked up, I saw Liu Ruyan's beautiful face. Under the refraction of the light, there was a hint of warmth. Her eyes were upturned like a fox, very charming and making people unable to take their eyes away. Not to mention that she was wearing a light blue long skirt, which made her slender waist clearly visible, reducing her coldness and adding a literary goddess temperament. She placed the drinks on the tray, on the table one by one. "This is milk matcha. I made it iced. If you want it hot, I can heat it up. And this is ice blue whipped coconut milk with boba and 3/4 sugar. If that's not sweet enough, we also have coconut milk and milk balls here. You can add your own. If you like hot drinks, you can have this soy milk rice mochi. I added some toppings like Oreos and taro paste. If you like milk, I can also add some for you. If you like something refreshing, you can drink my freshly squeezed orange juice and lemon black tea, both with less ice." After Liu Ruyan brought the drinks, everyone was stunned. This is almost catching up with the variety of milk tea shops. Jia Hui said in surprise, "Did you do all this by yourself?" Liu Ruyan nodded. "I like baking, so I'll give it some research." Everyone was amazed. You should know that these drinks are not easy to make, and the steps are very complicated. It's rare to be able to drink something made by girls, but now there are so many of them. Or is it for free? Brother Xing, it turns out you eat so well. Do you need a dog at home? A thin dog that will eat and sleep on time. Sister-in-law is really awesome. Can I come and eat with her in the future? Looking at the envious eyes of his brothers, Lu Xing's face also lit up. He didn't expect Liu Ruyan to make so much. He knew she could cook, but he didn't expect her to have the patience to make so much. Lu Xing originally thought that the drinks were all that were served, but Liu Ruyan said, "Wait a minute, there's more." Anything else? Lu Xing was surprised. After Liu Ruyan left the room, after a while, everyone smelled a fragrance. Lu Xing found that Liu Ruyan and the servants brought in some desserts. Boston pie, black forest mousse, tiramisu, soufflé, cream Swiss roll, brownie, double skim milk, pork floss bacon. Lu Xing was dumbfounded. Studying is very brain-intensive. You can eat something. Liu Ruyan looked at Lu Xing gently. Lu Xing, it's really just a little bit. Jia Hui and the others sighed. Brother Xing, are we here to study or to eat? You are so lucky. If everyone could marry a fairy-like wife like you, who would be afraid of marriage? Who said it wasn't? I'm going to use my sister-in-law as a template to find a girlfriend now. Lu Xing's smile was harder to suppress than AK's after hearing the compliments. He was truly proud of himself and had reached the peak of his life. Before, his brothers kept advising him not to marry Liu Ruyan. Now look, they have all been slapped in the face. They are all envious, jealous, and hateful. Lu Xing was very proud and felt that the best thing he had done was to marry such a perfect wife. Of course, no one is perfect. Except for Liu Ruyan, who has a split personality and becomes a Yandere wife, no one else has any shortcomings. But this is not a disadvantage for Lu Xing. Only Lu Xing knows how clingy and cute his Yandere wife is, which makes up for his regret that he can't be close to his main personality wife. Looking at it this way, it's simply perfect. When Liu Ruyan helped pour lemon tea, Huo took the initiative to help. "Sister-in-law, let me do it." Seeing Huo approaching her, her little face turned pale. Her body was trembling and she was resisting his approach. Just when she was about to fall, she felt a strong figure inserting between her and Huo. "Let me do it." When Liu Ruyan saw Lu Xing's handsome and tall face, she felt that her savior had come. There was gratitude in her eyes, which happened to be noticed by Lu Xing. Lu Xing's lips curled slightly, and he gently leaned against her side and said, "It's okay, I will protect you." It was said very softly, like a gentle breeze, and it seemed to become a secret between the two of them, making Liu Ruyan's little face blush and her heart beat fast. She felt very safe. When the private tutor showed up, Liu Ruyan left tactfully for fear of disturbing their studies. Lu Xing drank the ice blue whipped coconut milk made by Liu Ruyan and ate a Swiss roll, feeling very happy. But the brothers were not focused on their studies. Everyone ate voraciously, fearing that the food would be eaten up. "Jia Hui, you eat too much, leave some for me." Huo, you still dare to criticize me. Who finished this plate of cookies? This pork floss bun is so crispy. How did my sister-in-law make it? Do you have a recipe? I want my mom to make it. The personal trainer was so greedy that he licked his lips and wanted to eat it. Lu Xing watched them fighting over food and shook his head. What a bunch of beasts, he barely ate a few bites. However, the private instructor quickly pulled Jia Hui and the others back to study hard. Lu Xing was very leisurely. He had already completed these courses ahead of time, so it didn't matter if he took the TOEFL now. Taking advantage of his boredom, Lu Xing started looking at some company documents. "Brother Xing, what are you looking at? Are you examining the examiner?" Huo asked curiously. The next answer shocked him for 100 million years. Chapter 42, the Yandere personality appears again. "No, I don't need to roll up my sleeves. I just need to start a company and determine some things," Lu Xing has said lightly. One sentence was like a torpedo that exploded the water, causing huge waves. "Oh my God, this is not exciting. Brother Xing, you want to start a company. We're still struggling with level 4, and you've already expanded and are planning to start a company. Brother Xing, are you going to let us live? You can rely on your wife for food and clothing, but you insist on working hard on your own. What reason do we have not to work hard?" I originally thought Lu Xing was fooling everyone, but when I looked at Lu Xing's documents, wow, so many words, most of them are professional terms. These newbies can't understand it at all. Why was Lu Xing so engrossed in watching just now? When did Lu Xing become so competitive? No wonder he is so far ahead of them. Now that I'm married, I have to build a career. After all, I'm the breadwinner of the family and I can't just sit back and enjoy the fruits of my labor. Women are the icing on the cake, but building a career is the most important thing. Lu Xing didn't take it on guard and spoke his mind frankly. Lu Xing doesn't want to be called a gigolo. He wants to rely on his own abilities to build his own business empire. Brother Xing, I support you. If you need any help, call me. I'm strong and can help you carry the furniture. I can also serve tea and water. If your company needs to distribute flyers, come to me. It's free. I will definitely help you promote your business. Yes, I can't do those technical jobs, but I can do any physical work. I'll do it for free. Lu Xing was a little surprised. He had thought that his brothers would think his approach was risky, but he didn't expect that they were all so supportive and enthusiastic. Lu Xing was a little touched. Okay. After the exam is over, I'll find you if I have anything to do and we can start a business together. Although the original owner's taste in women was not very good, he was really good at making friends. Maybe this is what is called failure in love, but success in friendship. As time went by, after the brothers finished their meal, Lu Xing sent them back to school. When Lu Xing returned home, he found a white figure huddled on the swing in the courtyard. It was a very small one, curled up in a ball like a little fox, feeling very lonely and isolated, with its little head buried in its arms. Lu Xing didn't even know if the other person was crying, but Lu Xing recognized this figure. "What are you doing here?" Lu Xing asked curiously. Woo, I thought you didn't want me anymore." Liu Ruyan raised her head with tears in her eyes. Her eyes were already beautiful, and now they looked even more adorable, as if they were wet with dew. After seeing Lu Xing, she reached out and hugged Lu Xing without hesitation. Lu Xing was completely surprised. She could actually hug herself. No adverse reactions at all. This is definitely not the main personality. This is the Yandere personality. Lu Xing suddenly looked up at the sky. There is no sign of rain. What's going on? He remembered that it didn't rain today. Why is it completely different from what he thought? So he guessed wrong. The switch that switches personality is not the rain. What exactly is that? While Lu Xing was stunned, he noticed that Liu Ruyan had a pouting face and looked very aggrieved. He didn't have time to think about anything else and couldn't help but coax his wife. "How could I not want you? What are you thinking about?" Liu Ruyan sobbed. "I was afraid you'd get angry, so I stayed away. She was the one who provoked me first. I just can't stand her." Liu Ruyan declared her sovereignty domineeringly. "You are mine, and you will only be mine. She can't take you away. If she continues to push her limits, I will destroy her." Lu Xing could see her spoiled side, and also see how much she cared about him. He was not angry, but felt that he was important and happy. Lu Xing's fingers gently touched and pinched Liu Ruyan's smooth, fair little face and coaxed her. "Okay, you little confused boy, you're so stupid. What are you thinking about? How can I be angry with you for such a small thing?" Besides, was what she caused a big deal. Jiang Mengmeng was originally in need of lessons, so this was considered a lesson for her. "I'm so happy that my wife stood up for me, but we can't be so impulsive in the future, okay? I don't want you to be caught." Lu Xing comforted her softly. Liu Ruyan blinked her eyelashes, still a little uncertain. "Really? You're not angry?" "Certainly." "Then give me a kiss, husband." Liu Ruyan pouted her beautiful red lips and asked for a kiss. Lu Xing didn't even think about it and just lowered his head and stamped it. After being kissed, Liu Ruyan was immersed in happiness, smiling sweetly, and hanging her arms around Lu Xing's neck, reluctant to let go. "Especially clingy. Hubby, I will give you less trouble in the future, Tilda." The babyish and coquettish voice made Lu Xing feel as sweet as honey. For example, if you have a very cute ragdoll cat at home, one day the ragdoll cat had a fight with other cats and scratched the other kittens. The cat knew it was wrong and came to please you, rubbed against you, and meowed in your arms. How can you not forgive? No matter how angry Lu Xing was, he couldn't vent it in front of this soft and pretty face. "Just want to pamper. That's good to know. I don't want you to be arrested so that I can't see you anymore." Lu Xing stroked Liu Ruyan's hair. Liu Ruyan thought for a moment and said weakly, "Then I'll try another way to get rid of her." Puff! How could she say such harsh words in such a sweet tone? Lu Xing definitely believes in Liu Ruyan. She really intended to use her brain and calculate Jiang Mengmeng's words. Jiang Mengmeng is definitely not her opponent, but Lu Xing didn't want Liu Ruyan to take risks. If someone caught her, it would be bad for her. "No, it's not worth it to get your hands dirty. A small character like this is not worth your effort. Your husband will take care of it. Just listen to me. Lu Xing coaxed her, but she didn't make a fuss. She felt a little sorry, but still nodded obediently. Okay, but if you need help, just tell me. I will definitely help you. After hearing Liu Ruyan's words, Lu Xing's eyes became more gentle. But he was very confident and refused. I don't need your help, I can handle it myself. Ding, interaction detected. Interaction value plus 65, rewarding the host's stock investment ability and providing you with a list of promising stocks. Lu Xing is interested in stocks. You know, he used to dream of getting rich overnight. It's just that he was unlucky and always made the wrong investments, so he lost some money. The system's reward now is obviously to allow him to make money without doing anything. After Lu Xing looked at the list of hot stocks, he immediately had an idea. He directly invested tens of millions of yuan in Chengnan Enterprise. By then, the money earned from the investment can be used to contribute to the company. However, Lu Xing did not expect that this action would trigger a butterfly effect, and the gears of fate began to turn. Chapter 43, The President is Here, Get Out of the Way. This bright and luxurious building is located in the heart of the city. It's situated on the most beautiful riverbank, and from its floor-to-ceiling windows, you can overlook the stunning river below. The design of the office building is high-end, classy, low-key, luxurious, and meaningful, and it can be said that every inch of land is worth its weight in gold. But no one expected that the company was not renting a building, but using its own property. The staff were all squatting at the gate, looking forward to it, feeling very nervous. The manager said seriously, "Everyone must be given a warm welcome. Our president must not be careless, otherwise he will be severely punished." Yes, the staff nodded in unison. They are all top students who graduated from top universities and were selected after numerous rounds of selection. The company's treatment is rare in the outside world. I heard that the boss is rumored to have a strong background and connections, so naturally he cannot be offended. Anyone who can cling to the CEO's thigh will have a bright future. At this moment, an extended Rolls-Royce sedan stopped on the red carpet. It also made the employees' hearts beat fast. Here he comes, here he comes. The rumored big boss is finally going to reveal his true identity. After the car door opened, a man in a suit and tie got out. His hair stood up, his face was serious, and he wore a pair of gold-rimmed glasses. Everyone thought he is worthy of being the boss. He has a real charisma. However, the next second, the man in the suit immediately turned into a fawning face. He bent down, made an inviting gesture, and said with a smile, "Mr. Lu, be careful not to trip." "Staff, isn't this the boss?" That boss must be a more majestic figure. However, in stark contrast to the background of the building, the visitor was only wearing a simple white casual shirt, light blue jeans, and a pair of very monotonous white sneakers. "Staff, did they see it wrong? Isn't the person in front of me a male college student with a childish face and who has never entered society? But he is quite handsome with nice features. He is not arrogant at all and looks very friendly. He is definitely the kind of masculine guy that little girls like." There was a faint smile on her face, and even the old lady in her 40s blushed. Who doesn't think of their first love? They all look like refreshing big boys. But that's not the point. The point is, their boss is a male college student. They studied very hard and fought their way out of the academic world, only to end up working for a college student. It turns out that no matter how well you study, it is not as good as being born into a good family. What are you still standing there for? The manager looked at his dumbfounded subordinates, feeling a little unhappy, and urged them secretly. The staff only then thought about the important business of the day. It doesn't matter whether he is 8 or 18 years old. They are all their bosses. Pa pa pa. The firework tube was opened, and petals sprayed out from it. The atmosphere was very lively as the ribbons were scattered. "Welcome, Mr. Lu." The staff separated into 2 rows and bowed their heads to Lu Xing in unison, shouting slogans very loudly. Lu Xing never expected to see this day. These are all top students from Tsinghua University and Peking University, and now they all bow and scrape to him. I have to say that the HR recommended by Liu Ruyan was very efficient. In a short period of time, they recruited a lot of outstanding employees and also poached senior executives from other companies for their own use. Lu Xing raised the corners of his lips and said, "Everyone come on and achieve more success." He walked past the crowd and into the hall. The manager was particularly servile. He ran up and willingly acted as the guide. "Mr. Lu, where do you plan to inspect today?" The marketing department on the first floor, the administration department on the second floor, the after-sales department, or the technical department. Whatever, anything is fine. Okay, then let's go through each floor one by one, the manager said with a smile. Lu Xing didn't even need to press the elevator button himself. The manager had already pressed it for him floor by floor. When the manager led Lu Xing to various departments, every employee he met, even the general manager, had to nod and bow to Lu Xing. Hello, Mr. Lu. Lu Xing nodded. Who would dare to disrespect him when he patrols various departments? They all looked at the computer honestly and didn't dare to do anything tricky under his nose. Not to mention slacking off. Lu Xing remembered that when he was a child, he played with his mobile phone in class in a sneaky way, for fear that the teacher would find out. Now these employees have a fearful feeling of being dominated. As long as you give the orders, who would dare to disobey? Lu Xing felt like he was standing at the very top of the pyramid. This is power. With power you can look down on others. Everyone was kind to him. Lu Xing felt a sense of belonging here. It's great to be a president. Everyone listens to him and no one will go against him. This was Lu Xing's first time visiting the company. He had heard that the decoration had been completed a long time ago, but he had never come to inspect it. He is the boss, and there are people working under him. As expected, the boss is the one with the least time in the company. He is not even required to work from 9 to 5, so who dares to say anything bad? I'm tired, I'll go check on my office. Lu Xing said to the manager. The manager smiled flatteringly. Okay, then you can go back to the office and take a rest. Do you need me to arrange lunch for you? Lu Xing said. Okay, go and get ready. The manager nodded. Okay, as you command. Lu Xing returned to his office. Everyone was stunned. Is this really an office? Since the renovation was completed in such a short time, he even suspected that they had cut corners. But now it seems to be a conscientious project. The office is even bigger than a classroom and has the best view in the entire building. It faces the river, and on the right you can see the hustle and bustle of the city. The glass design is very soundproof, so it won't be noisy. Not only that, it is also very secretive. The employees outside cannot find out what is happening inside. But if Lu Xing wants to see what the employees are doing, he can simply turn on the 3D projector and monitor everything. Awesome! No wonder so many CEOs love to make trouble in the office. This is the reason. In addition to the top-of-the-line computers, the office also has a cubicle specifically for him to rest. It has a large Simmons bed, scented air, and a projector, making it just like a luxury hotel room. Lu Xing was really satisfied. Even if he stayed indoors, he could feel the comfort of home here. Are you here to work or to get a room? Mr. Lu, are you satisfied? The manager smiled ingratiatingly. Lu Xing nodded and said, everything is fine except for one thing. What? The manager was very scared, afraid of neglecting Lu Xing. Secretary, I'm the CEO after all. I can't not even have a secretary. Lu Xing felt that without a secretary, it would be like a mansion without windows. Something was missing. The manager smiled knowingly. Of course, but this is a private matter, so you must choose it yourself. Private things. Hearing the manager's tone, Lu Xing felt that the secretary was very dishonest. Please, this is for a secretary, not a princess. He is a serious man. However, Lu Xing had never expected that choosing a secretary would lead to such a special experience. Chapter 44. After the president took office, he had so many beautiful secretaries. After the meal, let the interviewees come up and let you, the president, make the careful selection, said the manager. Okay, I'll leave it to you then. Lu Xing believed that the manager's efficiency would definitely satisfy him. It's great to be a president. You don't have to do anything, and there are always a lot of people helping you. Originally, Lu Xing thought that the meal prepared by the manager was just ordinary, with more meat dishes at most. But who would have thought that the dishes on the table would include braised shark's fin, yellow croaker soup, bamboo fungus liver paste soup. Buddha jumps over the wall, 3 sets of duck, 8 immortals crossing the sea to disturb the Arhat, bird's nest in clear soup, squirrel mandarin fish, wensi tofu, soft eel, and fresh abalone in oil. Lu Xing was dumbfounded when he saw it. Any dish is ridiculously expensive. Now he can eat so many famous dishes in one breath. Seeing that Lu Xing didn't move his chopsticks, the manager was very worried. What's wrong? Is it not to your liking? If you want to eat anything, just tell me. No, this is good. Lu Xing just couldn't believe it. This was what the manager said, just prepare it casually. This is really casual. Every step requires complicated procedures and expensive materials. Okay, then enjoy it. Seeing that Lu Xinghe had no objection, the manager breathed a sigh of relief and left. Lu Xinghe enjoyed his lunch with gusto. He had to say that the shark fin was really delicious and blended perfectly with the soup base. It was all gone in a gulp, and Lu Xinghe felt a little bit full. The three-piece duck is tender, with soft and glutinous skin, and is cooked to perfection. When paired with the side dishes, it is quite refreshing and refreshing. As for Wensi tofu, although it is just an ordinary dish, it is very demanding on knife skills. It is not something that an ordinary chef can make. It tastes smooth and delicious. After such a big meal, Lu Xinghe's stomach felt bloated. But no matter how much he eats, he doesn't have to worry about gaining weight. After all, he has the skill of eating a lot without gaining weight. After dinner, the manager arranged an interview. Lu Xinghe was sitting on the sofa when he saw a group of beautiful women coming in one after another, which was a feast for the eyes. All I see are breasts. All I see are legs. All I see is black stockings. Is this really an interview and not a beauty pageant? Lu Xinghe's current thought was that the manager was a pervert. This is probably chosen according to the manager's preference. But he likes it. Who doesn't like to look at beautiful women? Lu Xinghe is definitely no exception. There is a beautiful woman who dresses up beautifully and walks back and forth in front of you every day. Even if she does nothing, she is a pleasing sight. Of course, don't overthink it. The best thing is to let the secretary do the work. Lu Xinghe felt like he had suddenly fallen into a bush of flowers. Just as he was feeling happy, he suddenly caught a glimpse of a familiar figure appearing. Her curly hair was tied up at this moment and fixed with a crystal hairpin, highlighting her beautiful white neck. Other people's clothes are tight, but hers are even tighter than theirs. Other people's skirts are short, and hers is even shorter than theirs. Other people's high heels are high, hers are even higher, but they make her legs look longer and straighter, her ankles more beautiful, and her body proportions better. Now she cast a meaningful look at Lu Xinghe, curling her lips cunningly, with a hint of provocation and teasing. Old. Lu Xinghe was dumbfounded and started stuttering. This beauty is Liu Ruyan. Old, then I'll replace them with a group of young and beautiful ones. Cold sweat appeared on the manager's forehead. He was afraid that Lu Xinghe would get angry, so he was particularly considerate. No, this is my wife. Lu Xinghe pointed at Liu Ruyan and became excited. The manager was dumbfounded when he heard this. He saw that she was the most beautiful, fairest, and best-looking woman in the group of women. Turns out she's the president's wife. It's over, barbecue. Why did he pick the president's wife in it? Change, do you dare to change? Liu Ruyan crossed her arms over her chest. Because she was unhappy, her red lips had already outlined a hint of provocative arc. Of course not, I'm choosing a secretary. Why are you here? Lu Xinghe asked. Liu Ruyan snorted and said, What's wrong? Did I show up and ruin your plans? Can't I just be your secretary? Mainly, Liu Ruyan heard that Lu Xinghe needed a female secretary. While at first glance, they are all young and beautiful girls. How could she remain calm? She would definitely come and kill her. She believed that Lu Xinghe was loyal to her, but she didn't believe that these girls were so simple-minded. I'm prettier than them, my skirts are shorter than theirs, and my face is prettier than theirs. I'm more than qualified to be your secretary. I'm very capable, Liu Ruyan said proudly with her hands on her hips. Yes, I know, but professional matters should be left to professionals. You are my wife, how can I let you work hard? Lu Xinghe said. He paused and said, Besides, you still have classes to attend. How can you have time to be a secretary? Liu Ruyan put on her high heels and sat directly on Lu Xinghe's thighs without caring about who was watching. She complained in a coquettish voice. Can't I work part-time? It's okay if it's a little harder. I just want to stay with you forever and never separate tilde. Ding, interaction value detected plus 35, rewarding host digestion ability plus 36. This just solved Lu Xinghe's concern about having a bloated stomach. Now he feels that his stomach has digested the food, and he feels relaxed and comfortable. The manager's eyes widened when he saw it. The screen is full of legs. The CEO is so lucky, he has good taste and took the initiative to pick the most beautiful one, especially since my wife is so coquettish and loves to act like a spoiled brat. The manager was so envious. He sighed as he thought about the tigress he had at home. It's good enough that his wife doesn't make him kneel on the keyboard, but he's still acting like a spoiled child. He's dreaming. Some people are so enviable. Not only were they born in Rome, but they can also start a company. Not only can they start a company, but they also have a beautiful wife who loves to act like a spoiled child. Lu Xinghe almost couldn't hold it in anymore. His wife was so seductive and clingy. If there weren't so many people present, Lu Xinghe would definitely kiss this little lilac mouth. Okay, I know, I definitely don't want to be apart from you, but I have to go to work. How can I concentrate when you're here? Lu Xing controlled Liu Ruyan with just one sentence. She stopped making a fuss and nodded. Yeah, you definitely need to be distracted. Lu Xing played with Liu Ruyan's soft, white hands, enjoying the smoothness of her palms, and said, Then you have to consider your husband, right? How about we not be secretaries? Okay, Liu Ruyan buried her face in Lu Xing's neck. But you have to choose the secretary carefully. You can't just look at the face. Good. How could Lu Xing feel sorry for these beauties? None of them have the slim waist, long legs, and beautiful face like my wife. They are all just vases. Finally, Lu Xing took a look at the interview list, and after considering the overall abilities, he decided to hire a secretary. A Harvard graduate, he previously worked as a secretary general in a large company. He has extensive work experience, is capable in handling matters, is very self-disciplined, and most importantly, has strong communication skills and is quiet. After choosing the secretary, Lu Xing found that Liu Ruyan in his arms was in tears. What's wrong? Why are you crying for no reason? Lu Xing became nervous. P.S. Dear friends, please collect this book. It is very important. The author humbly asks for collection. Chapter 45. The mysterious CEO appears and becomes the focus of the Lu family's attention. Liu Ruyan rubbed her face against Lu Xing's chest, grabbed Lu Xing's back and said softly, Husband, you are so good. I love you so much, Tilda. The sudden confession left Lu Xing stunned. He felt that he hadn't done anything, yet he managed to move her so much that tears were almost pouring out. You really cared about me. You were afraid I'd get jealous, so you ended up finding a man to be your secretary. Liu Ruyan's cheeks flushed slightly as she spoke affectionately and earnestly. I'll treat you well for the rest of my life. She even swore, I will not betray you, I will not cheat on you, I will not come home late. I will be devoted to you, and if anyone dares to bully you, I will kill his entire family. Lu Xinghe, good job. How can his dear wife be so naive? Lu Xinghe was at a loss whether to laugh or cry. It's too easy to fool people. The important thing is that she can make up her own mind. Although this wife likes to be jealous, she won't be jealous easily, especially since she is easy to coax and won't cause him any trouble. It's good that you know my good intentions. Then you should be more obedient. Lu Xinghe didn't expose it and just let it go. He was trying to suppress his laughter and said seriously, You can't wear skirts so short in the future. It's better to wear them below the knees. I don't want my woman to be seen by other men. Liu Ruyan lowered her head and apologized to Lu Xing. I'm sorry, I will definitely not make the same mistake again. I will listen to you. Lu Xing originally thought that Liu Ruyan was just responding verbally. Who would have thought that her words were more truthful than pearls? My goodness, as soon as she got home, she opened the closet and threw all the hot bikinis, sexy suspenders, mini skirts, and denim shorts into the back of the suitcase. Lu Xing was shocked. What are you doing? Throw them all away. I won't wear them anymore. Liu Ruyan said bluntly, I'll listen to my husband from now on. Just a casual remark made my wife so concerned. Lu Xing was both amused and confused. He put on a stern face, pretending to be serious, and lectured Liu Ruyan. Listen, baby, I don't like other men seeing you wearing these, but I like it. For his own welfare, Lu Xing must keep these good things. It's such a shame to throw away the things I bought. They're quite expensive. Is that so? Then I'll keep it and let my husband wear it. No, what's the fuss? I mean you wear it for me. Lu Xing almost lost his temper. My habit is that I think you look good in it, my wife. My wife must have misunderstood something. No wonder she looked at me in such a strange way just now. Liu Ruyan said, oh, awkwardly, then giggled. So you like me wearing these, but you didn't admit it before. What men don't like their wives wearing these? Don't men all like their wives to not wear anything? Liu Ruyan said with her head tilted. You're right, but, men have different tastes. You need to change, right? The car suddenly sped up so fast that Lu Xinghe was caught off guard. My wife is so teasing. Should he stop the car or weld the brakes? The crescent moon and twinkling stars hang in the sky, shining, and night falls. The Lu family's old house was filled with angry curses. This is obviously going against me. This blind man went to invest in Chengnan Enterprise. He even invested so many stocks in it, causing Chengnan to go bankrupt. Father Lu cursed angrily. Originally, the stocks of Lu Group were a must-buy and would definitely crush Chengnan Enterprises. The South City Enterprise was on the verge of bankruptcy, but a small company called Galaxy Group came to its rescue and it immediately prospered. Lu Yunting was puzzled when he heard this. Yes, this newly established small company actually dares to go against us. Father Lu, how bold! But it seems the new boss is really wealthy, able to invest tens of millions in an unpopular stock. He had a terrible headache and pinched his temples. That old bastard, Chengnan boss, has always been our competitor. Now he's way ahead of us and even acts so arrogant when he sees me. If this continues, our situation will be unfavorable. Lu Yunting, Dad, there is still a chance. We can pull this boss over and trick him into becoming our shareholder. If we cooperate, then Chengnan Enterprise will definitely have to take a detour to see us. After hearing what Lu Yunting said, Father Lu, who was originally angry, brightened up his eyes. That's right, we can turn the tables. With his help, we can definitely make a leap forward. The corners of Lu Yunting's lips rose. That's right. He hoped that Lu's enterprise would develop well and find a new backer, which would surely allow it to move to a higher level. He is the heir to the Lu Group, and the huge family business will belong to him in the future. I have embarrassed myself in school recently. Lu Xing has plotted against me, and I don't dare to go to school anymore. If he had the help of this boss, he would have regained his lost face. Who would dare to complain in front of him? But the problem is that we don't know the background of the boss of Galaxy Group. Will he be willing to help us? Father Lu was a little worried. However, Lu Yunting was very confident. Dad, I will go with you. Together, father and son will definitely be able to capture him. Besides, our company is no match for Chengnan Enterprise. A company as powerful as Chengnan Enterprise was able to come back to life with his help. Wouldn't the benefits we get from helping him be greater? Only a fool would not help us. After listening to his son's endless talk, Father Lu nodded. That's right, let's go and give it a try. So Mr. Lu invited the CEO of Galaxy Group. He thought the appointment would fail, but the CEO's secretary replied and agreed. Father Lu was very happy. The CEO of Galaxy Group is willing to go to the appointment and is also interested in their family. This is equivalent to being one step closer to success. I will definitely be able to convince the other party with my eloquence. Full of confidence, Mr. Lu took his son Lu Yunting to the most expensive five-star hotel in the area to prepare a banquet for the other party. Mr. Lu ordered a table full of delicious dishes, all of which were the most expensive specialties in the restaurant. He also ordered a 1987 red wine to show his sincerity. But after waiting for a long time, the dishes were almost served, but no one showed up. Father Lu was a little nervous and kept looking outside. Why hasn't he come yet? Lu Yunting comforted his father. Dad, don't worry, he will definitely come. It's impossible for him to stand you up. That's true, son. Don't you think it's too shabby for me to give him Facian Maudai, a cordyceps gift box, and a purple clay teapot set? What if he doesn't like it? Father Lu was still a little worried. Finally, Lu Yunting smiled and said to his father, Dad, look at this, I have a trick up my sleeve. Chapter 46. The boss you want to please is actually your adopted son. Lu Yunting took out a bouquet of flowers. The bouquet was not unusual, but the cigarette box inside it was. It's the smoke of the world. You know, one pack of cigarettes costs 14,000 yuan, and we already have more than one pack of cigarettes here. Lu Yunting said, It's impossible for him to refuse all of this. I've never seen a boss who could refuse cigarettes and alcohol. Don't worry, he'll have to give us some face for the sake of cigarettes. Father Lu gave Lu Yunting a thumbs up and said, You are worthy of being my son. You are sensible. I will be relieved to leave our Lu family to you in the future. Lu Yunting was very proud. That's right, how can I embarrass you? The two of them were looking forward to the arrival of the CEO of Galaxy Group. However, when the door opened, a dark shadow appeared outside. But it's not the person they want to see. The other person was handsome, tall and thin, wearing a simple square collar shirt, simple and capable. It was Lu Xing, whom they were particularly familiar with. Why are you here? Father Lu was dumbfounded. Lu Yunting looked a little disappointed, but he could only smile hypocritically and asked, What a coincidence, I met you here too. Are you having dinner with someone? Yes, I have an appointment. Lu Xing nodded lightly. Father Lu said, Okay, stop making trouble. If you have something to do, leave quickly. We have something important to do. Lu's father looked down on Lu Xing from the bottom of his heart. I think Lu Xing is where he is today because he clung to the right rich woman. What if he talks too much and says nonsense in front of the president, ruining their plans? You're quite thoughtful. You've prepared cordyceps sinensis, maudai, and cigarettes. Lu Xinghe seemed not to hear his father's dismissal, and his eyes were fixed on the gift boxes. When Lu Xing was about to touch it, his father got anxious and tried to slap Lu Xing's hand away. Don't touch it, kid. What if you break it? Lu Xing raised his eyebrows at his father's disgusted expression. Without hesitation, he threw the gift box to the ground in front of Lu's father and said, "So what if it's broken?" Then I heard a loud crashing sound from inside. Something was obviously broken. Father Lu's face was very ugly. When he thought about the gift he was going to give being ruined, he angrily cursed at Lu Xing's nose. "You bastard! Who told you to break it? You are more of a hindrance than a help." Lu Yunting was gloating over the misfortune. He has always held a grudge against Lu Xing, and now he has finally found an opportunity to bring Lu Xing down. Lu Yunting acted hypocritically and advised Lu Xing, "Brother, you should apologize to Dad as soon as possible. You really went too far today." He then said to Father Lu, "Dad, don't be angry with my brother, he didn't mean it. I did it on purpose. I won't apologize. What else can I do?" Lu Xing showed no fear at all. He sat down in his seat with his legs crossed. Lu Xing's suicidal look made Lu Yunting laugh secretly. Given his father's hot temper, Lu Xing would definitely be skinned alive. Lu Xing doesn't even know that he is about to die. "You unfilial son." Father Lu was so angry that he subconsciously raised his hand to hit Lu Xing. Lu Xing has spit out a cold sentence. "Go ahead and hit him. It's better to beat your guest away today." "What do you mean?" Father Lu's hand stopped in midair, looking at Lu Xing in surprise. Lu Xing put his hand on his chin, looked at his father leisurely, and said, "Aren't you guys treating me to dinner today?" Lu's father and Lu Yunting were completely dumbfounded when they heard this. Lu Yunting realized belatedly, "Are you the CEO of Galaxy Group?" At first he thought it was just a coincidence that it was called Xing Group, but he didn't expect that the president was actually Lu Xing. Father Lu felt like he was struck by a bolt from the blue. He was about to collapse. "Impossible! How could you be like this? This is definitely a joke." Lu Xing smiled faintly. "Really? The person outside is my secretary. You can definitely confirm it with him." Lu Yunting immediately asked Lu Xing's secretary to come in. After some questioning, the secretary said very seriously, "Yes, the person in front of us is Lu Xing, the CEO of our Xing Group." After getting confirmation from the secretary, both of them were dumbfounded. After all this time, the person they want to curry favor with is Lu Xing. I used to think that Lu Xing was just talking big when he said he wanted to start a business. But who would have thought that Lu Xing actually started a business and operated it so successfully in such a short period of time? Not only that, but they also helped their competitors to advance by leaps and bounds. Little Karami, who had always been ignored by them, has now risen so successfully. Lu Xing had already seen the shocked faces of the two people and felt very happy. "What, you're not going to kick me out now?" Lu Xing smiled mockingly. Father Lu regrets it very much now. Then why did they yell at Lu Xing just now? Isn't this just destroying their own jobs? I should have a nicer attitude, otherwise this deadlock wouldn't have happened. Hee, it was just a misunderstanding. I was just joking with you. Good thing you smashed it. May you have peace every year. It's a good omen. Father Lu flattered Lu Xing. Lu Yunting also nodded. "Yes, it's just a small misunderstanding. It's good to clarify it now." He was actually very unconvinced, but at this critical juncture, it was impossible for him to go against Lu Xing. Lu Xing found it ridiculous to see the Lu family's attitude change 360 degrees. It turns out that when a person is rich and powerful, he will be surrounded by good people. Lu Xing smiled and said, "My company just happened to have a big business that we need to negotiate. I think Chengnan Enterprise is very suitable. It would be better to cooperate with them." After saying this, Lu's father's face turned ugly. If Lu Xing continues to cooperate with Chengnan Enterprise, he will definitely defeat them completely. By then, Lu's enterprise will most likely become the last in the industry. The market was already in a downturn, and Lu Xing's actions were equivalent to destroying their jobs. Father Lu gritted his teeth and stopped pretending. He scolded, "You ungrateful wolf! Even though I'm not your biological father, we're not related by blood, but I still raised you. Is this how you repay our family?" He angrily scolded, "I should have learned from your parents and abandoned you when you were little. You coward, a hopeless piece of mud. Not only don't you help your family, but you also betray your family." Chapter 47, I'm here to kick you when you're down. So what? If you don't agree, just keep it to yourself. Before he finished scolding, Lu Xing had already picked up the red wine and splashed it hard on Lu's father's face. Father Lu shuddered, his eyes hurt from being splashed, his face was in a mess, and red wine dripped down his hair. Lu Xing said sternly, "What's wrong with me helping others? What family rule says I have to help you when doing business? People always strive for higher positions. What's wrong with me?" He can help me make money, so why should I follow you? Not only will I help them make money, I'll also kill you. I came here today without any intention of cooperating with you. I just thought it was interesting and wanted to see how you guys would curry favor with me. I'm just here to kick you when you're down, so what? If you don't agree, just hold it in. Lu Xing threw the goblet hard at Lu Yunting. This scared Lu Yunting so much that he made an emoticon. The goblet was just a little bit away from falling on him. If the fragments had pierced his flesh, it would have been no joke. They had never expected that Lu Xing would be so domineering and difficult to mess with. I'm no longer a nobody who can be beat or scolded by them at will. Lu Xing glanced at the secretary and said, "Let's go." He left the scene under the escort of his secretary. Looking at the mess at the scene, Father Lu cursed. Who the hell is he? Now that he's grown strong, can he really confront me? The old ones are the wisest. I'm not a pushover either. Come on. No one can be complacent forever. I'm just waiting for him to fail in his business venture and then kneel down and cry in front of me. I want him to regret it deeply. No matter how much he begs me, I won't agree. However, an hour later, when Lu's father, who had been cursing loudly, rushed to the company, he was completely dumbfounded when he saw senior employees constantly moving things. "You can't leave. Why are you resigning just like that?" The employee said expressionlessly, "Galaxy Group offered us a high salary and benefits and invited us over, so we definitely have to honor them. I'm sorry." Father Lu, not only were senior employees poached, but even veteran figures were recruited by Lu Xing. They've poached people from the lifeblood of our company. How can we continue to develop? Father Lu cried out in tears. Lu Yunting's face turned pale. They didn't expect that Lu Xing was so quiet and ruthless, and he poached a lot of technical talents. Now the company is in trouble, right? Although they can recruit some more employees, Lu Xing's move will definitely cause serious damage to the company. "Dad, let's not go against him," Lu Yunting advised. "After all, our family raised him. Now we're just angry. It's better to apologize and comfort him than to watch the company go bankrupt. As long as the Green Mountains remain, there will be no shortage of firewood. Now Lu Xing has Liu Ruyan as his backer. He is very powerful. The Lu family is definitely not able to defeat it." After hearing what his son said, Mr. Lu felt that it made sense. "I can't have a head-on conflict with Lu Xing now, and I don't know what that crazy guy will do. Okay, I'll leave it to you. Go and handle it." Father Lu decided to give in. Good. Lu Yunting was very reluctant, but he couldn't just watch the company go bankrupt. Besides, if the company goes bankrupt, he will have to bear the debt. But if he could get along well with Lu Xing, he might be able to move to a higher level. The next day, Lu Yunting opened a KTV private room. He planned to apologize to Lu Xing, and had already contacted Lu Xing, and he would show up. Lu Yunting was very proud. Lu Xing is just a fool. How could things really get so bad? Of course, this was also a hangmen banquet. He found a lot of beautiful women, and when Lu Xing came, he let them throw themselves into his arms. At that time, I will use the intimate videos of Lu Xing and the beauties to threaten Lu Xing. If Lu Xing does not agree to sponsor, send the video to Liu Ruyan. Lu Xing is just a gigolo. If he loses Liu Ruyan as his backer, he will be nothing. So Lu Xing will definitely beg himself not to send it out. Doesn't this make it easy for them to control Lu Xing? Let's see if Lu Xing still dares to act like a bully. Thinking that Lu Xing would burst into tears soon, he felt very happy. Banged. The door of the box was opened. Lu Yunting suddenly perked up. Just as he was about to greet her with a smile, he saw a familiar girl walking in. She had on delicate and beautiful makeup and was wearing a black halter dress. She smiled when she saw Lu Yunting. "Yunting Tilda, I knew you were too busy recently. That's why you didn't contact me." Her hand rested on Lu Yunting's arm. Lu Yunting was dumbfounded. Isn't this Jiang Mengmeng? Could it be that Jiang Mengmeng came here with Lu Xing? Lu Yunting subconsciously looked outside. "No one. What are you looking for?" Jiang Mengmeng asked. "Why are you here?" Lu Yunting didn't understand. "Didn't you ask me to come?" "Me? Are you kidding me?" Jiang Mengmeng immediately took out her cell phone and said, "Didn't you say you changed your number and texted me to come here?" When Lu Yunting saw the text message, his face suddenly turned ugly. Wow, someone actually used his identity to send a text message to Jiang Mengmeng. Could it be Lu Xing? Lu Yunting dialed the number, but it turned out to be an anonymous number and the call could not be connected. When Lu Yunting was puzzled, he heard several surprised voices. "Brother Yunting, you are here." "Lu Yunting, I've been looking for you so hard. Who is this woman?" "Well, I was wondering why you suddenly disappeared. Turns out you already found someone else, you damn scumbag. I spent so much money on you. Liu Yunting was dumbfounded when he saw it. The women who showed up were either his ex-girlfriends or the fish he raised. These were all the people he wanted to get rid of, and now they were all gathered here. Damn, he fell into Lu Xing's trap. Jiang Mengmeng was very unhappy after hearing this. She questioned Liu Yunting. What on earth is going on? The women also said angrily, "That's right, who did you choose? You must give us an explanation today, otherwise we will not be polite to you. When you are being argued by a group of women, it feels like you have entered a Shura field." Liu Yunting felt like he had really arrived in hell at this moment. This was definitely his darkest night. His ears were buzzing. While Liu Yunting was besieged by a group of women and unable to escape, Lu Xing was lying on the bed watching a projected movie with his wife. "Boss, the matter has been settled. Liu Yunting has been annoyed to the point of fainting." After seeing the message sent by the secretary, Lu Xing was very satisfied. The secretary also took a few embarrassing photos of Liu Yunting being pulled by women, which made Lu Xing laugh. Liu Yunting wants to plot against me. He's still young. He probably didn't expect that he had arranged this. This is the Hongmen banquet. This time Liu Yunting is definitely doomed. If the Sea King fails, he will be skinned alive. Lu Xing raised the corners of his mouth and was in a very happy mood. As a result, his eyes fell on the horrific scene on the movie screen, and he gasped. This special effects makeup is too real. Lu Xing couldn't help but look away, not daring to look anymore. He was not afraid of anything except this kind of horrifying and bloody scenes. However, Liu Ruyan, who was in his arms, did not show any fear at all. She stared intently, biting into the shrimp crackers, and became a little excited. It's really too fake. If someone was stabbed, this wouldn't be the reaction at all. The blood is too red. It should look more ferocious. Lu Xing, good man, he forgot that his wife is a Yandere. Realizing that Lu Xing was afraid of watching horror movies, Liu Ruyan did not laugh at him. Instead, she directly covered Lu Xing's eyes with her little hands. What's wrong? Lu Xinghe didn't understand. Chapter 48, Special Benefits for a Sickly Wife. Don't look at it, it's too scary. I'll show you after this bloody scene is over, Liu Ruyan shouted. It's okay, Lu Xinghe shook his head. The main reason is that he is both afraid and wants to watch. Then give me a hug. Come and throw yourself into my arms and see. Liu Ruyan opened her arms generously. Lu Xing hugged her without hesitation and felt much less afraid. Her pretty little face completely reduces the thrill brought by horror movies. It's a pleasure to look at. I wouldn't be distracted by the sound effects of any horror movie now. I must be attracted by my wife. Ding, interaction value detected +34. Reward courage +83, reduce fear. After Lu Xing received the reward, he was no longer afraid of the startles in horror movies, and his heart was no longer trembling. He even felt happy watching those scary scenes. There is no need for any high-energy warning at all. When Lu Xing was watching intently, he heard some strange sounds mixed in with the horrifying sound effects, but he couldn't figure out where they came from. But then I heard a scream. Ugh. Lu Xing immediately discovered that Liu Ruyan, who had been hugging him, had turned into an ostrich and quickly crawled into the quilt. What's wrong with you? Lu Xing asked puzzledly. What are you looking at? It's so scary. As soon as Liu Ruyan arrived, she saw the bloody projection screen. She was trembling with fear. Lu Xing had trembled when he saw Liu Ruyan's reaction. No, this is not a Yandere personality. This is the return of the main personality. That's not right. Why did it suddenly switch so strangely? Lu Xing didn't feel anything unusual. He looked confused, but Liu Ruyan's reaction was obviously very big, and she looked very scared. Lu Xing no longer planned to scare Liu Ruyan. He coaxed her, "Okay, I'll turn it off, wait." Only after turning off the screen projection did Lu Xing feel that Liu Ruyan's trembling had stopped. The room was quiet, and she carefully got out of the bed. He looked around tentatively, and then breathed a sigh of relief. That sneaky look immediately amused Lu Xing. I didn't expect you to be afraid of horror movies. Why wouldn't I be afraid? Liu Ruyan asked with a flushed face. You're so cool, I feel like everyone else is afraid of you. Who says that cool people dare to watch horror movies? She retorted, her face flushed red as she lowered her head. Anyway, I can't accept it and don't dare to watch it. Don't be afraid, they're all fake. Lu Xing comforted her. Liu Ruyan nodded. Also, I have to tell you some bad news. Lu Xing went straight to the point. What? She asked. The way you switch personalities is wrong, Lu Xing has said seriously. You mean it's not raining? Liu Ruyan guessed. She just didn't verify it. Lu Xinghe nodded and said, "Yes, because it didn't rain, another personality appeared." Liu Ruyan lowered her eyelids and replied in confusion, "This is really strange. How can we switch our personalities? I can't figure it out. Just now you also switched your personality strangely, without any signs, just like before." Lu Xinghe touched his chin. "Could it be that watching a horror movie can also cause your personality to switch?" Lu Xinghe subconsciously picked up the remote control. Unexpectedly, Liu Ruyan was one step faster and snatched the remote control. "Please don't." Liu Ruyan looked aggrieved. It seems she is really scared. Otherwise, she wouldn't put down her pride. Lu Xinghe saw the appearance of a cat caught in the rain on her body. At this moment, it really seems like a secondary personality. Is this acting like a spoiled child? Lu Xinghe was quite surprised. Will she also act like a spoiled brat? I've never seen it before. Okay, then I won't watch it. Lu Xinghe is not the kind of person who would go too far and ask for more. He knew that Liu Ruyan was really afraid and did not intend to force her. It shouldn't be a horror movie. If that were the case, the personality would have switched from the very beginning, Lu Xinghe analyzed. He pondered, but I just heard a very special sound, but it was too soft. I couldn't hear it clearly, and I don't know where it came from. Sound, Liu Ruyan was puzzled. Yes, it's not like in the movies, Lu Xinghe nodded. But he couldn't remember where he had heard it before. It's very familiar. I must have heard it a few times. It's a pity I didn't hear it, otherwise I should have known it. Liu Ruyan frowned. It's okay, I guess I'll remember it later, no rush, Lu Xinghe said lightly. Well, that being said, do we still have to share one quilt now? Liu Ruyan's face remained calm, but her heart was actually pounding. Now Liu Ruyan could fully feel Lu Xinghe's breath, and she felt her body temperature rising rapidly. Lu Xinghe looked at Liu Ruyan's shy expression, knew her condition, and knew that he had offended her. Only then did he pull open the quilt and come out. Sorry, Lu Xinghe went to the guest bedroom to sleep. He misses his Yandere wife so much now. You can just stick it on anywhere, but what can I do to make her run away? But such worries are fleeting. For you, Liu Ruyan handed him the men's pajamas in her hand. You bought it, Lu Xinghe was stunned and flattered. Liu Ruyan's gaze drifted away, trying to hide her embarrassment. It's been hot and humid lately, and I saw your pajamas were pilling, so I bought you new ones. These are made of modal fabric, which is more breathable and more comfortable to wear. Lu Xinghe looked at the sign. Wow, it's a famous brand, and I estimate it costs at least 10,000 yuan each. Also, don't you have dry eyes? They get easily inflamed. I bought these eye drops especially for you. They can help with that. Liu Ruyan handed Lu Xinghe another gift box and said, Don't rub your eyes. Your hands will get dirty. You can also use a sleeping mask at night. I've prepared one for you. Also, I see you're a light sleeper. You could light this scented candle. It's probably better for your sleep. Lu Xinghe was very surprised. He didn't expect she had prepared so many things. She actually thought of everything he noticed. Except for the fact that she is untouchable, she is simply a good wife and mother. Thank you, I will make good use of it, Lu Xinghe said gratefully. Good night then, Tilda. Liu Ruyan left the room and smiled softly at Lu Xinghe. Lu Xinghe felt much better. He changed into the pajamas that Liu Ruyan had given him, and he had to admit they were really comfortable. Very suitable for wearing while sleeping. The things she gave me were very suitable. After using the eye drops, my eyes felt much better and were no longer dry. Lu Xinghe slept until early morning. It was too comfortable. When Lu Xinghe opened his eyes, he felt some movement in the quilt. Chapter 49, Where is the love letter? Where did you hide it? When Lu Xinghe took a look, he found a small pink ball. After meeting Lu Xinghe's gaze, she playfully tapped Lu Xinghe's nose with her hand and said with a smile, Good morning, husband. Lu Xinghe's pupils dilated. No. Why does she here? Lu Xinghe looked around. It's in the guest room. He didn't sleepwalk last night. No, she changed back. Wife, Lu Xinghe asked tentatively. As a result, she was hugged by Liu Ruyan, and she rubbed against him obediently. Hey, hug, my wife is here. No, you've changed back, Lu Xinghe asked in surprise. What's wrong? Don't you want to see me? Liu Ruyan said angrily. Her red and tender lips pouted, clearly showing her dissatisfaction. How could that be? I couldn't ask for more. Lu Xinghe must be happy. Who doesn't want to kiss and hug his wife? Liu Ruyan's face was filled with a bright smile, and she hugged him tightly with a particularly possessive attitude. Humph, you are mine, but it's hard for my husband to put up with that boring woman. She gritted her teeth and sulked. Don't worry, I'll find a way to get rid of her when the time comes. After hearing Liu Ruyan's tone, Lu Xinghe felt uneasy. He asked anxiously, What are you doing? Liu Ruyan was extremely unhappy, She stared at him and asked, "You're reluctant." It's obvious that he is just jealous. He knew very well that this little Yandere was jealous and must have gone crazy. So he calmed Liu Ruyan down. "Of course not, the main thing is that she and you are one. What if you get hurt?" Liu Ruyan raised her red lips and greedily sucked in the breath from Lu Xing. "Don't worry, I'll be fine." Her arms held Lu Xing a little tighter. However, Lu Xing was worried. He saw it from Liu Ruyan's mysterious tone. She was definitely going to do something. Did she find a way to kill the main personality? Lu Xing wanted to know, but was afraid that continuing to ask would be counterproductive. Ding, interaction value detected plus 43, reward. Host's vision restored. The original owner was nearsighted, but not severely, so he didn't need to wear glasses. However, I have very severe dry eyes and conjunctivitis, and I often get allergic and inflamed, which is very uncomfortable. Now the system's reward made Lu Xing feel clear all of a sudden. It does not cause myopia and is extremely comfortable. No more sensitivity and dryness. Lu Xing was immersed in joy and had to say that the system was quite thoughtful. These minor symptoms, which were originally difficult to reverse, now disappear easily. Let's get back to the topic. Lu Xing didn't know what Liu Ruyan would do, so he decided to keep an eye on her. Maybe we can find some clues. But throughout the whole day, Lu Xing didn't notice any unusual behavior from Liu Ruyan. How strange. It was so normal that it actually made him a little worried. I always feel that the storm comes after the calm. Physical education class is about to start. Lu Xing was going to the playground with his brothers. Just as he got downstairs, a figure suddenly blocked his way. "Student Lu Xing." A shy voice startled Lu Xing. He saw a girl with twin ponytails standing in front of him. Her little face was flushed, and she didn't dare to look at herself. "Is there something wrong?" Lu Xing asked in a very cold tone. I have something very important." The girl mustered up her courage and subconsciously took the love letter behind her and presented it to Lu Xing. This scene was captured by a cold gaze from a distance. Her features were delicate, but her eyes held displeasure. Especially when she saw the girl looking at Lu Xing lovingly, she bit her red lips tightly. "My brother is really popular." Suddenly, a slender figure stood beside her. The other party's tone was very joking, which made Liu Ruyan's eyes even deeper. She looked in the direction of the voice and found that it was Lu Yunting who had been standing beside her for some time. "Get out!" Liu Ruyan's eyes were full of disgust. However, Lu Yunting did not leave. He came here for revenge. It was all because of Lu Xing's conspiracy. He almost couldn't leave the KTV last night. Not only did all the fish he raised run away, but he also beat and kicked him. Even Jiang Mengmeng ignored him, and no matter how he coaxed her, it was useless. She spent a lot of money to buy a bag, but still ignored him. You know, he still likes Jiang Mengmeng very much and is not tired of playing with her. If Jiang Mengmeng dumped him, wouldn't he be very embarrassed? Since Lu Xing didn't want him to have an easy life, he had to make sure Lu Xing's life was miserable. It would be best if he could provoke Liu Ruyan and dump Lu Xing. So Lu Yunting paid a girl to send a love letter to Lu Xing in order to make Liu Ruyan misunderstand. Oh, he accepted the love letter. How could this be? Lu Yunting didn't get angry, but pretended to be surprised and shouted. Liu Ruyan looked over immediately. She saw that Lu Xing really accepted the girl's love letter. The girl smiled sweetly and ran away immediately. "My brother is already married, and he still wants to have an affair outside. Sister-in-law, you are such a good person. How could he let you down?" Lu Yunting shook his head and sighed. "Sure enough, not everyone is like me, a pure love war god who likes to be deeply affectionate and loyal." He had already seen Liu Ruyan's pretty little face, which looked very ugly. Very good, Liu Ruyan must be angry. Lu Xing will definitely be eaten alive by Liu Ruyan in a while. A little suffering is inevitable. Lu Xing must have fainted in the toilet crying. When he doesn't have Liu Ruyan's protection anymore, let's see how he will fight against me. "Oh, it hurts." Just when Lu Yunting was feeling secretly proud of himself, he suddenly felt a pain in his foot, causing him to cry out. His foot was stepped on hard by Liu Ruyan's shoes. Liu Ruyan looked down from above, exuding a cold and aloof temperament that kept strangers away. She said proudly and unhappily, "Who do you think you are? What qualifications do you have to scold my husband? If anyone wants to scold, she is the only one who can do it. She doesn't allow any dirty words to slander her husband." I'm just telling the truth. Can you please loosen your feet first?" Lu Yunting smiled awkwardly. After a moment, Liu Ruyan moved her feet away. Lu Yunting breathed a sigh of relief, who knew that the next second, Lu Yunting was kicked hard in the crotch. Ugh. Lu Yunting bent down and covered his lower body, feeling unbearable pain. My balls hurt. Damn, is this woman so cruel? Liu Ruyan looked down at Lu Yunting with pride. Stay away from me from now on. I hate your breath. If you make me angry again, I will make you a waste. She raised her bright and pretty little face, like a winner, and left the scene under Lu Yunting's astonished gaze. He didn't expect Liu Ruyan to have such strong explosive power. But he did nothing wrong. Why is he taking his anger out on himself? He is innocent. Sister, you have to fire at Lu Xinghe. However, Lu Yunting has witnessed Liu Ruyan's fighting ability. Lu Xing will definitely suffer a bombardment, even more intense than his own in a while. Just wait and see. He will definitely see Lu Xinghe's tearful face. Just thinking about it made him secretly happy. Without Liu Ruyan as his backer, how long can Lu Xing survive? In the sports warehouse, Lu Xinghe was taking the equipment he would need for class. As soon as I picked up the big bamboo basket, I found that the room was dark. Bang, the door was closed. Lu Xinghe's heart trembled. Who turned it off? Before I could look back, I was pushed violently. He was pinned down at the table. Someone leaned against his knees and put his hand on Lu Xinghe's shoulder. Where's the stuff? Lu Xinghe saw clearly that in the dim light, her eyes were shining and she was looking straight at him. It was his wife, Liu Ruyan. What is that? Lu Xinghe asked in confusion. You're so naughty, you need to be punished. Liu Ruyan narrowed her eyes and a cold curve appeared on her red lips. Lu Xinghe was dumbfounded. Wife, be rational. However, Liu Ruyan did not listen to Lu Xinghe, but continued on her own. You are mine and only mine. P.S. I beg you to collect, urge me to update and reward me. If it's not enough for you, you can click on my column to see other works. Chapter 50. Lu Xinghe will probably end up in the crematorium chasing his wife. Lu Xinghe was stunned. She was still not satisfied, so she grabbed him and bit his hand. It's infuriating. Liu Ruyan's red lips were pouting, and her cheeks were puffed out. After hearing her words, Lu Xinghe found it funny. I was the one who was bitten. Why are you the one who is angry? Am I not pretty enough? Liu Ruyan asked. Beautiful. Then why did you accept her love letter? You are so disrespectful to me. This will make people think that I am unattractive and can't even charm my own husband. Liu Ruyan was furious and hit Lu Xinghe with her little pink fist. I'm going to show those women that you're mine, and no one can seduce you. After hearing Liu Ruyan's domineering words, Lu Xinghe was stunned for a moment. Did you see it? What else can I do? If I get jealous, the consequences will be serious. Tilda. Liu Ruyan's eyes were filled with resentment. Lu Xinghe laughed out loud immediately. He reached out and gently stroked Liu Ruyan's hair, saying, Little fool, you're jealous for the wrong reason. He must be happy if his wife is jealous. After all, it means he is very important to her. But the problem is that he doesn't want to have any misunderstandings with Liu Ruyan. What do you mean? Liu Ruyan was confused. Lu Xinghe explained. Actually, the matter is very simple. This love letter is for my brother Huo. The woman likes him but is too embarrassed to tell him, so she asked me to pass it on to him. After hearing Lu Xinghe's words, Liu Ruyan's face turned embarrassed. Is that so? So you didn't understand the situation clearly and you made me like this? Lu Xinghe hinted with his eyes. Can you untie me now? After knowing that it was a misunderstanding, Liu Ruyan felt extremely guilty. Honey, I was wrong. I bit you and hurt you. Liu Ruyan quickly let him go. It hurts. You're just doing this without even asking me. Lu Xinghe glanced at Liu Ruyan. Now Liu Ruyan has transformed from a ferocious little cat into a very well-behaved kitten. She realized that she was in big trouble and immediately rubbed Lu Xinghe's arm with her head. Her tone was full of grievance. Hubby, don't be angry with me. I really feel the pain. I'll get you an ice pack now, okay? In fact, Lu Xinghe was not angry with Liu Ruyan at all. He was just teasing her and pretending to ignore her. In fact, Liu Ruyan's move provided an opportunity to control her. You can also get system rewards, so why not do it? Liu Ruyan was now very anxious. She grabbed Lu Xinghe's hand, looked at the teeth marks, and blew on it. Then he raised his wet eyes and said to Lu Xinghe, Why don't you bite it back? As he said this, he stretched out his hand. Lu Xinghe was very surprised. Good job. Use this trick. At this critical moment, footsteps were heard outside the door. The door was pushed open again. Strange, why is the door locked? Wasn't it open just now? How can I get my things now? I don't know, I can't push it open. There were voices of two male classmates outside. Lu Xinghe held his breath and stared. He suddenly covered Liu Ruyan's mouth, signaling her not to say anything. If other people see it now, they will definitely misunderstand something. Lu Xinghe definitely doesn't want any gossip from the outside world. Liu Ruyan's round eyes were blinking, and she was obedient with Lu Xinghe covering her mouth. She didn't dare do it again, but there was someone outside the door pushing it in. The situation is very tricky. Lu Xing was also a little confused. Both of them were very nervous. The sound of the door being pushed open outside disappeared. Maybe he gave up and left because he really couldn't open the door. Just as Lu Xinghe was about to breathe a sigh of relief, he heard a crackling sound. It turned out that I accidentally picked up the jump rope on the table. The jump rope fell to the ground, making a sound. His heart instantly rose. It's over, it seems the people outside are back. Is there someone inside? The person outside the door asked curiously. I don't know, but I heard some noise inside. Another person echoed. Lu Xinghe frowned. Damn it, these two people are so annoying. Why don't they leave? If this continues, you will really find that your society will be destroyed. When Lu Xing was feeling worried, he heard a cat's meow outside. This instantly attracted the attention of two people. Oh, it's a cat. I was wondering where the noise came from. Forget it, the door can't be opened. Let's go to the security room to get the key. As the boys talked, they walked further and further away. Lu Xing finally breathed a sigh of relief and said thankfully, "It's okay, he's gone. Otherwise, his reputation would be ruined. Let's go out." Lu Xing straightened his clothes, took Liu Ruyan's hand and said. Lu Xing was afraid that the two men would turn back, and if they really discovered something then, it would be hard to explain. Okay, Liu Ruyan followed Lu Xing out obediently. Lu Xing opened the door and looked around, but there was no one else. He quickly took the sports equipment and left the gym with Liu Ruyan. Ding, rewarding the host with superb athletic abilities, showcasing the strong physique of Chinese athletes. On the playground, Jia Hui and others were very confused. Why hasn't Brother Xing come yet? Did he encounter any problems? Do you want us to help? Lu Yunting was standing by, secretly feeling proud. He didn't even want to use it. Lu Xing must be being bullied by Liu Ruyan. He must be chasing his wife to the crematorium now. No matter how beautiful Liu Ruyan is, she is still a psychopath. If he really gets angry, can Lu Xing withstand it? I guess Lu Xing is so anxious now that he can't even come to class. Chapter 51. A dog becomes a master at controlling his wife. Just when Lu Yunting felt refreshed, he heard a gentle voice not far away. Honey, are you thirsty? Do you want some water? No. You don't want water, do you want a drink? I'll buy it for you. Wait a minute. Honey, the sun is so hot, let me shade you. Good. Lu Yunting was dumbfounded. He saw Liu Ruyan circling around Lu Xing like a follower. Not only that, she also stood on tiptoe and used a book to provide shade for Lu Xing. Everyone has seen Liu Ruyan's arrogant and cold appearance. But now she is just a complete bootlicker. It's to make you mad, not to let you lick Lu Xing. What are you doing? Lu Xing is now the center of attention. Especially Liu Ruyan was very obedient and considerate to him. This made many boys envious. They were eagerly waiting. Lu Xing is really a role model for them boys. Even after getting married, he didn't become a henpecked husband. Originally, Lu Xing and Liu Ruyan had very different family backgrounds. So Lu Xing should have been the one being manipulated. What's the result? Liu Ruyan was severely punished by Lu Xing. Especially Liu Ruyan looked at Lu Xing with affection, her eyes full of him. How many people are jealous? Is this still the century's biggest bootlicker who chased after Jiang Mengmeng? Now he is definitely a love strategist who is good at controlling women. Lu Xing is so successful that he can bring his wife to class openly. This sour smell of love, it turns out that real couples are the best. How much they want to have a partner like Liu Ruyan, who is beautiful, gentle, considerate, loyal, careful, and rich. Unfortunately, it's hard to find one even if you are dazzled by the choices. Besides, even if they have a partner, they have to do it secretly, for fear that both families will find out and break up the couple. Lu Xing and his wife, they really wore the school uniform to the wedding dress. So enviable. Lu Xing could see everyone's envy, and he felt very proud, especially when he saw Lu Yunting's jealous face. Lu Xing became even more majestic. Who says you can't win without the halo of the protagonist? He just wanted to beat Lu Yunting. The physical education teacher came and said, "We'll have a running test later. Girls will have 800 and boys will have 1,000. As soon as these words were spoken, they caused complaints from classmates. It's very sunny today, do you want to run laps? What I fear most is the 1,000-meter race. I get exhausted like a dog every time." Jia Hui and a few others sighed even more. Who came up with this 1,000-meter line? It must be a deliberate torture. Compared to military training, The 800-meter race is much better. If I had known earlier, I would have put a sanitary napkin in my sneakers so I could run more comfortably. But Lu Xing was very calm. He has great athletic ability, so he runs everywhere. Just run and reach the finish line easily. Lu Xing has started to stretch. Qi Yang, who was not far away, watched and said to Lu Yunting, "Lu Xing is still putting on an act. He really thinks he can win. Everyone knows that he always comes in last in the 1,000-meter race. He's just putting on an act." Lu Yunting raised the corner of his mouth. He must want to work hard and move up one place in the rankings, not be the last one. This caused Qi Yang to sneer. "Ha ha ha, I'm afraid it's a waste of effort. Which boy in the class isn't faster than him? But the first place is definitely yours. You are a famous speedster." Lu Yunting was in a good mood and said to Qi Yang, "It's okay. I haven't run for a long time, I'm not sure. Just be modest. It was so funny before. You finished the second lap, but he was still in the first lap. It was really embarrassing," Qi Yang added. Lu Yunting smiled and said, "Have someone take a video of him running and then post it on the school group forum. Good things should be shared with everyone." Qi Yang had been holding a grudge against Lu Xing and Liu Ruyan for the last time he was bullied. Now, after hearing Lu Yunting's words, his eyes lit up and he felt that he could take revenge. "Okay, I'll have someone take the photo. There is no need to think about it. Lu Xing will definitely be embarrassed and embarrassed. Lu Xing is a complete social failure. Let's see how he will survive in school in the future." Liu Ruyan and others ran 800 meters first. This has aroused the boys' hormones. Who wouldn't be excited? After all, this is the most exciting scene that boys think of. A group of youthful girls rushed forward, some wearing small tank tops, some wearing black shorts with surging breasts. Who wouldn't take a few more glances? Look, Jia Hui and a few other veterans excitedly pulled Lu Xing and said, "We're going to run away, Brother Xing, don't miss it." Lu Xing was not interested. "What's so good about it? It's not like I haven't seen it before." The brothers found it unbelievable. After all, when girls run, which boy wouldn't feel itchy? As a result, when the whistle blew and they saw the girl leading the way, they finally understood the source of Lu Xing's lack of interest. Her long hair fluttered in the wind, and her small face, the size of a palm, was pure and charming. Her almond eyes, as pure as a deer's, are full of fighting spirit. Her curvy figure is far superior to other girls of the same age. Her curves are so eye-catching, especially when she wears a white vest, which makes her look even more charming and pretty. She has a beautiful face, a slim waist and long legs, a perfect figure that stands out from the crowd. Among so many women, is there anyone with a better figure than her, or with longer legs than her? Joke. Lu Yunting was completely stunned. "It's so sexy. This figure is even better than that of a model. Unlike other girls who hunch over, she has a very good figure. She doesn't have those terrifying fitness muscles, but she is full of power. The moment she runs, it's as if the camera is frozen in the direction." The other women simply became her foils. However, such a beautiful lady got married. Still married Lu Xing. She was almost marrying me. Lu Yunting regretted it even more. What was wrong with me at the time? I didn't even go on the blind date, but instead urged Lu Xing to go. Otherwise, you would be the one who got the bargain. Jia Hui sighed to Lu Xing. "Sister-in-law is so beautiful, she instantly kills other girls. No wonder, Brother Xing, you are not interested in others." Su Mingqiu said, "This girl should only exist in heaven. How can we ever see her on earth? Brother Xing is so lucky to have such a beautiful wife." Xin Zhizhu said enviously, "Brother Xing, your sister-in-law is very strong. You are so lucky." Lu Xing's face lit up. Looking at the girl running on the playground and listening to the praises from the people around him, he couldn't help but raise the corners of his mouth. He was proud of her. The result was as expected, and there was no suspense. Liu Ruyan was the first to reach the finish line, but as soon as she ran there, she immediately collapsed on the ground to rest. But what to look for? When her eyes met Lu Xing, she was very excited. As if she had drunk too much, her face was full of excitement. Her cheeks, which were already rosy, were now even redder and plump, as charming as cherry blossoms. Her voice was very delicate, and she opened her arms. "Hubby, hug me." When Lu Xing heard her coquettish words, he naturally opened his arms and she pounced on him. This time he is holding on to me and won't let go. Chapter 52. A sudden success, a beautiful schoolgirl comes to ask for milk tea. Seeing that her forehead was covered with sweat and her face was red, Lu Xing felt a little distressed. He wiped her sweat with a tissue and asked, "Do you want to sit down and rest for a while?" "No," Liu Ruyan was like a koala clinging to Lu Xing. She raised her face and smiled brightly. You are my power bank. Hugging you will recharge me and give me endless energy. Looking at Liu Ruyan, who was extremely clingy at the moment, Lu Xinghe's eyes were gentle. He also hugged her tightly and said, "Okay, hold her as long as you want." Liu Ruyan is also very cute. She holds Lu Xinghe and swings him left and right, treating him as a large doll. "It's great to have a husband." Her little face was filled with happiness. Lu Xinghe looked at her lovingly, reluctant to let go. System reminder. Ding. Intimacy value detected plus 43, rewarding the host with full health resurrection liquid. After use, physical strength will be restored in 1 second, discomfort will completely disappear, and muscle soreness will be completely gone. This is exactly what Lu Xing needs. With this, he can run the entire course easily without any back or leg pain. While Lu Xinghe was still immersed in the soft scent of his wife, he heard the calls of his brothers. "Brother Xing, that's enough. We all know you have a wife, but it's time to run." Only then did Lu Xing realize that the boy's physical examination was about to begin. Looking at Liu Ruyan, who looked reluctant, Lu Xing coaxed her. "Wait a moment, I'll be back soon." Liu Ruyan nodded heavily. "Okay, I'll wait for my husband to come back." Lu Xing was about to run to the starting line when he heard a loud call. "Husband!" Lu Xing looked back. I found her standing there, showing a rare shy expression. She raised her arms high above her head and made a heart gesture. "Come on, Tilda, love you." After Liu Ruyan shouted out in shame, her eyelashes curved into a crescent shape. Lu Xing's heart beats very fast. This scene caused the boys around to cheer. Wow! Lu Xing's face was also very hot, and he touched his nose. Being confessed to in public, it's quite sweet. Lu Xing was full of energy, as if he had been injected with chicken blood. Jia Hui asked Lu Xing, "Do you want to stand on the inside? It will save some energy." He knew that what Lu Xing hated most was running. As a buddy, he definitely hoped that he would pass the running test and not have to take a makeup test and run again. "It's okay, it's all the same." Lu Xing refused. Hua was very nice and said to Lu Xing, "Don't worry, I'll take you running later and you will definitely pass the test." However, Qi Yang laughed out loud. "No matter what I tried, it was useless, and I was powerless to save the situation." His eyes turned to the two younger students, who were holding their cell phones and recording videos under the shade of trees. This was the lackey he hired just to capture Lu Xing making a fool of himself. When the time comes, the video will be posted directly on the school forum, which will definitely embarrass Lu Xing. Lu Yunting, who was standing aside, was confident. Besides showing affection, what else can Lu Xing do? In terms of explosive power, who can compare to me? He has a small electric motor and runs very fast. It's a safe bet, no problem at all. Lu Xing will be overtaken by me by so many laps that he will definitely become depressed. Ready, go. The physical education teacher blew the whistle, and everyone started running. Lu Yunting was the first to rush out. He was in a very happy mood. How lonely it is to be invincible. We are all losers. How can we compare ourselves with others? When Lu Yunting was feeling proud, he heard the screams of the girls around him. Lu Yunting felt as if a gust of wind passed by him. He was stunned when he saw a figure as swift as a cheetah quickly passing him. So fast? Who is running so fast? No, it looks more like Lu Xing. Wow, is Lu Xing the last one in the class? When did he become so fast? Had Lu Xing been secretly training somewhere? Otherwise, how could he suddenly run so fast? Lu Yunting's eyes widened. He ran as fast as he could, but he couldn't catch up with Lu Xing. Lu Xing's speed is really too fast. As fast as lightning. The corners of Lu Xing's mouth rose. In the past, he felt exhausted and out of breath after running for a while. But now he doesn't feel tired at all. Instead, he felt that he had not reached the bottom yet and could still run forward desperately. Lu Xing could see that Lu Yunting was trying too hard and was trying to surpass him by blushing. However, Lu Xing smiled mockingly, thinking that Lu Yunting's efforts were in vain. Lu Xing easily surpassed Lu Yunting by a large margin and continued to accelerate. The younger brothers who were originally recording the video were also dumbfounded. They looked at each other and asked, "Are you here for us to record Lu Xing's glorious moment?" "Yeah, I also think there might be something wrong. It's different from what we thought." The two people became withdrawn instantly. "This is called running slowly. Is this making a fool of yourself? Come on, I'm so far ahead. I have no rivals." Lu Xing felt that he had finished the entire run in the blink of an eye. Only after he stopped did he realize how hot the weather was. He was steaming hot and sweating profusely. Some of his physical strength was also consumed, but he had a full blood resurrection liquid. After going directly to the system warehouse to use it, his physical strength was instantly restored. It felt like he had not run at all, and he didn't even breathe. The physical education teacher was excited. 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Oh my God, that's a record. I've taught so many students, but I've never seen anyone run that fast. He was very proud that he could teach such an amazing student. The other students were also amazed. What a sprint! Did this surpass the national team's record? When did Lu Xing become so good? I can't believe that Lu Xing had to fail running before. Everyone was circling around Lu Xing, admiring him. Lu Xing, what's your secret? Why are you running so fast all of a sudden? It makes my blood boil. I think it would be a shame if you didn't make the national team. That's great. Lu Xing grinned, his face flushed at the praise. He can't say that he can run so fast just by relying on the system. So he made up an excuse, saying, I just fell in love with morning jogging during winter vacation. I didn't expect to improve so quickly. At this moment, Lu Yunting also reached the finish line. He was panting and felt that he had difficulty breathing. He looked at Lu Xing, who was the center of attention, in disbelief. He was clearly running more than 10 seconds faster than before, but he was overtaken by Lu Xing by more than a full minute. All the halos were shrouded in Lu Xing. Who noticed me? He was depressed and angry. Lu Xing has been so lucky lately that he feels like he is far ahead of himself in everything. It was clearly me who had been pressing me down before. But unexpectedly, what made him most angry was what happened next. Here, I bought you milk tea. A gentle voice sounded. Everyone's body trembled. The originally excited faces turned into surprise. Lu Xing looked up and was also surprised. Chapter 53, I am the god of pure love, not a ninja turtle. I saw a graceful girl standing in front of me. She had soft eyes, fair skin, and a cup of milk tea in her hand. He was no longer as arrogant and domineering as before, and his whole body exuded a friendly temperament. Seeing that Lu Xing didn't take it, she narrowed her eyes slightly, and the arc of her smile deepened. What's wrong? Did I buy the wrong one? I remember you like to drink pearl milk green tea, so I bought the one that is 3-point sweet with boba and a layer of ice cream milk cap. Everyone gasped. The person who delivered the milk tea was the school beauty. But this school beauty is Jiang Mengmeng, the goddess that Lu Xing loved but couldn't get before, now lowers herself to give her milk tea. Didn't she refuse to accept Lu Xing before and become Lu Yunting's girlfriend? One girl even whispered to Jiang Mengmeng, Are you sure this is for Lu Xing? Are you sure? Jiang Mengmeng said seriously, You're right, I gave it to him. She looked at Lu Xing's running figure on the playground, and her heart was moved. It turned out that she had ignored his shining points all along. It turns out he is so amazing, his whole body is shining. She couldn't take her eyes off him, because he was admired by everyone. Jiang Mengmeng only then realized how wrong what she had done was. She actually gave up Lu Xing, and chose to be with Lu Yunting. She used to admire Lu Yunting, thinking that he was excellent and rich, but later she found out that he was just a rotten fool. Not only is he stingy, he is also unromantic. Especially after Lu Yunting's identity as Aquaman was exposed, Jiang Mengmeng realized that she was just a spare tire. If it was the Lu Xing of the past, who was devoted to her, how could he have an ambiguous relationship with other girls, let alone keep a fish? Lu Xing is the real god of pure love, and he really loves her. Jiang Mengmeng felt heartbroken when she saw Lu Xing and Liu Ruyan flirting with each other. She also understood that the person she loved in her heart was Lu Xing. What about Lu Yunting? Someone asked unwillingly. Jiang Mengmeng said calmly, I dumped him a long time ago. After these words were spoken, Lu Yunting's face became extremely ugly. He originally thought that there was a hot grassland on his head, but now he realized that he is not even qualified to be cheated on. She was dumped straight away. She even announced it in front of so many people. Now everyone was laughing at his joke. When did it happen? How come I don't know about it? Lu Yunting gritted his teeth. Now that you know, it's not too late. Jiang Mengmeng looked at Lu Yunting coldly and arrogantly. Lu Yunting was completely humiliated and felt very ashamed. Not only did Lu Xing snatch the first place from him, but he also broke up with her. Why is he so unlucky? Jia Hui and others almost fell down laughing. Serves him right, he bullied me like that before. For this is so funny, Lu Yunting got dumped, it's fun to see. Although Lu Xing doesn't like Jiang Mengmeng, he is happy that Jiang Mengmeng has dumped Lu Yunting. Jiang Mengmeng was cold towards Lu Yunting, but full of affection towards Lu Xing. Please accept it. She was even a little embarrassed to look at Lu Xing. After Lu Xing finished running, his handsome face, covered with sweat, looked extremely wild. especially hormones. Lu Xinghe looked at Jiang Mengmeng in astonishment. Did I see that right? Jiang Mengmeng was actually shy around him. Was he sure he'd taken the right medicine? Lu Xinghe felt that after he entered the book, the plot had become a complete mess. After all, I am a villain, and you are the leading actress. Why are you turning around and being nice to me? When Lu Xinghe's mind was about to shut down, a pair of tender white hands wrapped around his waist, and then a jealous voice sounded. Milk tea is so unhealthy. Of course, I'd rather drink my lemonade. Only then did Lu Xinghe realize that Liu Ruyan was approaching him and handing him lemonade. She didn't get angry, but instead her eyes softened, showing a look of complete confidence in victory. Seeing that the little jealous girl back then didn't get arrogant or angry anymore, Lu Xinghe really felt that she had made a lot of progress. Lu Xinghe took the lemonade from her hand without thinking and drank it in one gulp. I love drinking my wife's water the most. It's sweet. Lu Xinghe didn't lie. The lemonade was icy cold and very refreshing and thirst-quenching. Ding reward, 24/7 Wi-Fi at Lu Xinghe. Super fast internet, no disconnection due to external resistance. Wi-Fi name, even villains have to be tough. Password, 666,666. Lu Xinghe was very satisfied, as this way he didn't have to go outside to surf the internet. You can use the Wi-Fi provided by the system at will, and you can easily access the internet even in the wilderness. After Lu Xinghe used it, he found that the Wi-Fi speed provided by the system was indeed very fast. You have to know that the school's network is very bad. It will be disconnected after a while, and the data usage will quickly exceed the data package. In this way, you don't have to worry about anything. The corners of Liu Ruyan's mouth curled up, and she looked at Jiang Mengmeng with a bit of smugness and pride. Jiang Mengmeng's face looks ugly. She never expected that Lu Xinghe would reject her kindness. He has changed a lot since he got married. He used to care about her so much that he would satisfy any of her requests. My eyes are full of her, not like now when I am so happy with Liu Ruyan. Jiang Mengmeng's eyes were moist. Seeing Lu Xinghe and Liu Ruyan being so sweet, her heart ached. Especially when Lu Xinghe rubbed Liu Ruyan as he walked. He didn't even look at her. She's like a clown. Now Jiang Mengmeng was unwilling to accept this. Originally, Lu Xinghe had devoted his whole heart to her. So why could Liu Ruyan, who came later, monopolize him? After the physical education class, Lu Xinghe was just about to pack up and return to the classroom. As a result, I found a black shadow passing by my eyes. Before Lu Xinghe could react, he heard a muffled groan. Oh, that hurts. Jiang Mengmeng was standing in front of him, gently covering his legs. She showed him a pitiful look and bit her red lips. I think I sprained my ankle. If other dogs saw such a pitiful girl, they would definitely feel heartbroken. However, after seeing this, Lu Xinghe was very calm and wanted to laugh. Why are you here to scam me? This acting is too bad. No, that's not what I meant. Phew, it really hurts. Jiang Mengmeng was afraid that Lu Xinghe would misunderstand, so she quickly explained. I can't go alone. Can you help me to the infirmary? As she spoke, she had already cast an expectant look and stretched out her slender hands. No, stay away from me, I'm married. Lu Xinghe yelled at her in disgust. What he hates most is the green tea bitch, who played with the original owner's feelings in the past. And now seeing that he is on the rise, she comes running back. Jiang Mengmeng didn't expect Lu Xinghe to be so fierce. Her heart trembled, but she didn't get angry. Instead, her eyes were filled with sadness. I'm sorry, it was all my fault back then. I didn't even have time to apologize to you. Chapter 54. Can you stop being angry with me? Especially using marriage as revenge. Jiang Mengmeng's tears flowed down her face, and she said guiltily, Can you please stop being angry with me? Especially using marriage as revenge against me, it will hurt you too. I've realized my mistake. I just realized that the most important person is you. You're not yet of legal age. You're just having a wedding with Ruyan Liu, but you haven't obtained a marriage certificate. You're not really married. As long as you leave her, then I can consider being with you. Lu Xinghe frowned. If the original owner heard Jiang Mengmeng's apology, she would probably burst into tears. After years of being a bootlicker, I finally see my goddess coming back to me. But is it useful? It's too late. He is not a bootlicker either. Besides, isn't Jiang Mengmeng saying this now considered destroying someone else's family? Lu Xinghe didn't have any good feelings at all. The belated affection is cheaper than grass, and Lu Xinghe sneers at such feelings. Don't worry, I won't leave her, let alone be with you. Lu Xinghe's eyes were full of indifference, and his words hurt Jiang Mengmeng's heart. Jiang Mengmeng was about to faint from crying. She shouted at the top of her lungs, Why? Liu Ruyan is a lunatic. Yeah, I'd rather have a madman than you. Lu Xing smiled sarcastically. You'd better not break up with Lu Yunting. You two are a perfect match, just lock it up. He walked past Jiang Mengmeng without hesitation. Jiang Mengmeng's heart was like a block of lead, cold and hard, weighing down her chest and almost about to fall out. She never expected Lu Xinghe to be so heartless. In the past, he held her in his hands and loved her dearly, obeying her in everything. But now he has become so cold and indifferent. Jiang Mengmeng wanted him to come back more than anyone else, but he didn't even bother to look at her and left without even turning his head. Jiang Mengmeng burst into tears and felt extremely regretful. How can I win him back? Lu Xinghe's Xing Group is developing rapidly and thriving, especially the newly launched M1 mobile phone, which has received a lot of praise. There are many spontaneous bloggers on the internet who have reviewed the product. Even the most stingy bloggers are generous in their comments and give it high praise. At first glance in society, there are no longer only monotonous Apple phones, but more and more M1 phones. In the dormitory, Jia Hui complained, "My phone is stuck, I want to change it." Lu Xinghe, who had just entered the room, replied, "Then change it. Where can I get the money? I want to buy an M1 phone, but it's so expensive. I can't afford it as a student," Jia Hui sighed. "I'm embarrassed to ask my parents for money. I'm saving money now." He gestured and said, "I wonder how much a kidney costs now. If I go there, will it be too late?" Zinjiju then poured cold water on him. "It's too late. You don't know how popular the M1 phone is. Now all the physical stores and flagship stores are sold out. You can only make an appointment to transfer the stock." Huo also joined the conversation. "I used the M1 phone my sister bought. The performance is really good, much better than those old-fashioned phones on the market. After I borrowed her phone to play with it for a while, I didn't want to use my phone at all." After hearing what Huo said, Zinjiju also became excited. "Yeah, my high school classmates persuaded the whole family to buy it, and they show it off on WeChat moments every day. I'm so greedy, but it's a pity that I can't buy it. There seems to be a lottery at 8 o'clock tonight. I hope I can be possessed by the god of Europe," Huo said. "Where is it? Give me a URL." This made the other people excited as well. After hearing this, Lu Xing was puzzled. Is it really that difficult to buy? He waved the phone in his hand at his brothers. The brothers wanted to complain, but then they looked at Lu Xing's phone. "Wow, isn't this an M1 phone? Smooth phone lines, wide-angle HD camera, ultra-high-end processor, smooth ceramic shell. Wow, brother, you actually bought it. Lend it to me for a while. Brother Xing, you really don't know the sufferings of the world. If we can't grab it here, you would have used it a long time ago. It's great to have money. Where did you buy it?" Looking at the excited looks of his brothers, Lu Xinghe scratched the back of his head and said, "Homemade." When these words were spoken, everyone was dumbfounded. Zinjiju was confused. Is this a knockoff phone? Huo was helpless. "Brother Xing, you are not short of money. You can buy it through other channels. There are a lot of mobile phone fans now. Be careful of the fairies scolding you." Jia Hui was surprised. "Is your home in Hueqiangbei? You made it exactly like the one online, a perfect replica. Your technology is amazing." Lu Xinghe looked at his brother's puzzled expressions and burst out laughing. "Come on, who told you this is a knockoff phone? Seriously." Lu Xinghe's emphasis made them even more confused. "No, Brother Xing, didn't you just say that this was homemade?" "Yeah, I shouldn't be hallucinating." Lu Xing raised the corner of his mouth and told them, "Can't it be that I am the boss of M1 mobile phone and my company made it?" These words shocked everyone. Shinasuk, who was originally sitting on a chair, was so frightened that he fell to the ground. Huo was drinking water when he suddenly sprayed it out. Jia Hui was even more dumbfounded, doubting whether he had heard it wrongly. "Brother Xing, today is not April Fool's Day. You are not kidding, right? You are the boss." Lu Xing had already expected their surprised expressions. Lu Xing nodded calmly. "Yes, didn't I tell you about starting a business before? It just so happens that the mobile phone I developed is already on the market. Now everyone is getting upset. They all thought that Lu Xing's business was just to set up a small workshop. Who would have thought that he would open a mobile phone company and become a huge success? Such a big deal, that's too awesome. It is rumored that the boss of M1 company is very mysterious and has never shown his face in public, but they couldn't imagine that the boss is actually their classmate. We were still struggling with where to set up a stall, where we could attract a lot of people and make money, but Brother Xing, you've already opened a big company and entered the market. The gap between our classes has widened. Brother Xing, I was exaggerating when I said I could help you. Now it seems like you're the only one who can help. I'm a big fan, and I didn't expect you to be the boss. I was saying Galaxy Enterprise was so friendly, so you're the boss behind it. Everyone's face was swollen. Isn't it a simple collaboration between Lu Xing and tens of thousands, or even hundreds of millions? From this perspective, they really can't afford it. But it's too proud. My good friend is the CEO of a big company. As soon as he entered the business world, he was very successful. Who said I don't need your help? Helping me promote it is the greatest help to me. Lu Xing replied seriously. He expected his phone to be well received upon release, but he didn't expect it to be so well received, and the success was even smoother than he imagined. Don't worry, the publicity is on me. Even if I have to be a keyboard warrior, I will help you promote it. Huo became excited. Chapter 55, a real big boss suddenly appeared, and he turned out to be our classmate. Zinjiju nodded and said, I will definitely support you. I will definitely buy it when it is available. Jia Hui was so excited. I don't have any money now, but I definitely have to have the phone you designed. I can definitely buy it even if I get another job. Seeing his brothers cheering so enthusiastically, Lu Xing said, Don't wait any longer. They were anxious. Why? This is just a small amount of money. We need it to support our brothers. Lu Xing said, I can just send you there directly. This one sentence shocked everyone. Are you sure? Give it to us? Cell phones aren't cheap. Yeah, this is too expensive. How can I let you spend money on it? No, I'd better buy it myself. I can't get it for free. At first, the brothers were quite happy. But if you think about it carefully, Lu Xing does business to make money. We can't let our brothers lose money, and they don't want to take advantage of us. Lu Xing's heart felt warm. If other people saw this small bargain, they would probably be very happy and couldn't wait to get it. But these people were sincere and really treated him as a good brother and never thought of exploiting him. He will not curry favor with me and treat me as a buddy just because I am rich and powerful. Lu Xing said seriously, You guys are always so nice to me, so it's nothing for me to give you guys a little gift. Besides, I'm the boss and the cost price is not high, so how can I lose money? He said to Huo, You always bring me the rice dumplings your mom makes, but you never think of asking me for anything. He looked at Zinjasuk again and said, I broke my leg before and you carried me up and down the stairs. Lu Xing also said to Jia Hui, When I was poor and had no money to spend, you treated me to meals and always shared the takeaway with me. Have you forgotten? Although these were the memories of the original owner, they all appeared clearly in Lu Xing's mind. Very kind and beautiful. When Lu Xing thinks about it now, he can still feel the original owner's emotion. Not to mention that their eyes became a little warm after Lu Xing mentioned it. Adolescence is the perfect time, and the friendships made in youth can really be remembered for a lifetime. Although these brothers seem to be careless, they are able to take responsibility at critical moments and will not betray their brothers. Lu Xing didn't hesitate at all and asked his secretary to bring over a few mobile phones. After getting the freshly made mobile phones, the brothers' eyes were all red. They were particularly moved by Lu Xing's words. Lu Xing became very successful, but he didn't order them around or look down on them. Instead, he still treats them as friends without any airs, which is really rare in this materialistic society. Then they all said, We will always treat you well. If you need anything, just ask. We will never refuse. Although my power is small, I will do my best to help you. Jia Hui even shed tears. They say men don't cry easily, but you moved me to tears. From now on, I will never look down on your stinky socks again. I'll wash them for you for the rest of my life. Lu Xing rolled his eyes. Give the phone back. They are truly true brothers, who can sabotage others even when they are being sentimental. Jia Hui had tears in his eyes, but he was still laughing. No, it's a gift from my brother. There's no reason to take it back. Now I'm going to wash your socks. Take them off. He was about to push Lu Xing onto the bed and take off his sneakers with force. Lu Xing howled, That's totally unnecessary. Huo and others also joined the team. Brothers, let's fight against the biochemical crisis. Even if we sacrifice ourselves, we will have no regrets. Lu Xing was at a loss whether to laugh or cry. Are his feet really that sore? Can I go and try some old-style pickled cabbage? After Jia Hui took off his shoes, he smelled them. Wow, that's what it tastes like. Authentic fermentation. He suddenly admired his wife. How could she not complain? It's true love. When Jia Hui and others showed off their new mobile phones, they immediately attracted the attention of boys in other dormitories. Isn't it sold out? How come everyone has one? the boys asked curiously. Zha Zha Hui said proudly. My brother Xing is the boss. It's easy for him to get the supply. He just gave it to us directly. This statement shocked everyone. They all doubted what they heard. What, could it be that Lu Xinghe is the boss of M1? Oh my God. I'm a huge Star fan, but I never thought such a great phone would be made by an alumnus. I always thought he was just a gigolo, a son-in-law, but I didn't expect him to be so capable. To be so successful in my first venture is a testament to my exceptional talent. They always thought that the company that made M1 mobile phone was an experienced team. Who would have thought that the boss was just a college student who had not graduated? This is not something that can be done simply by having money. After all, many rich second generations who start their own businesses end up living off their savings, losing money on everything they do, and have no choice but to return to inherit the family business. However, Lu Xing entered a field that he was not good at and did a non-professional business, and he was doing very well. That's real skill. Now everyone is envious. Everyone wants to have such a rich friend, but they didn't have a close relationship with Lu Xinghe before, so they all went to curry favor with Lu Yunting. Who would have thought that Lu Xing is now better than Lu Yunting and is doing the best? The news that Lu Xing, as the boss, developed the M1 mobile phone spread quickly on campus. Jiang Mengmeng, Lu Xing liked you so much before, he should at least give you some face. Go and talk to him and ask him to leave an M1 phone for you. I want it too. I heard it's very useful, but I'm not familiar with him, so I'm embarrassed to ask. The girlfriends looked at Jiang Mengmeng eagerly. Jiang Mengmeng was stunned when she heard their request. Why would we ask him to buy a phone? As a result, he was given a cold shoulder by his roommate. Are you from 2G Network? Don't you know that this is actually a brand founded by Lu Xinghe himself? After hearing this, Jiang Mengmeng's face was filled with surprise. She had heard that the M1 mobile phone was very popular, but she didn't expect that it was a mobile phone founded by Lu Xinghe. In the past, Jiang Mengmeng thought Lu Xinghe was just a useless person who could do nothing. Now he has a little money only by clinging to Liu Ruyan, but he didn't expect Lu Xinghe to be so capable. Not only did he take over the milk tea shop and make it flourish, he also entered the mobile phone industry and was so successful. Jiang Mengmeng thought of Lu Xing's heartless look that day, and she felt gloomy in her heart. What's the point of me going? He doesn't care about me at all now. The girlfriends looked at each other and urged, Go talk to him, he will definitely listen to you. That's right, he's been your bootlicker for so many years. He likes you so much, but he was angry at you back then, so he married Liu Ruyan. If you give him a little sweet treat, he'll definitely change his mind. Lu Xing hasn't even gotten married yet, so he and Liu Ruyan can't be considered a real couple. It was Liu Ruyan who got involved, so she's the real mistress. P.S. You can call me old auntie, you can call me little sister, but don't call me a big man. Otherwise, I won't be able to hold my 50-meter sword, you little brother. There are 3 free gifts every day. You can give them to me. Chapter 56. I've been a dog for 10 years, but I don't love you anymore. Why are you crying? In the past, these girlfriends had been arguing and persuading Jiang Mengmeng not to agree to Lu Xinghe's confession. Those who slander Lu Xing and say that he is not as good as Lu Yunting, don't be wronged, choose Lu Xing. But now that they see Lu Xinghe becoming successful and Lu Yunting falling to the bottom, they think that if Jiang Mengmeng can be with Lu Xinghe as their best friend, they will definitely benefit. So they hoped that Lu Xing would dump Liu Ruyan and go back to find Jiang Mengmeng. They can also benefit from it. After hearing what her best friend said, Jiang Mengmeng felt that it made sense. Lu Xing has been her bootlicker for 5 years. How could he just say he doesn't like her? He is just sulking and has no way out. Once he calms down, he will definitely come back to me. Thinking of this, Jiang Mengmeng's mood calmed down a little. Okay, I'll give it a try. She didn't believe that Lu Xing really had no trace of himself in his heart. No matter what she does, she can never be better than that crazy woman. With an optimistic attitude, Jiang Mengmeng naturally went to Lu Xing again. She caught a glimpse of Lu Xing, who had just returned from playing basketball, and immediately ran up to him happily. These are cookies I made myself. Don't you like sweet things and want to try my craftsmanship? I made them specially today. Try them. Lu Xing glanced at the cookies in Jiang Mengmeng's hand. They were wrapped in pink wrapping paper and tied with a bow. The packaging was very beautiful. Jiang Mengmeng even had a friendly smile on her face and looked at him longingly. Lu Xinghe just felt it was ironic. The original owner paid for her to take baking classes for a year, but in the end he never got to eat it once. When he asked for it, Jiang Mengmeng scoffed at him. Lu Xing Do you want to become as fat as a pig? You want to eat something so high in calories. As a result, she made a cake and sent it to Lu Yunting, adding sweetness and richness to the cake. The original owner's true feelings were thrown away. Lu Xing naturally wouldn't be interested either. You gave me dessert. Do you want me to become as fat as a pig? You let me eat this high-calorie thing. Now he could fully return to her every word for every inappropriate thing Jiang Mengmeng had said. Jiang Mengmeng was surprised and her heart ached. The young man in front of me had a cold expression on his face, and his tone was sarcastic, without a trace of tenderness. In the past, if he heard that she was sending him food, he would be ecstatic. How could he be so cold and indifferent like now? Jiang Mengmeng felt sad, and she didn't get angry like usual. Instead, she forced a smile and said to Lu Xing, "I'm sorry, I didn't think it through. In this case, I'll make you a keto cake. It won't make you fat, and it won't make you feel guilty." When Lu Xing heard Jiang Mengmeng's flattering tone, he didn't feel softened at all. "That's not necessary. I hate eating what you cook." Lu Xing took Jiang Mengmeng's biscuits without hesitation and threw them directly into the trash can. He walked forward, and Jiang Mengmeng became anxious and chased after him. "I'm really sorry for making you angry. Please don't be angry." In the past, the original owner had to coax her humbly. Haha, things change over time. She started to read his expressions carefully and try to please him. "Anything else? I'm busy, don't bother me," Lu Xing said impatiently. The person who likes Jiang Mengmeng is not him. Jiang Mengmeng had long lost the boy who had eyes only for her. "I heard that you developed the M1 mobile phone and achieved success. Congratulations. I also have more than 200,000 fans on Douyin. I can shoot videos and do product placement to help promote it for you," Jiang Mengmeng said anxiously. "Money? No, how can I take your money? It's free." Jiang Mengmeng was afraid that Lu Xing would misunderstand, so she explained hurriedly. "No need. There are many bloggers who want to promote now." Lu Xing was not interested in dealing with Jiang Mengmeng. How could he not be aware of her little thoughts? Seeing that Lu Xing didn't buy it at all, Jiang Mengmeng didn't get discouraged. "I'm sorry. I know I did too many things before, but I know I was wrong. Can you give me a chance to make amends? We have a lot of unhappiness, but we also have a lot of good memories. Now seeing you rise, I am also very happy. I just want to offer my little bit of help. Please don't reject me, okay?" Jiang Mengmeng opened her watery eyes and looked at Lu Xing. If it were any other boy, he would have softened his heart by now. After all, Jiang Mengmeng is really beautiful, a school beauty, and few boys can resist her. "Okay." Jiang Mengmeng was very happy to see Lu Xing give in. If Lu Xing is willing to make a concession, he will be halfway to success. She knew that Lu Xing was just acting. How could he not care about her? "I just can't save face and back down. Tell me, I will definitely help you. I need sponsorship now. Just give me 70 or 80 million. Lu Xing looked at Jiang Mengmeng. Jiang Mengmeng's lips moved. I don't have so much money. Jiang Mengmeng's family is well off, but her parents are just civil servants and don't have that much money, let alone enough for her to invest. Otherwise, how could she have kept spending Lu Xing's money and wanted to get close to Lu Yunting and marry into a wealthy family? Then I don't need any other help. If you can't help me, just stay away from me." Lu Xing didn't want to have anything to do with Jiang Mengmeng at all. He didn't care about that little bit of money and just wanted to make things difficult for her. How come her arrogance and coldness in the novel disappeared? Now it's like a dog skin plaster that can't be shaken off. Lu Xing ignored her and wanted to keep walking, but Jiang Mengmeng suddenly grabbed his arm and begged, "Xing, don't do this. I can think of a way. Give me some time. I can make money and give you as much as you want." Her eyes were moist. "Xing, I can't live without you. Now I know how important you are. Ever since you blocked me on WeChat, I can't sleep. When I look at our old chat history at night, I cry. I really want you to add me back. I'm a loser. Why didn't I cherish you back then and ended up losing you? It's my own lack of perseverance that led me to be deceived by Lu Yunting. I will definitely treat you well from now on. I will reply to your messages immediately and you will never be left out again. I will coax you to sleep at night. Don't you want to hear me sing? Then I will sing for you." Lu Xing looked at her miserable appearance as she begged him foolishly. There were no waves at all. How can I have any feelings if I am not the one who loves her? If I had known this would happen, I wouldn't have done it. People really love to be mean, and only realize how late it is to regret after they lose something. Jiang Mengmeng's current behavior is nothing but regret after weighing the pros and cons. "You don't like me, you just like my gullibility." Lu Xing's eyes were sharp and his words were cold. Chapter 57, I'm not afraid of goddesses being spare tires. I'm only afraid of bad girls playing ambiguity. Lu Xing had pulled her away without hesitation. Looking at the hand that was holding tightly, he shook himself off. Jiang Mengmeng felt like she had lost the most precious thing. Her lips moved, and her heart felt like it was being crushed. "No, that's not the case. I really like you." She scratched her hair anxiously at a loss. "I was so young then. How could I understand what true love was? Now I understand, and I know how to cherish it." Lu Xing was still cold, and didn't want to waste his time on Jiang Mengmeng. So he walked straight ahead. Then I heard a choked singing voice from the back. It was the song Touched. "I look back and see you let the past pass, it's too late. I'll love you again." Her singing voice was sad and melodious with a tearful tone. Later on, my emotions were so overwhelming that I couldn't control myself, and I burst into tears. Lu Xing pursed his lips coldly and strode forward. "Don't force what you have missed, and don't recover what you have lost." Lu Xing didn't allow himself to remain stuck in his mistakes and look back. No matter how much Jiang Mengmeng cried, he would not show any mercy. Besides, is he an idiot? My wife is sweet and charming, and she is crazy affectionate. He leaves such a good wife and falls in love with a green tea bitch. Tears blurred Jiang Mengmeng's vision, and she sadly discovered that he left without any hesitation for her. Her heart sank. Not caring if anyone was watching, she collapsed on the ground, sobbing and completely breaking down. If time could travel, could she go back to the past? She really regrets it. The news that Jiang Mengmeng cried and begged Lu Xing to save her life on campus fell into Lu Yunting's ears. He is very angry. Isn't this equivalent to slapping him in the face? Jiang Mengmeng likes Lu Xing, so what's the point of being with him? Is he just a spare tire? It's okay if my classmates laugh at me. He also happened to hear bad news. That is, Lu Xing founded the M1 mobile phone, which was a huge success. Everyone around was praising Lu Xing. I used to think Lu Xing was the most useless, but I didn't expect him to be the most promising one. The M1 phone is so easy to use and brings glory to our country. We no longer have to be so humble as to buy chips from abroad. Those foreigners are paying exorbitant prices to buy Lu Xing's processors. They're really showing off. This made Lu Yunting feel extremely bad. Especially the other second-generation rich people were obviously enjoying the show and joked to Lu Yunting. "I heard that your company's performance has declined seriously. Do you plan to switch to your brother's company? You were the one who said the company was going to make some big moves. But how come there's been no progress at all? Honestly, instead of inheriting your dad's company, you might as well start your own business with your brother. Stop talking about it. There's no way his brother would be willing to share in the profits. You know, the girl his brother liked was snatched away by him. I heard she dumped him recently. It's a good thing he didn't bankrupt the company." Lu Yunting was ridiculed so much that he couldn't hold his head up among a group of rich second generations. You have to know that he was so powerful before, and everyone was trying to curry favor with him. Now everyone is laughing at him, and he has no way to survive at all. When he got home, Lu Yunting started to lose his temper at his secretary. "Who the hell is Lu Xing? Can he be compared with me? It's a joke." He angrily said, "Hurry up and find some marketing accounts to discredit his products. His reputation has been damaged. I don't think his phone will still be a big seller." However, the opposite happened when the marketing accounts heard that they were going to criticize the M1 phone. All of Lu Yunting's transfers were confiscated. "Sorry, Mr. Lu, we can't do such unconscionable work. It's okay to discredit other products, but M1 is too conscientious. It has really relieved the Chinese people's anger and has gone abroad. How can we lose our conscience? We won't accept the materials this time. Let's cooperate next time." Lu Yunting was completely dumbfounded. Marketing accounts have money but don't make money. Are you stupid? Lu Xing's cell phone must be shoddy. How can it be considered conscientious? Anyway, Lu Yunting didn't believe it. He was unconvinced. "If they don't write reports, I will. I'd buy one and it would be easy to fill it with flaws." So Lu Yunting asked his secretary to buy an M1 mobile phone. As soon as Lu Yunting saw the small and exquisite mobile phone, he sneered. "It's just like what you said." Hours later, "Young master, it's very late now. You can go upstairs to sleep." The housekeeper came to remind Lu Yunting. Lu Yunting was stunned. He had been playing from the afternoon until late at night. He was so obsessed with playing that he didn't even realize it was very late. The key point is that he has been playing with M1's mobile phone and has never put it down. Lu Yunting replied arrogantly, "What a crappy phone." He simply took back his phone. "Once I started playing, I felt uncomfortable in many ways. Why is my phone so slow? It's so heavy, it's tiring to hold. The clarity is so poor. even though I spent over 10,000 yuan on it. Liu Yunting was very unhappy about using his own mobile phone. In less than a few minutes, I couldn't wait to pick up the M1 phone. This is still comfortable, playing games is fun. Liu Yunting really liked it. The housekeeper was stunned by what he saw. Is this a true fan or a hater? Sure enough, he is still the king of talking nonsense. The huge sales of the M1 mobile phone also made Liu Xing, the founder, stand out in the business world. Liu Xing has soon received an invitation to the charity gala. In the past, Liu Xing would not be invited to such high society events. But Liu Xinghe now has a status and is at the top position. The organizer of the event not only said it, but also persuaded Liu Xinghe to participate. Liu Xinghe saw that the organizer had talked until his voice was hoarse, and thinking that this kind of activity was meaningful, he decided to participate. To participate in this kind of activity, you must bring a female companion. The organizer said with a smile, "Don't worry about the female companion. Do you want an international film queen or a well-known female CEO? I can arrange both." Chapter 58, No need. I have someone I like. Liu Xing refused directly. No, I have someone I like. The organizers were all stunned. If it were anyone else, they would be overjoyed to hear that their female companion was a famous or beautiful female CEO. Why is Liu Xing not interested at all? And there are female companions who are more presentable than them. After seeing Liu Xing as female companion, the event organizers were drooling. She has fair skin, beautiful looks, big breasts, a slim waist, long legs, a prominent family background, and a charming temperament in her bones. Looking throughout the entire circle, you really can't find anyone like her. She is really beautiful. But she is Liu Xing's wife, the eldest daughter of the Liu family. The organizers of the event were full of envy. Looking around, there is no such a beautiful lady as Liu Ruyan in the entire circle of rich wives. After confirming that Liu Ruyan would accompany Liu Xing to the party, Liu Xing did not expect that Liu Ruyan cared more about it than he did. She simply asked the servant to push up a row of clothes. Liu Ruyan crossed her arms, raised her pretty face, and smiled at Liu Xing. "Hubby, look at what to wear to the party. These are all limited edition high-end items from the latest fashion week of major brands." Liu Xing was dumbfounded. You have to know that in order to attend major dinner parties, those celebrities have to go to brands to borrow clothes, and they have to spend a lot of effort to borrow a good seasonal model. As a result, Liu Ruyan actually arranged a bunch of people to come over. If those celebrities saw this, they would be so envious. "How did you do that?" Liu Xing looked at Liu Ruyan in surprise. "It must have cost a lot of money, right? They were all sent by the brands." Her words shocked Liu Xing. "How could it be? My husband is a rising star in the business world. It's normal for them to want to curry favor with you." Liu Ruyan's clever little face was full of pride. She is really happy that she has an excellent husband. As soon as I mentioned it, they couldn't wait to send these clothes over. It wasn't just for my sake, it was because I was Mrs. Liu. Looking at Liu Ruyan's proud look, Liu Xing also felt a sense of accomplishment in his heart. In the past, everyone thought that they were gigolos. Now that he has built his career and achieved results, everyone has to give him some face. Liu Xing has completely turned the tables. "Look, which one do you like?" Liu Ruyan asked with a smile. "Help me choose one. I trust your vision." Liu Xing never doubted Liu Ruyan's aesthetic taste. He was quite a straight man, and he mostly liked to be casual and not very good at matching. But he has a very caring wife. His wife solved his difficulty in making choices. All his clothes from head to toe were personally matched by his wife, and they suit him very well. "Wear this black tuxedo with a striped shirt underneath, and this tie." Liu Ruyan quickly picked out the clothes and chose the combination. Ding, rewarding the host with a hot search publicity skill. It will be easy to get on any news version you want. Liu Xing was very satisfied. How come my wife is so good at choosing? Liu Ruyan's eyes curved into crescents as she said, "It's obviously you who would choose." "What do you mean? Otherwise, can you marry me?" Liu Ruyan snorted arrogantly. Liu Xing subconsciously held Liu Ruyan's slender waist tightly. "Well, are you praising yourself?" Liu Ruyan's fingertips ambiguously grasped Liu Xing's tie and played with it in her hands. There was a charming hue in her eyes, and her breath was as sweet as orchid. "Yes, I'm just praising myself. Why is it not okay?" Liu Ruyan whispered like a dream, and her hot breath touched Liu Xing's slightly parted lips. Liu Xing's Adam's apple slid slightly, and he grabbed her little hand that was playing with the tie. "Then you have better vision and found a good husband." "Yes, I must have good taste in finding a husband like you." After Liu Xing went to the bathroom, He looked at his disheveled self in the mirror and felt like crying but had no tears. The neck is too obvious. Lu Xing turned around and looked at the girl sitting on the edge of the marble bathtub. It's all your fault, the culprit. The girl was wearing her own loose men's shirt, which was very long and just covered her legs. Her hair was a little messy, but it couldn't hide her innate charm. She was like a little fox, full of wildness and relaxation. She giggled softly, her slender white fingers pressed against her red lips, her tone full of innocence. Yours is okay, mine is outrageous. Lu Xing's ears felt hot. Okay, it's even. Liu Ruyan's smile deepened. Seeing Lu Xing's blushing face, she put her hands on his face and said softly, My husband is so funny, I can't get enough of him. Be good, you can do it next time, otherwise we will all have to cancel tomorrow's banquet. Lu Xing coaxed. Liu Ruyan snorted. Okay, I'll make it up to you next time. That being said, she still felt unsatisfied. He grabbed Lu Xing's collar, roared, and bit him. Lu Xing felt a little pain. This bite really hurts. It hurts, Lu Xing said. I'm wrong, baby, Liu Ruyan frowned slightly. To make amends, she kissed Lu Xing on the lips. Are you feeling better? Her lips were warm and sweet when she kissed me. Is this a slap in the face followed by a sweet date? But Lu Xing likes it very much. Ding, interaction value plus 34. Gain the rapid wound healing skill. Lu Xing remembered the injury he had suffered not long ago. He used the system skills without hesitation. He could see with his naked eyes that the wound on his arm was gradually healing and forming a scab. The pain was not so obvious anymore, which made Lu Xing feel much better. Which dress are you going to wear to the party? Lu Xing raised the corner of his lips and asked Liu Ruyan. Liu Ruyan raised her pretty face and put her arms around Lu Xing's neck. It will lose its mystery. Let's reveal it at the banquet tomorrow. P.S. For those of you who surf lightly, you've undoubtedly heard of Emperor Liu Ruyan. She's had nearly 1,005 husbands, 425 romantic partners, 760 childhood sweethearts, and married the male lead 156 times and the second male lead 145 times. However, the Liu Ruyan I created isn't quite so brutal. She only married once. How could someone who couldn't tame her become the male lead? Chapter 59, Baby. What little secrets are you hiding from me? Lu Xing raised his eyebrows. You are still being mysterious. Liu Ruyan became as arrogant as a little fox. I'm raising expectations and surprising you. After hearing her boasting, Lu Xing pinched Liu Ruyan's chin and said, Okay, go ahead. I'll see you sooner or later anyway. The next day, Lu Xing saw Liu Ruyan's evening dress. Her long curly hair was tied up, and she was wearing a long purple dress that reached her ankles, which made her figure stand out. The dress was very high-waisted and had a high slit, making her walk graceful and charming. She also wore a pair of light silver stiletto heels. After seeing Lu Xing, she showed off her charming long legs. How is it? Does it smell like a married woman? Lu Xing was slightly surprised. You should know that usually little Yanderes are cute and sexy. But now she is dressed like a lady, which is obviously the style of the main personality. If it weren't for the sly look on the little Yandere's face, Lu Xing would have really thought that the main personality had returned. Why are you wearing Pinru's clothes? Lu Xing asked. Liu Ruyan couldn't stand it anymore. She put her hands on her hips and asked, Who is Pinru? Are you hiding other women? Her pretty little face was full of jealousy, and she looked at Lu Xing with great unhappiness. Seeing her reaction, Lu Xing suddenly burst into laughter. Ha. Seeing Lu Xing bent over with laughter, Liu Ruyan was anxious. What are you laughing at? You are so cute, said Lu Xing. Liu Ruyan was originally furious, but now when she heard Lu Xing's words, her face turned red and she snorted proudly. HMPH, don't think that I won't be angry just because you praise me. Don't change the subject. Who is Pinru? If you don't tell me, I will kill her when I find that woman. No matter how hard you try, you can't kill her. Lu Xing shook his head and couldn't help laughing. What do you mean? Is there anyone in this world that I can't kill? Yes, Tomi Kawakami. After hearing Lu Xing's words, Liu Ruyan's eyes became resentful. Stop making trouble except for this. Lu Xing reached out and pinched Liu Ruyan's face, then said with a smile, Okay, I was just kidding. Lin Pinru is a character in a TV series. Don't worry, no one will compete with you for it and you don't have to fight. It saves you energy. Liu Ruyan came to her senses, and her mood gradually improved. But you've changed your style? Lu Xing became curious. It's like you have another personality. This is how he likes to dress. Liu Ruyan's red lips pursed slightly, and she was obviously a little jealous. What's wrong? If she can wear it, then it won't look good on me. She couldn't help but pout and murmur softly, Obviously, I'm more feminine. When she got angry, she sat down on the chair, folded her arms, and turned her face away, obviously angry with Lu Xing. Lu Xing bent his knees slightly and gently held Liu Ruyan's ankles with his hands. "What are you doing?" Liu Ruyan stared at him with her eyes wide open. Lu Xing didn't listen to her, but raised the corner of his mouth and said, "Are you comfortable wearing such high heels?" Liu Ruyan hummed, "If she can handle it, so can I." Lu Xinghai shook his head. "Look, you're starting to compare yourself with your own personality. Women, the desire to win is everywhere. It's easy to twist your ankle, and you don't have anti-slip stickers. What if the skin is rubbed off?" Lu Xinghe raised his eyebrows and expressed his personal opinion. Liu Ruyan lowered her eyelids as if doubtful and finally said stubbornly, "It's okay, as long as I look pretty." Lu Xing put away his smile and said teasingly, "Your legs shouldn't be ravaged by high heels." After hearing Lu Xinghe's words, Liu Ruyan's face suddenly lit up with excitement and she giggled. "The car door is welded shut. Can you still go to the banquet today?" Her eyes lit up and she leaned forward, trying to get close to Lu Xinghe. Lu Xinghe said, "If you don't listen, then I might as well not go. You'll be limping and it's not suitable for that kind of occasion." Liu Ruyan thought for a moment and raised the corner of her lips. "Okay, listen to my husband. I'll change into a pair of low heels, okay?" "That's pretty good." Lu Xinghe was quite satisfied with this. So Lu Xing went to get a pair of shoes with almost no heels and came to Liu Ruyan. He took off Liu Ruyan's shoes, put her feet into the shoes, and then picked her up from the chair. Liu Ruyan placed her hands on Lu Xinghe's arms and said with a smile, "Come on, husband, let's go." Lu Xing's mouth curled up into an arc, and he took Liu Ruyan into the car. At this moment, the system also began to remind. Ding, interactive behavior detected, interaction value plus 32, rewarding the host with super fluent multilingual communication ability. Although Lu Xing has become a top student, his foreign language skills are limited to English. Now that he can speak multiple languages, he is naturally even more powerful. Especially this banquet will gather all kinds of important figures, so Lu Xing can also communicate conveniently. The charity auction banquet was star-studded, with not only famous movie actors and actresses, but also diplomats and business elites, all walking on the red carpet. They are all secretly competing with each other, using all kinds of tricks on their own appearance, just to grab the headlines of today. The reporters took photos frantically, not wanting to miss any shining moment. However, while the bosses were racking their brains and competing with each other for attention, a Rolls-Royce luxury car stopped on the red carpet. All the shots were shifted. "The president of Galaxy Group is here. Take a picture." The boss behind the M1 phone has finally revealed his true identity. The reporters were all very excited. You know, the M1 mobile phone is a very popular phone now, and many people want to know what the boss behind the scenes looks like. Although he had no experience in this industry, he achieved success easily. When the car door opened, the reporters were stunned when they saw a handsome boy getting out of the car with a beautiful girl on his arm. The boy is still childish, and although he is handsome, he is different from those fat and big-eared entrepreneurs. It has completely become a breath of fresh air. The boss is so young and promising. This guy looks like a college student who hasn't graduated yet. Crazy, that's awesome. The girl beside him has the charm of a fox and is cute but also sexy. She is not elegant but very charming. No matter how she poses in front of the camera, she looks much better than the top female stars. Names like Mumi, Muba, and Muja were all outshined by her. Is this a mistake? Isn't this the owner of the M1 phone? Chapter 60, Lu Xinghe's identity was faked, shocking everyone. The flash was pointed at him, and Lu Xinghe tried to remain calm, rubbing Liu Ruyan and allowing the reporters to take pictures. "Are you Lu Xinghe, the boss of Xing Group?" a reporter asked doubtfully. "Don't you think so?" Lu Xinghe replied calmly. This sentence stunned the whole audience. Although Lu Xinghe is very young, he has a strong aura. That kind of majestic demeanor is rare for someone of his age. Now no one dares to doubt that Lu Xinghe's identity is fake, and the reporters are all excited. Lu Xing is the youngest and most handsome entrepreneur in the country. She stands out among a group of male bosses with big bellies. "Who is this?" A reporter looked at Liu Ruyan and asked Lu Xinghe, "Is she your girlfriend?" Lu Xing announced generously, "My wife. If you just say fiancé, no one will question it. So you said this is your wife." But there was no doubt that Lu Xing and Liu Ruyan both wore wedding rings on their middle fingers. The other male bosses were even more surprised than the reporters. They never expected that their competitor was so young and still a green boy. As a result, Their recent performance can't catch up with this brat. He is about the same age as their son. Lu Xing is probably still a college student who hasn't graduated yet, thinking of his son who does nothing all day and just picks up girls. Lu Xing's father must be very proud. I am so lucky to have such an outstanding son. Not to mention that the so-called wife Lu Xing introduced was even prettier than the mistresses they kept outside. Isn't that infuriating? But they still look down on Lu Xing in their hearts. He must be a rich second generation who appeared from nowhere. He relied on his family background to find a good team. It was just a lucky coincidence that he was able to gain a foothold in the business world so quickly. The person in charge came forward with a smile on his face and warmly entertained Lu Xing and others. "Mr. Lu, Mrs. Lu, please take a seat in first class." Lu Xing took Liu Ruyan's hand and sat down with her in the first row. This scene shocked others. This position is for the most powerful people in the industry, and only they can sit here. You know, even a veteran who has been in the industry for more than 10 years may not be able to sit in a first-class seat. But Lu Xing is just a business upstart, so he can sit in the best seat. Coincidentally, Lu's father and Lu Yunting arrived at the scene. They also received an invitation and came here. As a result, we saw Lu Xing's extremely popular status. It can be said that Lu Xing was the most handsome guy at the scene and attracted special attention. Looking at Lu Xing's splendid appearance, Father Lu spitted and said, "This villain is in power. Look at how cocky he is. He's just an upstart, but he really thinks he has real ability. He won't be able to stay proud for a few days, and he will fall flat on his face." Lu Yunting also scoffed. "Tisk, that's right, without Liu Ruyan he's nothing." Although he was addicted to the M1 mobile phone, he was very dissatisfied with Lu Xing and did not want to acknowledge Lu Xing as excellence. So when I used his phone, I was always secretive, not wanting Lu Xing to see it, lest he get carried away. But now, seeing Lu Xing being the center of attention, he felt very uncomfortable. Is the level of the event so low now that they can invite you? When Lu Xing was chatting with Liu Ruyan, he heard a proud voice. He raised his head and saw Father Lu walking in front of him with an arrogant look on his face, and Lu Yunting was beside him. After seeing the provocation from Lu's father and others, the smile on Liu Ruyan's face faded, and she was filled with a cold expression. She stared at Lu's father and Lu Yunting intently, and her hands hanging by the edge of her skirt were clenched into fists. "Where did this dirty thing come from? It's an eyesore." Liu Ruyan squeezed out a few words from between her teeth. If eyes were a knife, Lu's father and Lu Yunting would have been torn into pieces. This also made the two people feel a chill down their spines, and they felt creepy being stared at. At this moment, they really felt that Liu Ruyan would kill them with a knife. Seeing that Liu Ruyan was about to explode, Lu Xing immediately held Liu Ruyan's hand tightly. "It's very cold as snow. It seems that if I don't stop her, Liu Ruyan will really go crazy." "I am your father-in-law. Is this your attitude as a junior?" Father Lu scolded unhappily. Liu Ruyan was solely focused on Lu Xing and never even looked at him, not taking him seriously at all. She is an accomplice to evil. If she hadn't helped Lu Xing, would Lu Xing be so arrogant? After seeing Lu's father scolding Liu Ruyan, Lu Xing's eyes became gloomy. He said he could do it, but his wife couldn't. Lu Xing smiled sarcastically. "Now that I know you are my father, I have to borrow a lot of foreign debt from the bank every day to start my own company. Please help me pay off the trouble of being a father in one go." After these words were spoken, Lu's father's face turned very bad. He didn't want to clean up Lu Xing's mess. Lu Xing got the benefits and he paid for it. How could such a good thing happen? I'm just your adoptive father. You have to work hard on your own for the rest." Father Lu wanted to distance himself from the matter. Lu Xing took this opportunity to tease him. "Oh, since you know you are just my adoptive father, then what gives you the right to tell my wife what to do?" His eyes were stern and his lips were icy. "Why don't you get back to your place?" It was just a lazy sentence, but it was full of lethality. Everyone around looked over. So Lu Xing is the adopted son of the Lu group. The relationship between the two is not good. The adopted son doesn't give him face. Chairman Lu's character is worrying. If it were me, I would just turn around and leave because it's so embarrassing. Everyone was arguing with each other. This also made Lu's father lose face, and he didn't know where to put it. The person in charge was afraid that Lu Xing would vent his anger on him, so he quickly stepped forward to help. "Mr. Lu, please sit down first." Seeing that the situation was not right, Lu Yunting whispered to his father, "Let's discuss it later." Father Lu could only suppress his anger and sit down with Lu Yunting next to him. I didn't expect to be stopped by the person in charge. The person in charge said, I'm sorry, this is not your seat. They all have nameplates. Please go back to your seats. Father Lu and Lu Yunting could only find a place. Who would have thought it was in a remote spot in the second row? Lu Xinghe still sat in the first row, and they waited for seats, which was like a slap in their faces. Father Lu angrily scolded the person in charge, saying, What a joke! Is there a mistake? This kid can sit in the front row and I sit here. The person in charge didn't even bother to coax me. He said perfunctorily, This is what the organizers arranged in advance. It's already fixed. If you want to sit, you can sit. If not, you can consider the audience seats. After all, there are many big guys here, and Lu Yunting is really not a big shot, not much better than a nouveau rich. Seeing the person in charge walk away without even looking up, Mr. Lu, who was treated perfunctorily, felt a lump in his throat. This is really too much. Father Lu was furious. Chapter 61, If you are not tough, you are not worthy of being the CEO. Look at who you are provoking. Father Lu had already seen that the people around him were laughing at the joke. Lu Xinghe's scenery is so beautiful, but they are like a tiger in a plane, bullied by a dog. How ironic. The huge gap also made Lu's father psychologically unbalanced. Lu Yunting, who was standing next to him, was very calm. He comforted his father. Dad, it's okay. Don't worry. I have a way to deal with Lu Xinghe. I will definitely make him look bad in a while. Seeing Lu Yunting's particularly confident look, Lu's father's anger gradually subsided. His son is the smartest and most clever. To be able to say that, he must have thought of a solution. Lu Xinghe is bound to suffer a loss soon. Let's see if he dares to be so presumptuous in the future. At this moment, Lu Xinghe was coaxing his wife. Liu Ruyan was furious. She was venting her anger, her face puffed up. Who do they think they are? They dared to scold you. I should rip them open. Lu Xinghe held Liu Ruyan's hand tightly and coaxed her. Okay, I know you are angry and want to avenge me, but your husband has other ways to deal with them. Just wait and see. He kneaded her fingertips carefully. Don't be angry. When it's over, I'll take you to eat your favorite hot pot. After hearing this, Liu Ruyan immediately smiled and was extremely excited. Okay, I want to eat spicy hot pot, the spicier the better. Lu Xinghe laughed at her. Are you sure? You are addicted to human food. Whoever ate it last time had tears in his eyes and blew it with his mouth. Liu Ruyan pouted her red lips, looking aggrieved and adorable. She refused to do it. No, I want to eat. Take me to eat. Okay, I'll take you there to eat and eat everything. Since his wife is so easy to satisfy, Lu Xinghe will definitely obey her. Now that Liu Ruyan saw that her goal had been achieved, she smiled brightly. The person in charge was very considerate. Seeing that there were foreign bosses sitting on both sides of Lu Xinghe, he asked, Do you need an interpreter for you? Lu Xinghe shook his head and refused. No need. The person in charge did not force me. He thought Lu Xinghe wanted quiet and didn't want to socialize. Who would have thought that Lu Xinghe would turn around and speak to the foreign boss next to him in authentic French? At percentant, the people in charge stared wide-eyed. Such fluent speaking skills, very authentic. Lu Xinghe switched languages easily and showed off some Russian to another foreign boss. Percentant. Anyway, it's enough to know that Lu Xinghe's spoken English is very good. The author's foreign language was taught by a physical education teacher, and the author has no system, so there's nothing I can do. This switch is so smooth. If the person in charge had not seen the foreign boss's relaxed and cheerful response, he would really suspect that Lu Xinghe was talking nonsense. Lu Xinghe can speak multiple languages. That's so awesome. Isn't Lu Xinghe's mind confused? The other bosses were also surprised when they saw Lu Xinghe handle it easily. If you don't know multiple foreign languages, you can't be a good boss. I originally thought that Lu Xinghe was just a piece of cake, but I didn't expect that Lu Xinghe could have a good conversation with two of the most demanding and self-righteous bigwigs in the industry. Although I don't know what they were communicating about, I can tell from the appreciation on their faces that they are very satisfied. Oh my God, these are the two most picky and weirdest bosses. Lu Xinghe actually shook hands. How did Lu Xinghe do it? How many people wanted to make friends with them, but were turned away? Everyone's eyes popped out of their heads in shock. Lu Xinghe could also see the surprise from the outside world, but he was calm and contented. Guy, I have a system. How can an ordinary person compare to me? Now both bosses think his idea is good and want to cooperate with him in business. Here, they can not only expand the industry but also find resources. Very good, gained a lot. Husband, you are so awesome. Liu Ruyan also praised with admiration. Lu Xinghe raised the corners of his lips and said to Liu Ruyan, Study more, you can do it too. This Yandere personality is naive and innocent. If he switches to the main personality, Lu Xinghe will be showing off his skills in front of an expert. You have to know that the main character is a famous, talented woman, a real super academic who can speak 8 languages, and nothing can stop her. Soon the banquet began. This banquet is a donation auction, and all proceeds will be donated to a charity foundation. There are limited edition Hermes babies donated by movie stars, as well as blue and white porcelain vases and antiques donated by other bigwigs. What Lu Xing brought was a 4-character couplet in seal script by XX, a famous calligrapher and painter in the Qing dynasty. It is worth 80 million, and here the price is estimated to be doubled. Although it was not the most expensive of these donations, Lu Xinghe knew that it was also a big deal. The following is the collection donated by Mr. Lu Xing. The bidding price starts at 50 million. The hostess came up with a tray covered with a black cloth. The auctioneer had already uncovered the black cloth and announced it in public. Everyone was staring intently. Everyone wanted to see what it was. After all, what this upstart business owner was raising funds for must not be cheap stuff, but must be some rare treasure. Lu Xing heard a burst of surprised sounds. Am I seeing correctly? This is an auction item. Is there anything special about this? You can't fool people like this. Exactly as Lu Xing fooling us. How can this start at 50 million? He's taking us for fools. Amidst the controversy, Lu Xing suddenly saw a can of Coke on the etiquette lady's tray, and it was an empty can. The scene looked like a scrap recycling station. No, he obviously didn't donate this thing. How did it become like this? This is definitely wrong. Lu Xing frowned and felt a little angry. There was constant controversy around, and most people were laughing at Lu Xing. Father Lu was very happy. He said to Lu Yunting, "Son, your trick is good. Now everyone is laughing at him." Who said it wasn't true? Lu Xing didn't expect him to be so embarrassing. Lu Yunting raised the corners of his mouth proudly. 70 million. A loud voice rang out. Someone raised a sign. Everyone looked over suddenly. Then Liu Ruyan, who had been silent, raised her sign and made a bid. Everyone thought it was ridiculous. Really, for that price, just a can? Lu Xinghe looked at Liu Ruyan and whispered, "You're crazy. 80 million for this." "I don't care. I won't allow anyone to laugh at you. I'll give you the confidence," Liu Ruyan said domineeringly. She didn't want the outside rumors to hurt him in the slightest. Even if it means spending 70 million to buy something useless, she just wants to support her husband. Lu Xinghe felt warm in his heart when he saw Liu Ruyan supporting him. With a wife like this, what else could a husband ask for? Although Liu Ruyan is not the protagonist in the novel, but just a cannon fodder female supporting role who can cover up her brilliance. 80 million? The auctioneer became excited. Everyone was dumbfounded. Lu Xinghe's wife took the photo, which is understandable. But is there anyone else taking the photo now? You must be a fool. P.S. I have saved tens of thousands of words. Tomorrow's plot will be very exciting, so stay tuned. Mobile phone keyboard pinyin. 962,464. Let's see what it comes out. Chapter 62, the butterfly effect appears, and everyone admires the birth of the boss. Now I see that it is the German boss on Lu Xinghe's left. He raised his hand and indicated 80 million. Lu Xinghe was also surprised. He didn't expect that foreigners would support it. The German boss even said in German with a smile, "Percentat at percent, environmental protection, creative use of waste, and raising everyone's awareness of garbage pollution. What a talent, must support." Lu Xinghe. While this is China's reading comprehension, maybe the author didn't even think of such a meaning, but others over-interpreted it and completely sublimated it. 90 million once, 90 million twice. The auctioneer became more and more excited. He saw the Russian boss on Lu Xinghe's right side raised his hand. Asking price is tens of millions. Crazy, it's really crazy, so crazy. Everyone began to doubt life. Both of them are leading figures in the industry. But now they're bidding on a can. Or is there something else going on with this can? Is it because their experience is too shallow and they can't see through it? Now the catfish effect is here. I'll give you 100 million. I'll give you 1.5 million. I'll give you 200 million. 250 million, I'll take it. The bidding continues, and the prices keep rising. This completely shocked Lu's father and Lu Yunting. It was just an ordinary can, but it made the big guys fight over it. Were we almost going to have a fight? They didn't expect that just being a part of the play would actually add luster to Lu Xing. The price being called out now is definitely the highest price on site. He even shouted to a degree that they could not even imagine. Wouldn't it be better to give this money to Lu Xing and give it to them? Father Lu was helpless. He even hated himself for not putting up a can. Otherwise, the big guys would have fought over it. Lu Yunting shook his head and said, "This world is crazy." How he envied Lu Xing for being able to become so famous. It would be great if he could possess Lu Xing's soul. Lu Xing is now bragging. He also didn't expect that there would be a butterfly effect that would cause so many people to fight for it. In fact, many people don't understand the situation. What they are buying is fame and fortune, not price. Blind herd mentality has caused prices to become so outrageous. The final price was locked at 300 million, and it was still bought by Liu Ruyan. Lu Xing definitely doesn't want his wife to spend so much money. This was originally a misunderstanding. So Lu Xing went on stage under everyone's surprised gaze. "Sorry, everyone, this is just an ordinary can." Lu Xing held the microphone and said something that made everyone look at each other in surprise. They were suddenly a little angry because they had just joined in the fierce competition. Turns out it was a prank. Do you take us for fools? That's right, it's too much. Even if you want to play a trick on someone, there has to be a limit. No wonder I don't see anything special about this. It's just ordinary garbage. It makes us look like we're collecting scrap. Seeing everyone's anger rising, Lu Yunting gloated. Some people are trying to sabotage it themselves. Isn't this just shooting themselves in the foot? Father Lu smiled and said, "He is completely uneducated. He is just lucky and has made a little progress. But what can he really do?" Lu Yunting was very proud and agreed with his father. "That's right, he really thinks he is gifted. It's really funny." Lu Xing faced everyone calmly and did not panic because of their anger. "I'm sorry, this was a prank by my stepbrother Lu Yunting. I just found out now that he swapped my real donation. I apologize to everyone on his behalf, and on behalf of Galaxy Enterprise. I am willing to donate 100 million yuan to charity." Lu Xing had long guessed that the people who switched the items must be the Lu family father and son. Instantly, thunderous applause broke out. Everyone praised him generously and began to discuss. He is indeed the youngest successful entrepreneur. He has a broad mind. With this kind of courage, if he doesn't succeed, who will? But Lu Yunting is too abominable. I was thinking of investing in his company, but now I've given up. Do you think charity is just a game? How dare you play tricks on us? The young master of the Lu Group has such a bad character. How can we have any credibility by cooperating with him? Lu Xing took advantage of this opportunity to gain publicity, and his donation was on the hot search headlines for free, which was considered free advertising for his own products. After the organizers investigated and found out that Lu Yunting had indeed bribed the waiter and replaced Lu Xing's goods. Not only did they apologize to Lu Xing and compensate him, they also gave Lu Xing 50 million worth of equipment and supplies, and were willing to provide free venues so that Lu Xing could hold offline sales events. Lu Xing was very happy. You have to know that the venue fee is very expensive nowadays, not to mention the venue provided by the organizer. But Xiying Square in the city center has the largest flow of people. The organizers were even more angry about the disruption caused by the Lu family father and son, and directly put them on the event's blacklist and never invited them again. When the wall falls, everyone pushes it. The bosses who originally planned to cooperate with the Lu family all gave up the idea. Not only did a cooperation worth hundreds of millions of dollars go down the drain, but they also had to withdraw their investment. Snap! A loud slap echoed in the air. Lu Xing looked in the direction of the sound. It was discovered that in front of everyone, Lu's father slapped Lu Yunting in anger. "You bastard, how could you do this to your brother? You even hid it from me. Why don't you apologize to your brother now?" Lu Xing listened and laughed mockingly. "Very good. Father Lu sacrificed his own family for the sake of justice and protected himself. After all, if Mr. Lu still wants to stay in this circle, it is impossible for him to admit that he is in the same group with Lu Yunting. Lu Yunting must be the scapegoat." Lu Xing saw that Lu Yunting's face was extremely red and swollen, and his eyes were wide open. I guess Lu Yunting didn't expect that his father would beat him. That's right. In the past, Father Lu held him in the palm of his hand and loved him dearly, fearing that he would melt. How could I bear to slap him in front of everyone? If you put yourself in Lu Yunting's perspective, he must feel very aggrieved and angry. How embarrassing, with so many important people watching here. Lu Yunting is such a face-conscious guy, but he should just die in society now. It will be difficult for him to hold his head up in the entire upper-class society in the future. But Lu Xing liked it very much. You have to pay for what you have done. Lu Yunting learned his lesson and could see that he could take a detour. However, what Lu Xing did not expect was that Lu Yunting lowered his head at this moment. His eyes were filled with tears and he stammered, "Dad, give me another chance, I will still do this." These words were beyond Lu Xing's expectations. This kid is tired of living. How dare he say that? Chapter 63, he has been abusing me all these years. He is a hypocrite. Lu Xing thought Lu Yunting would quibble, but he admitted it so quickly. Are you going to quit acting? Are you giving up? Liu Ruyan looked at Lu Yunting with disgust, then said to the organizers, "Those who cheat should get out of here and stop polluting the air here." She couldn't stand the Lu family father and son the most, and they even plotted against her husband. After the event is over, she will find someone to beat Lu Yunting up, hoping to make Lu Yunting a lifelong vegetable and never be able to appear in front of her husband again. As for Mr. Lu, it's very simple. Just destroy his company and make him bankrupt. Let's see what confidence Father Lu still has to be so arrogant. The organizer nodded, "Yes, Miss Liu," and prepared to call security to kick the person out. Unexpectedly, Lu Yunting suddenly became frightened. He held his head and yelled, "No, I was wrong, sister-in-law, don't hit me." Lu Yunting's eyes were extremely red. He was trembling and his body was shaking. Lu Xing frowned. Lu Yunting is not a movie emperor, so why is he acting again? Just as Lu Xing expected, Lu Yunting's eyes were filled with tears. He said in public, "I don't regret what I did at all. After all, they deserved it." Lu Yunting pointed his finger at Lu Xing. "You indulged your wife and abused and beat me. How many times have you done that? You knew she was a mental patient, but you shielded her from the hospital and endangered others. What kind of good person are you?" This scene shocked everyone. They didn't expect Lu Yunting to accuse Lu Xing in public. "Liu Ruyan, is she a mental patient?" "I can't tell. I know that we were taken away from each other since childhood. My recognition of my ancestors will affect your inheritance of the family business, but you can't punish me in this way." Lu Yunting continued with red eyes. "If I protested, my sister-in-law would slap me. If I made you angry, you would put a knife to my neck. Last time you even hit me with a thick iron rod and put me in the hospital. You know, my sister-in-law is a mental patient. Even if she kills me, she won't have to bear any responsibility. You instigated her to bully me. Since I was little, I have been an orphan with no one to love me. Your biological parents threw me into an orphanage and left me there without a care. I thought I would have a warm home, but I didn't expect my stepbrother to be so cruel." As he complained, Lu Yunting's tears flowed down his handsome face. "Some of the female compatriots around me, especially those who have given birth to children, feel a little sorry for it. It's difficult for a mentally ill person to control themselves. If that's the case, Lu Xing is really going too far. I've heard about the young master of the Lu family's life story, but I didn't expect it to be so tragic. I was almost deceived by Lu Xing. You can't judge a person by his appearance, it's too much. He even donated money to charity. How can such a black-hearted person do good things?" Liu Ruyan saw Lu Yunting slandering Lu Xing, which led to everyone criticizing Lu Xing's faults, and she immediately became furious. "You are slandering me." As a crazy woman who was determined to protect her husband, she immediately rushed forward and wanted to kick Lu Yunting. Lu Yunting did not dodge, but deliberately faced the kick and received a solid kick in the stomach. In fact, the force was not that strong, but Lu Yunting was pretending. He leaned back, hugged his stomach, groaned in pain, and his legs collapsed to the ground. It can be completely indistinguishable from the real thing. "Huh, sister-in-law, hit me as much as you want. It's fine as long as you can vent your anger. I'm used to it anyway." Lu Yunting replied with tears in his eyes and aggrieved. "You're still pretending." Liu Ruyan was very angry and wanted to hit Lu Yunting again. Lu Xing immediately grabbed Liu Ruyan's hand. "Don't be impatient. The people around her have already looked at Liu Ruyan with tinted glasses. Such a beautiful girl, and he hit her so hard. He's still so manic now. Lu Yunting's words are even more convincing. I didn't expect Lu Yunting to have been living in such dire straits. From this perspective, Lu Xing is really a scumbag. He used his wife's illness as a cover-up and pretended to be a gentleman. Lu Xing is a real villain. I was so optimistic about him just now. Everyone's pointing fingers is obviously not in their favor. The current situation is one-sided. Lu Yunting is taking advantage of everyone's sympathy and seizing Liu Ruyan's stubborn and impulsive shortcomings to set the tone. Even Lu's father angrily pointed at Lu Xing's nose and cursed. What a misfortune for our family. How could we have such an evil son? If you gain power, the whole family will suffer. He ordered, hurry up and apologize to your brother. Lu Xinghe watched this scene and sneered. It's really funny that Lu's father also got involved. Now father and son are fighting together. I will never apologize to you in my life, Lu Xinghe said arrogantly. These words made the people around them even angrier. That's too much. Lu Xinghe is not pretending anymore. Is he shameless now? The fox's tail is exposed. He has been letting his wife torture his brother, and he still doesn't know how to reflect on himself. Even the two foreign bosses who wanted to cooperate with Lu Xinghe were extremely disappointed with Lu Xinghe after hearing what the translator said, and cursed at him in a foreign language. Devil! Lu Yunting was in a very good mood when he saw that everyone was sympathizing with his situation. He finally turned defeat into victory. Lu Xinghe must be panicking now. The angrier Lu Xinghe is now, the more advantage he has. Lu Yunting deliberately added fuel to the fire, pretending to be understanding. It's okay, I'm used to it. It's okay for me to be beaten. I just hope that my brother's anger will not be vented on my father. He pretended to be pitiful. I switched the bag because I had no choice. The main reason is that Lu Xinghe donated stolen goods that should have been handed over to the country, but he pocketed them. I took all these risks just to prevent him from succeeding. This obviously caused a huge storm. Melon, big melon. The upstart business owner not only had a questionable character, but also swallowed up the stolen goods to auction. No wonder Lu Yunting was like this. In this case, Lu Yunting's stupid behavior makes sense. Chapter 64, the police are wanted, and the entire upper class is going crazy. When everyone despised Lu Xinghe's actions, Lu Xinghe remained calm. After listening to Lu Yunting's words, he laughed mockingly. Oh, you said my wife abused you. Well, where is the evidence? There must be the so-called scars. This eloquent sentence made Lu Yunting's words pale. Lu Yunting's face also turned pale. He indeed had no scars, after all. These were caused by him slandering Lu Xinghe. It's not like I've ever been hurt by Liu Ruyan. What's wrong? Can't find it. Lu Xinghe raised his eyebrows and said sarcastically, mainly because some of the marks have faded and my sister-in-law used methods of torture that left no trace. Lu Yunting became anxious. He said to everyone, my sister-in-law is really a mental patient. She has been imprisoned for 6 years. If you don't believe me, you can go and investigate. Someone who knew the situation came forward to help Lu Yunting and said, indeed, the eldest daughter of the Liu family did come out of a mental hospital. After someone testified, Lu Yunting felt relieved. However, Lu Xinghe smiled calmly. Oh, a way of abuse that leaves no trace, for example. Wouldn't it be considered abuse if I slapped you? Lu Xinghe's eyes turned cold. My wife was discharged after going through the hospital's review. She is now mentally normal and has not had any assault cases. She can go to school and has a good reputation among her classmates. We have just communicated with my wife, and she is a normal person. He continued, you slandered me and made up rumors about me. My wife stood up for me and wanted to hit you. Is that wrong? What's wrong? You're being slandered and you can't even fight back. Seeing Lu Yunting's dejected expression, Lu Xinghe continued. Besides, you said mine was stolen goods. Oh, why don't you tell me how I took possession of the stolen goods? Lu Xinghe folded his arms and said condescendingly, it's a stolen item. I'm willing to auction it off. Aren't you afraid someone inside will find out? And I'm not charging a penny for it and just giving it away for charity. Shouldn't I have secretly traded it on the underground black market? Auctioning it off would be like shooting myself in the foot. Only a fool would do that. Lu Xinghe's words made everyone feel a little shaken. Oh, that's right. What Lu Xinghe said makes sense. It's unlikely that stolen goods would be auctioned off. I was confused about this just now, and Lu Xinghe said that I had expressed my doubts. Ms. Liu looks normal. Even if she has a history of mental illness, it doesn't mean she would hurt others, right? Seeing that more and more people were standing on Lu Xinghe's side, the Lu family father and son became very anxious. They certainly didn't want to break their promise, as this would only give Lu Xinghe a highlight moment and make themselves alienated from everyone. You are just cheating now and don't want to admit it. Well, how can a thief call himself a thief? Lu Yunting pretended to be more aggrieved, tears streaming down his face. Father Lu hugged Lu Yunting and choked up. My poor son, you have suffered so much. It's all Dad's fault. Why did I keep such an ungrateful person in the first place? This tragic scene aroused some sympathy from others. Is it possible that what Lu Yunting said is really true? Since he's willing to take such a risk, it's probably a sure thing. I think Lu Xinghe and the Lu family don't have a good relationship. It's obvious that they have a deep grudge against each other. Why would father and son be so hostile to each other when there's nothing going on? After all, according to common sense, even if Lu Xinghe is a stepson, Lu's father, as his adoptive father, can still get a lot of benefits. But the relationship between the two is particularly stiff. Father Lu sighed deeply. It's all about profit. I left most of my property to my biological son. What's wrong with that? But I didn't expect Xinghe to think I was too partial and complain about both me and my son. Mr. Lu's words made everyone understand some of the reasons. They assisted the Lu family father and son and advised Lu Xinghe, as a man, be more magnanimous. That's right, you're just a fake young master. Why should I give you the property? Go back home and ask your parents for it. I just heard that his biological parents abandoned Lu Yunting in an orphanage when he was young. They are definitely not old people. Lu Xing just inherited his parents' evil hearts. Liu Ruyan watched everyone blaming Lu Xing for unknown reasons. She stood in front of Lu Xinghe with murderous intent in her eyes. Shut up, everyone. Liu Ruyan exudes an aura and has a bright look in her eyes. Everyone was a little wary. Although their status was there, Liu Ruyan's family background was not bad, and if she really got into trouble, she would not be easy to deal with. There was some warmth in Lu Xinghe's eyes. No matter what others said, his wife would protect him first. He was lucky enough to have found a treasure. She was not like those women who were fence-sitters and treacherous. Ding, 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 ding. Suddenly, the sound of a police car was heard outside. Before anyone could react, several policemen rushed in. Don't move. Lu Yunting saw the light all of a sudden. He knew that a messenger of justice had called the police and eliminated the evil for the people. Lu Xinghe is in trouble now and will be arrested. Uncle Police, Lu Xinghe is here, Lu Yunting shouted, unable to suppress the joy in his eyes. The police's gaze was fixed on Lu Xinghe, whom Lu Yunting was pointing at. Walked over, Liu Ruyan refused to give in at all. She stood majestically in front of Lu Xinghe. She said domineeringly, if you want to take my husband away, you have to step over my dead body. P.S. I haven't guessed correctly what triggers Ruyan Liu's personality switch yet. You're the worst class of readers I've ever taught. I'll slap you back tomorrow. The result is unexpected, so don't worry. Chapter 65. You stole my famous painting worth millions. It's not too much for me to call the police and arrest you. Liu Ruyan is a very simple person, and she doesn't understand feelings very well. But she knew that since she married Lu Xinghe, she should be devoted to him. Never abandon, never give up, never leave her and protect her when she is in danger. If anyone dares to touch him, she will become the enemy of the world. Even if it means sacrificing her own life, she will protect Lu Xinghe. Liu Ruyan said to Lu Xinghe resolutely, Husband, don't be afraid, I'm here. Lu Yunting was envious of this kind of relationship, of mutual support. Lu Yunting regretted it so much. If he had gone on a blind date, he would be the one with Liu Ruyan now. How could it be cheaper for Lu Xinghe? However, Lu Xing raised the corner of his mouth. He comforted Liu Ruyan and said, Be good, it's okay. Get out of the way. Liu Ruyan's eyes turned red. Husband. She was anxious and couldn't bear it. Lu Xing said calmly, Believe me. Liu Ruyan bit her red lips, hesitated for a few seconds, and then silently gave way. The Lu family father and son were secretly proud. Lu Xinghe's good days are over. After being arrested, he will be ruined. By then, Lu Xing would be dead, and the Liu family would definitely force Liu Ruyan and Lu Xing to divorce. By then, Lu Xing would be a rat crossing the street. What could he use to fight them? We received your report that someone committed theft of valuable items and slandered you, affecting your reputation. May I ask who Mr. Lu Yunting is? The police asked Lu Xing. Lu Yunting, who was originally proud, was dumbfounded. Theft? He just took it away. It can't be considered theft. Lu Xing looked down at Lu Yunting and said, Didn't you say that I encouraged my wife to abuse you? It just so happens that the police will not shield any bad guys, nor will they wrongly accuse any good guys. The law will give me the truth. Lu Xing said coldly, You stole my famous painting worth millions. It's not too much for me to call the police and have you arrested. Lu Yunting was extremely panicked. He knew he had been lying. No, I was just joking. Lu Yunting knew that if Lu Xing had called the police this time and the truth was really found out, he would be in real trouble. Lu Xing is playing such a big game. What are you afraid of? Now I give you a chance to defeat me. Why are you panicking and saying it's a joke? Lu Xing smiled faintly. His eyes were filled with hostility, and he said viciously, When you wronged me in front of everyone, you didn't take it as a joke. Adults should pay the price for their actions. Lu Yunting's expression changed drastically. This time he was really anxious and shed tears of excitement. "Brother, I beg you, don't let the police arrest me. I don't want to go to jail. I'm just blaming you for your poor attitude towards me, so I'm saying all this nonsense." He rushed to Lu Xing and begged, "I apologize to you. I'm sorry. Woo woo woo, I was really wrong." Lu Yunting burst into tears, leaving everyone dumbfounded. They now realized that they had been deceived by the Lu family father and son. The two of them were just acting out a heartbreak drama, wrongly accusing Lu Xing and Liu Ruyan. They thought they were punishing evil and promoting good, but in fact they were helping the evil. "You two liars, we still believed you, you're full of nonsense." "Oh my God, I just scolded Lu Xing. I'm so embarrassed. I didn't understand the truth of the matter and wronged him. Why doesn't Lu Yunting just die? He even wronged my brother. If I were Lu Xing, let alone ignoring him, I would even kill him with a knife." Everyone was cursing Lu Yunting. Lu Yunting didn't have the time to care about it. It wasn't a matter of losing face now, but whether he would step on the sewing machine and produce sparks. "Brother, although we are not related by blood, we are very destined to be together. From now on, I will listen to you in everything. Please drop the case." Lu Yunting is still trying hard to please Lu Xing. "Yes, son, all the faults are mine. We have kept all your things well. We considered them as loans, not stealing. Why can't we talk about it in a nice way?" Father Lu was also panicked. He has such a son. What will he do if he really goes to jail? He was so eager to protect his son that he begged Lu Xing humbly. However, Lu Xing remained unmoved and said bluntly, "You are slandering my wife. I cannot tolerate this. We cannot let this matter go." He asked the police, "Take Lu Yunting away." Lu Yunting was very excited. He wanted to run, but it was useless because the police had already restrained his arms. Where could he run to? Now the iron bracelet was put on with a click. Lu Yunting wanted to die. He has Gucci bracelets, Cartier bracelets, and Armani bracelets, but he never expected that he would have a bracelet from the little black room. "Now I have to give up my luxury house and provide me with food and shelter, which is useless." Lu Yunting was almost howling as he was taken into the police car by the police. Lu Xing and Liu Ruyan got into another police car and had to return to the police station to cooperate with the investigation. Before leaving, the bosses felt guilty and apologized to Lu Xing. "I'm sorry for speaking harshly to you. I'm going to buy you 1,000 phones as compensation, as a bonus for my employees." "I want to buy some too. My wife loves your products. I'm going to order 3,000 units for our factory. Our supermarket can discuss a promotion with you for the sale. We'll give you the large space, and we can even put up a giant poster of the M1 phone. I can give you my artists for free. Use whichever one you like." The big guys are all trying to make amends to Lu Xing in order to gain his favor and make up for their recent mistakes. After all, Lu Xing's character has not collapsed, and he is still a figure that cannot be underestimated in the business world. Of course, we have to build good relationships. What if it affects future business dealings? Lu Xing had calculated. This boosted sales and saved him a lot of money. This can be considered as consolation money. I really have to thank Lu Yunting. If Lu Yunting hadn't caused this incident, he wouldn't have reaped such a huge reward. Now he can get benefits and send Lu Yunting to jail, which is the best of both worlds. In the car, Liu Ruyan leaned on Lu Xing's shoulder. "I no longer have the pride I had in the outside world, but instead feel a little tired and aggrieved. Hubby, I was so scared just now. I really thought you were going to be taken away, Tilda." Lu Xing had felt the tenderness on Liu Ruyan's little face, and seeing her eyes were red like a rabbit, he felt distressed. His hand caressed Liu Ruyan's little face and coaxed her. "It's my fault for not warning you in advance. Don't be afraid." Listening to his gentle whispers, Liu Ruyan showed no sign of being coaxed. Instead, he became even more angry, with his cheeks puffed up like a goldfish. "I'm going to bite you, bite you. I'm going to bite you to death just for scaring me." She was furious and rammed her head into Lu Xing's shoulder. Chapter 66. My adoptive father and his family were in tears, but I was determined. Lu Xing felt that his clothes were about to be broken by her head. "Don't it hurt?" Lu Xing put his hand on Liu Ruyan's hair and supported her palm-sized face. I saw a resentful expression on her clever and bright little face, and her forehead was very red. Liu Ruyan snorted. "It hurts, but I need to vent my anger." Lu Xing smiled, stretched out his arms, and said, "Come, let me help you vent your anger. You're just torturing yourself like this. Your head is all red." Liu Ruyan turned her face away proudly and said, "No, no." Lu Xing leaned closer and said, "Why? Do you think my meat isn't tasty enough?" "My tooth hurts," she groaned. "You have a toothache. Let me take a look. Is your wisdom tooth inflamed?" Did you eat too much candy? I told you not to eat sweets at night, but you didn't believe me. Lu Xinghe became anxious and lifted up Liu Ruyan's little face to see her teeth. Liu Ruyan shook her head like a rattle and said to Lu Xinghe, "That's not the case. I'm saying your skin is thick and it hurts when I bite you, so I won't bite you anymore." She grumbled, "I'm not a dog, why are you biting me? You're not a killer, so why are you killing people every day?" Lu Xinghe looked at her expression carefully and teased her with a smile. Liu Ruyan's face was hot and she was furious. "What do you care?" Lu Xinghe lowered his head, "So fierce. If I ask you to meddle, you'll be so fierce." Liu Ruyan crossed her arms over her chest, turned her face away proudly, and ignored Lu Xinghe. "Why are you angry?" Lu Xinghe asked. Liu Ruyan pressed her chubby little face against the glass window and snorted. "I'm just angry. I don't want to pay attention to you." Lu Xinghe wondered, do girls always change their minds so quickly? He didn't seem to have done anything wrong, so why was she so angry? "Strange, why is there a wound here? No wonder it hurts," Lu Xinghe said deliberately without any hurry. "Where?" Her big eyes immediately glanced over, anxious. "Hey, I was just kidding." "Big liar, I'm ignoring you." "So angry." "Ignores? Will I take you to eat something delicious later?" "No." "Then let's watch a movie later." "I don't want it." Oh, Lu Xinghe stopped coaxing. If a girl is too pretentious, she should not be spoiled. It's not that he didn't give her a chance to coax her, but she didn't want it. Then he would coax her in a humble manner, just like a dog licking her. Besides, he didn't do anything wrong, so if she gets angry, he will feel wronged. In order to regain his status in the family, Lu Xinghe cannot coax his wife without any bottom line. Seeing that Lu Xinghe no longer coaxed her, Liu Ruyan became even angrier. "Okay, then ignore me. Whoever pays attention to me first will be the puppy." She snorted and sat down far away, on the other side of the window. Lu Xinghe was not in a hurry. He would have a way to make her change her mind when the time came. Coincidentally, the system reward has just arrived. Ding intimate behavior detected, intimacy value plus 54, rewarding the host with legal skills, easily mastering legal knowledge and applying it flexibly. Lu Xinghe was very satisfied. "I will have to present evidence in court with Lu Yunting later. This is exactly what is needed." He calculated whether Lu Yunting should be sentenced to life imprisonment or life imprisonment. Lu Xinghe believed that in the near future, it would be Lu Yunting who would be making the Paradise umbrella and singing "Big Bowl of Prison Meal." It's a pity that Gigi can't play basketball or rap and doesn't have overalls, otherwise it would be a lot of fun. After arriving at the police station, Lu Xinghe cooperated with the police and gave a confession. Then he saw Lu Yunting, who was covered in dust and dirt in the detention center. The other party doesn't look so glorious at all. He is just as lonely as he can be. When he saw Lu Xinghe coming, his eyes burned with anger. "Don't be so proud, my dad will definitely rescue me." The reason why Lu Yunting could speak so confidently was simply because he was an only child. Lu Xinghe raised the corner of his mouth and said, "The four-character couplet is worth 80 million. The theft of public and private property is a huge amount. The punishment is imprisonment of not less than 3 years and not more than 10 years, and a fine. Do you think your father can protect you?" Lu Yunting was dumbfounded. He never expected that the calligraphy and paintings he took away would be so expensive. But how could Lu Yunting bow his head in front of Lu Xinghe? He was eager to show off in front of Lu Xinghe. "My dad hasn't been around for nothing all these years. Don't underestimate him," Lu Yunting retorted, unconvinced. Lu Xinghe didn't take it seriously. In front of the law, Lu Yunting still wants to find loopholes. Even if the King of Heaven comes, it will be useless. Just when Lu Xinghe was careless, he saw his father and mother rushing over in a hurry. Lu Yunting immediately yelled at his father, "Dad, you have to make the decision for me and teach Lu Xinghe a lesson." His father has a bad temper and is definitely going to teach Lu Xinghe a lesson. As soon as he finished speaking, he heard a loud thud. Lu Yunting was stunned. How come the story is not what I expected at all? I saw Lu's father and Lu's mother kneeling in front of Lu Xinghe. Father Lu hugged Lu Xinghe's thigh and began to cry bitterly. "Xinghe, please forgive your brother. It's all our fault. How could we go against you? Don't bother with him." Lu's mother sobbed. "After all, we raised you. Please let him go for the sake of our friendship." The lawyer said that only if we can reach a settlement can he avoid imprisonment. Lu Yunting stared wide-eyed, wondering if he was hallucinating. What was happening before his eyes was completely different from what he had imagined. His once majestic old father is now kneeling before Lu Xinghe. Even his arrogant and unruly mother cried tears for Lu Xinghe. Shouldn't he have scolded Lu Xinghe harshly as soon as he appeared? Lu Xing felt very happy when he saw the Lu couple crying in front of him. You have to know that this couple has done a lot of weird things in the past, especially after he found out that the original owner was not his biological son. He changed his attitude faster than a book. He is an adult and has to be responsible for himself. I can't cover up for him breaking the law, Lu Xing said coldly. Father Lu was anxious. No matter who has done nothing wrong, he is a first-time offender and he is not very experienced in the world. We should give him a chance. Chapter 67, where Lu Xing has biological parents. Mother Lu felt extremely guilty. She begged, "Please, let my son go. I went through so much hardship carrying him for 10 months and gave birth to him. What will I do if he goes to prison and suffers?" She promised, "He will never act wildly in front of you again. Please be magnanimous and don't bother with people like him. We will agree to any request you make." Father Lu nodded and agreed with his wife. "If you want shares in our Lu's enterprise, I am willing to give them to you. I will never force you to invest in a project again. All the benefits are for you." Lu Xing sighed in his heart. The Lu couple are stingy and never spend a penny. Now he is so generous for his son. Although the Lu group is now in a state of decline, a lean camel is still bigger than a horse. If it can be revitalized, it still has great development prospects. "Oh, in that case, is it okay to transfer the company to me?" Lu Xing raised his eyebrows. In a word, Lu's father's lifeblood is in his grasp. You have to know that this is the empire he worked so hard to build, and he is just going to give it up like this. Seeing Lu's father hesitating, Lu's mother became anxious. "Dad, you can't watch your child go to jail. Promise him." Father Lu was very embarrassed and hesitantly said, "I." Lu Yunting, who was so arrogant just now, has now lost all his arrogance. He grabbed the iron bars of the detention center and said excitedly, "Lu Xing, you want money, I'll give it to you. I don't want to inherit the family business, but I don't want to go to jail." Since the parents begged Lu Xing so humbly, they must have tried all kinds of methods, but to no avail. Lu Yunting naturally couldn't be so presumptuous anymore. He would rather die than go to jail. After being in jail for so long, he would be isolated from the world when he came out and would soon be eliminated by the world. Besides, being in jail is so painful. Not to mention whether he should pick up the soap or not. Just the fact that there is no hot water for taking a bath in winter makes Lu Yunting scared. "Okay, I'll give you the company." Father Lu gritted his teeth and made a difficult decision. "No thanks, I don't want it." Unexpectedly, just as Lu's father agreed, Lu Xing had changed his mind. "What?" Father Lu was dumbfounded. Lu Xing raised his eyebrows. "I was just considering it, I didn't really want it. If I were to take charge of your company, I would have to put in a lot of effort and invest money to make a comeback. The cost is too high." "Are you kidding me?" Father Lu became excited. Seeing that Father Lu was in a bad mood and about to explode, Mother Lu was afraid that he would anger Lu Xing, so she immediately pulled Father Lu and said, "Don't be angry, your son is the most important." Father Lu could only endure it with frustration. His tone was filled with helplessness, and he lowered his posture. "What do you want me to agree to reconcile?" Lu Yunting looked at Lu Xing bitterly. "Brother, let me out. I will listen to you in everything and never make trouble again." Lu Xing sneered. People always learn to be sensible only after they suffer misfortune. Unfortunately, it was too late. This time, the behavior of the Lu family father and son had touched his bottom line. "Just eat your jail food obediently." Lu Xing smiled faintly and left under their gaze. Now several people completely collapsed. "Brother, don't be so heartless, come back." "Son, please don't kill me." "Woo, think about it again, I will kowtow to." However, Lu Xing had no intention of staying at all because of the pleas of these people. His eyes were filled with indifference, and he left the scene with the air of a winner. From today on, the tragedy of the Lu family has just begun. Lu Xing could imagine how frustrating and boring their lives would be in the future. Seeing that Lu Xing ignored them, the Lu family felt a little desperate. "Dad, am I really going to go to jail?" Lu Yunting's eyes were dull. He never expected that his life as a chaebol would come to an abrupt end in prison before it even began. "Is this the end of my bright life?" "Son, please be patient and strive for a reduction in your sentence. You will be released in a few months." Father Lu tried to remain optimistic and comforted his son. After hearing this, Lu's mother sobbed even louder. The light in Lu Yunting's eyes faded. "Dad, I really can't stand it. Going to jail will be a stain on my life. Even if he really inherits the family business, how many people can obey him? These people would only point fingers at him behind his back, making it difficult for him to move forward. He has been under everyone's prejudiced gaze all his life and cannot stand up straight." Is it really true that we can't do anything about him? Lu's mother said sadly. Yes, he must have weaknesses. Father Lu didn't believe it. Maybe there really is a way that can help me. Lu Yunting pursed his lips. What solution? Father Lu asked anxiously. Find Lu Xinghe's biological parents, Lu Yunting said seriously. Lu Yunting knew his adoptive parents' character too well. If he could find them, he would definitely be able to control Lu Xing. This is definitely a trump card, and Lu Xing will definitely not be able to show off. Looking for them, haven't they been missing for 10 years? Can we still find them? Father Lu was curious. You should know that Lu Yunting was found from an orphanage. Lu Xinghe's biological parents abandoned Lu Yunting in an orphanage 10 years ago and have been missing ever since. Lu Yunting raised the corner of his mouth and said meaningfully, He's missing, not dead. Money talks. Find a private detective and he'll definitely be found. He continued, They won't let me go to jail. Could it be that Lu Xinghe still doesn't listen to his biological parents? Father Lu thought it made sense. Lu Xing is very disobedient now, and I really need to find someone to restrain him. Otherwise, when Lu Xinghe grows up, there will be endless troubles. Lu Yunting was raised by adoptive parents for a period of time, and he believed that they were definitely Lu Xinghe's nemesis. Father Lu became excited. Okay, I'll send someone to find him right away. The family seemed to see the light, so they immediately sent someone to find a private detective. No matter how much it costs, we must find Lu Xinghe's biological parents. The night was like a huge black cloth, covering the entire world, and there were no stars. But a strong wind blew and the temperature dropped suddenly. When Lu Xinghe came out of the police station, he saw the girl sitting on a bench in the corridor waiting. She had a snow coat draped over her shoulders, which looked furry, and was holding a white coat in her hand. After seeing Lu Xinghe appear, she pretended not to care at all and replied bluntly, Is it done? Lu Xing wanted to pay attention to her, but he was afraid that she would throw a tantrum. So he pretended not to care and walked straight ahead. Just as he thought, Liu Ruyan immediately caught up with him in small steps. Hey, put on your coat, you're going to be cold. What if you catch a cold and infect me? Lu Xing smiled secretly and continued to act cool. Liu Ruyan lost her temper and yelled at him from behind. Lu Xing, can't you hear me? I'm ignoring you. P.S. Everyone please be patient. The reason I arranged the plot in the beginning is to foreshadow the plot later. They say couples quarrel at the head of the bed and make up at the foot of the bed. Heh, I am looking forward to it. Ha ha ha. Chapter 68, I want to run away from home. Lu Xing was not nervous, but got directly into the car driven by the driver. Liu Ruyan bit her red lips. She didn't believe it and got into the car. Looking at Lu Xing, who was immersed in his own world and didn't even look at her, Liu Ruyan's eyes were full of resentment, and the corners of her lips were turned down. She was full of grievances. She bit her teeth and muttered, If you provoke me, I won't care if you cry later. After hearing this, Lu Xing smiled but said nothing. I'm crying. Why do I feel like you're going to cry? Whoever just said that and paid attention to whoever is the puppy. What you said is now slapping you in the face. It was probably because Lu Xing was in the car and ignored Liu Ruyan. It completely pissed her off. So after returning home, Lu Xing found that she was stomping very loudly. Bang, bang, bangs. In the living room, you could hear her footsteps rushing up the stairs. Lu Xing raised his eyebrows. It seems that my wife is very angry now. Banged. Lu Xing heard Liu Ruyan dragging a heavy suitcase down. I have to say she is really strong. She lifted such a big box with ease. Lu Xing narrowed his eyes and looked at her. She pouted and said angrily, I'm going to run away from home. Are you scared? Lu Xing couldn't help but curl up the corners of his lips. Afraid, he was really scared to death. How can she be so cute, thinking that she can control herself by running away from home? Lu Xing said, Oh, sat leisurely on the sofa and started drinking coffee. Liu Ruyan's suitcase was already halfway out. Seeing that Lu Xing didn't catch up with her, her little face was full of surprise and confusion. She turned back and looked at Lu Xing. He was calm and not in a hurry at all. Shouldn't it be? She read in novels that if their wives were about to run away, the domineering CEOs would be extremely anxious. Why is Lu Xing so leisurely? Liu Ruyan's face was wrinkled into a ball and she was doubting her life. She hesitated and obviously didn't want to leave. She was just waiting for Lu Xing to come and catch her. I'm really leaving. You're so pitiful you'll have to sleep alone. It's getting colder today and there's no one to warm your bed, Liu Ruyan said harshly. Lu Xing smiled faintly and waved to Liu Ruyan. Bye. Liu Ruyan blinked, unable to believe her ears. Doesn't Lu Xing care about himself anymore? I'm really going to leave. I'm not going to travel. I'm running away from home, Liu Ruyan said angrily. Lu Xing yawned and said, "Oh, why don't you go? It might rain soon and it will be slippery." Liu Ruyan was so angry that her eyes widened. She said angrily, "Don't regret it." Liu Ruyan pulled the suitcase and walked out. This scene was seen by the housekeeper. Seeing Lu Xing's indifference, the housekeeper became anxious. "Sir, why don't you comfort the lady? She is about to run away from home." Lu Xing said calmly, "I won't tolerate her unreasonable behavior. Besides, she will come back on her own in less than an hour." Lu Xing didn't know why she suddenly got angry. After hearing this, the butler felt that what Lu Xing had said was outrageous. It's not like he doesn't know the eldest lady's personality. Will she come back happily on her own? Impossible. The butler sighed. How come a loving couple started quarreling and getting angry with each other? He's still playing around so much, but he's already run away from home. The housekeeper was thinking about whether to contact Liu's father and let Liu Ruyan go home. I didn't expect that before I could even make the call. I would hear the sound of high heels tapping on the floor. The housekeeper stared at Liu Ruyan, who had returned in amazement. "What's going on?" "It's exactly as Lu Xing has said. Liu Ruyan came back so soon." "No, madam, your absence from home was only for half an hour. This is just a walk out." The corners of Lu Xing's mouth curled up, and he felt like he was basking in the spring breeze when he met the housekeeper's admiring gaze. He has a secret weapon, so he can naturally be sure that Liu Ruyan will come back. Perhaps feeling embarrassed, Liu Ruyan made an excuse for herself. She coughed and said, "I went out wearing high heels and I was tired from walking. I changed my shoes." Lu Xing picked up the book and started reading. I could smell Liu Ruyan's pleasant cherry scent coming towards me. "Give it to me." Liu Ruyan's hand stretched out in front of Lu Xing. "What?" "Identity card," Liu Ruyan muttered. "It's with you." Lu Xing is Liu Ruyan's guardian, and some of her documents are kept by Lu Xing. Without an ID card, Liu Ruyan couldn't stay in a luxury hotel. "Okay, it's in the drawer upstairs, go get it," Lu Xing told her without stopping her. "And you are not allowed to suspend my card," Liu Ruyan complained. "Why, if you run away from home, shouldn't you be able to support yourself?" Lu Xing twitched the corners of his lips slightly and spoke slowly. "How can I make so much money so quickly?" Liu Ruyan was worried. "Come on." She thought Lu Xing would feel sorry for her, but she heard him say, "Come on." But Liu Ruyan was not so angry that she fainted. Her cheeks puffed up and she said angrily, "I'm going to complain to my dad, saying you bullied me." "Okay, go ahead and complain." Lu Xing was not afraid and continued reading. Liu Ruyan sat down on the sofa, took off her shoes, and bent her long white legs on the sofa. She didn't believe that Lu Xing was really not afraid, so she made a phone call. Liu Ruyan deliberately put the conversation on hold and spoke directly. "Dad, my husband bullies me. He ignores me." After hearing this, Father Liu said, "Really?" Liu Ruyan nodded. "Yes, I'm wronged. You have to seek justice for me." Then he gave Lu Xing a provocative look, as if to say, "You must be scared now." The housekeeper was terrified when he heard this, but he knew that Liu's father was a daughter slave. Father Liu knew that Lu Xing had offended Liu Ruyan, and he would definitely come to punish him. Although Lu Xing was doing well now, Father Liu had a wider background and connections, and he could make fun of Lu Xing at will. "That's too much," Liu's father scolded. The housekeeper sighed, "Look, the daughter's slave is starting to get angry. Can't you just give in to your husband? He's so willful every day. It's hard to find such a good husband. You must have made a mistake, otherwise why would he ignore you? You have to reflect on yourself." Father Liu taught his daughter seriously. "Housekeeper, no, this is different from what he thought. Where is the daughter slave you promised me? Shouldn't you be scolding Lu Xing to death? How did it become like this?" Chapter 69, How Did You Bribe My Dad? Lu Xing listened and chuckled. "Father-in-law, you are so sensible." Lu Xing gave a thumbs up and praised him. Liu Ruyan's eyes became even more resentful, and she refused to do it. "Dad, this is truly a father who puts justice before his own family. You should reflect on your actions carefully and remember to apologize to your son-in-law and make amends. Do you hear me?" Father Liu said earnestly. "Ice, hang up." Liu Ruyan hung up the phone angrily. She stared at Lu Xing, who had a smile on his face, and asked, "How did you bribe my dad?" Lu Xing said confidently, "This is not called bribery, this is called being right." Liu Ruyan snorted, unconvinced. "Nonsense. I'm going to sleep in a separate room from you tonight. You're not allowed to sneak into my bed or I'll consider it molestation." Liu Ruyan carried her suitcase and went upstairs again. Looking at this scene, Lu Xing smiled happily. "We agreed to run away from home. But how come we ended up sleeping in separate rooms? However, the willful and capricious little pepper can be quite spicy when it spit out fire. Liu Ruyan returned to the room and waited for Lu Xinghe to come and hug her, but nothing happened. Lu Xinghe came, but left with the quilt in his arms. Are you really not staying overnight? Liu Ruyan was shocked. After Lu Xinghe left, she rolled around on the bed angrily. Holding a large bunny pillow, he pounded it hard. Too much, you really are ignoring me. After being beaten and venting her anger, she cried and hugged the pillow. Tonight, I won't leave the door open for you. If you dare to come in, I'll beat you. She deliberately left the door unlocked and went to bed pretending to sleep. But after waiting for a whole night, Liu Ruyan got dark circles under her eyes, but she still didn't see Lu Xinghe. Liu Ruyan clutched the quilt tightly in frustration, sobbing, "Could it be that